अक्सी बोलते हैं अरे ये क्या है, मैं नींद में क्यों बच्चो। हेलो बासुंडी है क्या? आ गया भाई, कैसे हो साहब? अक्सी बोलते।
Well, the stakes are definitely high for Furia. You know, I feel like we keep harping on this whole like they have nothing to lose, but I feel like they still have something to prove.
लेकिन रुक जाओ,
Realistically, they do.
कल पैसिफिक का ब्लीड डीआरएक्स से और जेनजी आरआरक्यू है, क्या कोई भी गेम मैटर करता है? अगर नहीं करता है तो कल रेस्ट ले सकते हैं अपन।
These standings are going to be relevant then. They're going to carry over. So this does matter a lot, but I want to see them play like they have nothing to lose and have some more fun, to be honest. Because
कल का पूरा दिन ही मैटर नहीं
it
करता
just
ना?
seems like they're getting so down on themselves, so mentally.
I don't think so. कल का पूरा दिन मैटर करता है।
Absolutely, and I think too, this is a recent change still that they had going on, right? Where they're bringing in some veteran leadership and trying to.
करता है जेनजी आरआरक्यू ब्लीड डीआरएक्स
tried to build throughout the offseason.
डीआरएक्स क्वालिफाइड है, ब्लीड आउट है,
There is something to prove.
RRQ out है,
It's the last 2 games of the
जेनजी
season.
क्वालिफाइड है,
First of which is Cloud9. So yeah,
नो फक्स गिवन है बे, सेन आउट हो गया, सेन आउट बे,
the world what they've been working on in the past 2 weeks with
सेन आउट हो गया।
Yeah, and Nasr, speaking of which, he said in a post-match interview how, like, you know, they really want to start playing without pressure. Like, there's pressure. They got to shift their mentality. So hopefully we'll see some of that today against.
मैं बोलता हूँ कल एक दिन फुल रेस्ट लो, फुल रेस्ट नहीं भाई, मेरे को रूटर करनी है, मैं बहुत पीछे हूँ और एक नया गेम भी खेलने का, एक सेक्सी गेम
I think his IGLing was one of the reasons that I was getting
Ship
excited
Whip के
about
साथ
the team way back when and seeing him come in. I'm hoping for him to revitalize the structure of the team, bring in some leadership that they were lacking before. Hasn't panned out yet, but I do still trust him as a player in IGL.
तो जेडी आरपी करने वाले की नहीं, अभी कुछ नहीं यार, अभी नेक्स्ट मंथ से।
I think though when you think about pressure, right, trying to get the pressure down on the team, that's a
इजी ने
different story for
बेटी दिया
Nasr,
सेन
who's
को,
definitely a proven, you know, veteran in the scene.
लेकिन
everybody else,
बनता है बे, इजी बाप
2
के
years in a row we've been on this team. 2 years
इजी
in
के
a
लिए
row
भी
we've
वो विन
failed
चाहिए
to
था,
make results.
खुद
And
के
I think that is weighing on them hard because
मेंटालिटी
in
के
the
लिए।
next couple, in the next split even, there's a possibility of them even going for more changes leading into champ.
I mean, we keep
प्रीमियर का
talking
क्या
about the
सीन,
pressure that's on
स्ट्रिक्ट सी
Fury,
गान में
but
हाथी का
there's a
लड़
lot on
हार गए।
C9 right now too. Yes, they
काइजन
have
भी
a
बड़ा,
good shot
सारे
of
बड़े हुए
making
मेरे
it into
इसमें
the
ही है।
playoffs. Yes, they are 3-1.
मैं MVP था जस्ट सिंह
By the strict numbers, not considering the teams they're playing against, they have a
भाई, मैं
56%
कब से ऑफ स्ट्रीम खेल रहा था पता है, सारे गेम जीता हूँ मैं वैलो, सारे जीरो इलो से मैं अभी 100 इलो तक आ गया, ऐसा जीता हूँ मैं, ऐसा सारे MVP। लाउड क्वालिफाइड, लाउड
I do think you have to question perhaps their mental resolve a bit. Like, or not question it, but rather it could be a detriment.
I mean, this is a team that Cloud9, like, all the iterations of this team
नहीं,
have
फिलहाल
gone
नहीं
down
है।
to it and choked down the line, right? So I don't expect it to happen before playoffs,
फिलहाल नहीं
but
है।
still it could. And when you frame it like
भाई
that,
इजी उल्टा अभी भी क्वालिफाई कर सकता है, अगर G2 जीत गया
that's something that weighs heavy on the mind.
और इजी ने एनआरजी को हरा दिया, जो कि हरा सकता है, ये डिमन वन फॉर्म में नहीं है,
Of course, in that game they started on attack, bad side of
तो
Ascent, and 100 Thieves got rolling. Now, because Furia picked it, trying to pick into a map they were bad on, C9 are going to have the opportunity to start on defense. The favorite
C9 भी क्वालिफाई नहीं हुआ है अभी तक,
And to me,
C9
that's
को
an
ये जीतना
interesting choice
पड़ेगा।
from Fury, because every time you go against a team who just got battered on a map like that, that's one that you know that they're
C9
going
को
to
दोनों
focus on
जीतना
to
पड़ेगा
try to
शायद,
improve, to try to fix
क्वालिफाई
those
के लिए।
mistakes. They have it fresh in their mind from last week.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you know what? It's time for our first map of the day. So let's send things over to your casters. Here's Doug and Baby Bay.
भाई लेकिन एक चीज देख रहे हैं का, सारे प्लस पे, सारे प्लस पे यहाँ पे, और यहाँ पे सारे माइनस पे, वो भी पैच -56 क्या होता है? अभी तो इनके गेम्स बचे भी है 2,
a series in almost
ठीक है बे भाई ब्राजील का खुद तो सीन हो गया बे देखो बे ब्राजील का
not a whole lot to lose
ये
on one
भी
side.
बे
It feels like there's a lot of pressure on the other side.
तीनों ब्राजील के लगे पड़े हैं
interested me the most was that interview
हाँ
with MW0 where he's basically not even saying that they're trying to win.
ब्राजील ला 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 ला
Playing a decent game.
पेनल्टी
you know,
देखता
which
हूँ
is-
क्या
I mean, I guess it's baby steps to get there, but that worries me because I'm like, okay, they're not.
Sen can still qualify. नहीं रे
I feel like I'd be going into this
पागल हो गया
series
क्या
with the mentality that I'm gonna upset
इम्पॉसिबल है सन
potentially
क्वालिफाई
some
होना
teams, you know, and
वो इफ्स एंड बट्स
this
मत
would be
करो
a great
इम्पॉसिबल है भाई
opportunity to do so,
इम्पॉसिबल
starting on the attacking side.
Such a tall order. Again, a team that has only won one map this year and have only won 2 maps since their last series win in May of 2023. I mean,
मैं
it's
बियर
been a
ने
while.
फ्यूरी है
Yeah, that's
नेक्स्ट
tough.
देख लिया मैंने
The Furia fans are desperate for any morsel or crumble of reason to be excited. So far, at least for this round, it seems like they've got a little bit of room. They've gotten out onto A, haven't committed onto the plant, but of course, Oxy
भर दे
gets the
बे
first.
सबसे
Conan has
पहले
already
देखो
fallen.
बे
I
बंदे को
don't
देखो
get it. I don't get why he's solo jumping up, but MW there with the trade onto Oxy to even things out, and Zeppa snuck in here.
He slipped the net now, looking to find some space in the face of the members that are opposing him. Still has gone undetected with so much room to play around. Now as the smoke goes down, the kills go up. Khalil not able to hold the line as Vanity and Rudy keep him at bay. Nas were weak.
अच्छा गावा डबल टिंग दिया
First, there's a lot to do for Vanity, and it will not happen.
इतना हारेगा नहीं रे
Wow, I got
Antec,
scared at first
कैसे diversity?
because Conan just looked like he just dry jumped up
Antec.
into heaven there.
Yeah.
Maybe he did a pop flash for himself. I just wasn't aware of it. But I mean, that's a really risky play to be making, and really no need to do that. But
Antec का तो easy
Fury
chance
did
है
a
बे
great job having a
Antec versus
crossfire
Navi,
from hell
Antec जीता
at main
qualify
there. And once that
Navi
main
तो
smoke
already
went
qualified
down,
है
that was the opening for the
Navi को
players
कोई
to
नहीं
get
रोक
their kills,
सकता
and having a
Qualify
really
होने
nice
से।
shot on the Rooney there, who was, I think, the only one that was full in that scenario. So
नावी
I
कुछ
mean,
भी कर
this is
qualified
really good for Furia to set the tempo, set the pace, and potentially
until 13-0 13-0 हारे
off of
वैसा
C9.
नहीं लेकिन डिसेंट
Or at
खेल
least
के हारे
one
तो
step closer.
फुट और नावी
Cloud9
क्वालिफाइड है फुट नावी
not choosing to buy up,
क्वालिफाइड है
not giving a weapon to the hands of Oxy, as we've seen a number of times in the past.
टीम
But it looks like he still wants to try to play fast. He was
Heretics
holding
के
that
लग
angle right
सकते
at the
हैं।
beginning. Gets pushed off.
And I already like the way that Furia is approaching this map in general. They're
मिनी
playing
बुक
as
की
a
वाट
unit,
लग सकती है
but also
अगर मैं
having
जीता नेक्स्ट
the KJ control the other
Send
side
out,
of the
send
map.
out. G out.
And Havoc got so aggro there. He actually peeked out of the main.
Deadlock gonna be new meta impossible
He still gets one.
Yeah.
Glow
That
can
should
be in
the
meta,
cue for
not Deadlock.
the rest
Love
of
from
the Fury
Pakistan.
members
कैसा
to
flex?
speed up onto this A site.
send out है send out
Oxy's tucked. He gets this one with the classic. That's all it'll be, but the site once again wide open. Koning pushing forward. A quick hit of the switch. And a couple of warning shots onto Khalil.
That was good damage there.
Yeah, it
from
was.
Zeppa.
Now a brief moment to reset as Cloud9 think through how they want to approach this retake attempt. Moose is on the flank.
Oh, that's such a great flash. It hit both players on that side of sight.
I don't think Nalswer knows there's a flank behind him.
Oh, he's not aware at all.
Oh, time.
oh whiff कर दिया
Still turned on him with the Guardian. The Classic not able to really fight back. There's Fury again. Their second.
बात नहीं किया ज़्यादा और वो
That
मुझे
could've
पसंद
been
भी नहीं है
honestly devastating for
Yeah.
क्यों
Furia.
जाने के डेट पे
So Cloud9 have a good read on how Furia likes to play those scenarios.
अगला
in the
officials
post
क्या है
round.
अभी अभी
Had they
split
had
टू
the
है
good
next
advantage in
month
that situation, maybe
एक महीने बाद split टू है
they win this one. But a nice 180
जून में
right
होगा।
here. Or 90
Split
degree
to
flick, I should
main
say.
है।
That was beautiful.
चैंपियंस क्वालीफाई करने के
And
लिए
if they can take this bonus round away
अरे
from C9,
गलती से हम split टू जीत गए
they're looking at a great half
सीधा
already then.
चैंपियनशिप
But I don't like that NZR doesn't have a gun. I mean, the guy just popped off hitting shots like that.
Wanting to get the snowball going. Furia creeping mid for the first
the
time.
guy
You
is
see
going
Oxy
to
playing in the
pick
smoke.
Valo character
Doesn't look
power
like there's a flash setup or anything
Which
for him
will
to
you
peek on the other
choose in
side of it.
real
So if he
life?
does go, it would be dry.
Yeah, and this is just an A
Valo
fake. The
character
bomb is already leaning towards the B side of the map. It was all a set play from the start.
Vanity applying pressure. Oxy joining in on it. Paranoia is traded. Now they reset.
ओमेन ने बेस्ट
A
है big.
rotation towards B. Moose is
इधर
the
भी
only
ult
one
मार
here.
सकते हैं
Yeah,
दुनिया
you've
में।
got Oxy and Rooney who are close by, but if it's a foot
जल्दी
race,
से
they're
अरे
not winning
मतलब
it. smoke will keep him
But
at
we
bay.
look
Oxy
at
just walks out of the smoke and destroys Havoc.
He solo ran out of that smoke with 1 HP.
Khalil creeping onto
Bhai,
Vanity, not
NHP.
finding any success.
स्पैम कहाँ गए?
They're both weak.
बोला ना स्पैम कहाँ
Flash
गया? उसको साउंड आ गया था.
Yeah, flash in the face. Zeppa holding the line with one number still in favor of Cloud9. The defense starting to rotate back over. Oxy and Rooney both weak. And MW with much to do. He's got the spike too, and he's tucked in hell. They're
जिनको हराते देखा तो फिर आउट
separated.
कैसे? जिस दिन मैं स्ट्रीम ने किया उस दिन हार गए
Thrown
ना.
apart.
क्रूशियल मैच था उनका. लाउड से 2-0 आ रहे वो लोग.
Now 13 seconds left. Committing to the spike plant. Remember, you have two members who are very weak. The first one falls, the second is traded. Nasr in a 1v2.
Champions top 3 according to
Healthy.
me, I think.
Didn't have a gun before, but has
Lev
one now.
is very strong.
He's taking a little bit of a tag. They're just waiting for him to swing this out.
Lev हो
Cloud9
सकता
are playing
है.
this. They're forcing Nasr to make a mistake. And holy smokes, the first shots
पता
are
नहीं
clean.
भाई कोई भी हो सकता है.
Rooney
Buffet
in a
होने वाला
clutch situation. 19 HP. The narrowest of margins. Switch to the ghost. He trades it back. Lands the shots on Rooney, and the bonus goes away to Furia.
हेलो?
They're setting themselves
क्या
up for
फायदा? कोई तो
success
ब्रॉडकास्ट
right
में
now.
जिंक्स किया था.
Winning that
मॉर्थ हाइड दो
bonus,
इसे हिट को.
that's a huge snowball, and C9 look like they just can't get their footing yet in this
जी
match.
इंडियन है ना, और इंडियन है और एक प्लेयर इंडियन है.
And I wonder if they're starting to doubt themselves based off of how they played in the last match against Hunter Thieves.
One enemy remaining.
It's still really
आज
early on
फाइनली
in this
प्लेट गया.
series.
भाई मैं सब गेम जीता हूँ
I
भाई.
would not be
सब
counting them out whatsoever.
सब गेम जीता हूँ मैं. चंद का वाला
I really
नहीं
like how
रहे
Fury
नहीं
have been
नहीं.
approaching these rounds, even in that last round.
मत करो.
But
चंद कैन
I'm
क्वालिफाई
still
मत करो.
seeing a little bit of confusion amongst the team.
इम्पॉसिबल है
Because
भाई.
even in that last round, the spacing. Now Zira again.
हमारा इतना चुंटू सा कैल्सी
Oxy taking
काम नहीं किया.
bases.
उनका तो बहुत बड़ा है कैल्सी
Two
वाला.
clean shots with the Sheriff.
See.
And just like that, a little bit of hope injected into the round. But is it going to dwindle away? Or will it hold? Oxy dashing forward with the blades. Finds Conan. I don't think he ever saw him, but Conan plucks him out of the sky.
Oh my gosh.
भाई क्या बंदा है ऑक्सी.
The spike is well out of reach now. It's sitting back in spawn. What do they try to get a couple kills here and then reset? They found the first. Rooney tucked. Vanity gone hunting, looking for a weapon. Ah, they're going to get away with this. Vanity upgrades a weapon. The paranoia leading the way. Looked like Nasr got tagged, but it doesn't matter. Clearly gets his third
भाई
on the
क्या हो
round.
गया
Furia
सीजन को.
up 4-0 early.
Yeah, that. Nowzer's a freak right now. He
बड़ा
really
कम
wants
back
this
is
win, I
a-
can tell.
ये क्या क्या हुआ?
Died yet, yeah. He hasn't even died yet. Now he has that Hunter's Fury online.
Wait, the
भाई
second
ये
one was
क्या था
live?
भाई? ये क्या
Yeah,
था?
okay.
I mean, what's Havoc supposed to do there? There's
ये
nothing
क्या
he
था
can do.
भाई?
Whatever, bro.
But what's so impressive is that Fury actually came back into that round.
Yeah.
ये क्या
They
था
worked
भाई?
together to fish out the players onto the actual B site.
Oxy got 3 kills that round.
अरे
I think he
टीम
sold one
फ्रेंचाइजी
person.
जी वो चेंज या एक और
That's just
फ्रेंचाइजी
silly.
वरना कोई टूर्नामेंट नहीं होता क्या?
But
एसेंशन
you're
से
right.
होता है यार.
Nasr has been nuts.
जो एसेंशन जीतेगा उनको मिलता है
Vanity
एक्स्ट्रा.
trying to catch the timing. MW puts one between his eyes.
जैसा जेंटलमेट्स आए, हेरिटिक्स आए.
And
कितने सारे
Rooney
टीम
again
आए.
is stuck in this miserable spot where he has to hold the site by himself. Shocks and drones looking for him. Trying to find him and tag him. Rooney's on the swing. Taking a fair bit of damage and finally falls.
भाई
And
क्या
as they
हो
try to
गया
funnel out
सीजन
behind it,
को?
thinking they have a little bit of space, they're just walking into a brick wall.
Spike planted.
भाई क्या हो गया भाई? हेलो.
Loose in a 1v3. They're all healthy. They
Lead
all
B,
have
lead
ults.
B.
They're double facing well. This is a
प्रीमियर का
fresh
क्या
look
सीन?
for
अभी
Fury.
नेक्स्ट प्रीमियर.
And I know Sentinels is somewhere.
लेकिन जीतने का तो
watching
प्लेयर
this
चेंज करने
game,
पड़ेंगे.
praying to the Valorant gods, praying to
अभी तक
Furia
के लिए ठीक है मतलब ऐसे खेल
to
लेते
do
प्रीमियर.
the unthinkable.
एंड जीतने के लिए खेलने का है तो पूरा चेंज करना पड़ेगा.
And the attack Odin, this is huge. Saving the dart for backside there as well. To be able to get that spam in the first place.
And he's played back almost every round.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Fine.
ये मैच तो 30 मिनट में हो गया. पता नहीं बे कैसे.
I think they might. And sure enough, that's exactly what they do. So timeout is
टू फिर
called.
जीतेगा चैंपियंस.
Fury up
Ascension?
5-0. Ults online for Furia.
पता नहीं
They
बोल नहीं
have guns,
सकते.
they've got money,
अभी तक
they've
तो
got
अच्छा खेल रही है.
really everything they could possibly
लेकिन
want.
वही है कि वो लोग
They
के
have a
प्लेयर्स है ना
real
एक
good
टाइम पे
chance
एक ही
here to
पॉप ऑफ होता है.
use
कभी
their
टेक्नो
ultimates
बहुत
to
मारता है.
snowball the rest of this half.
दो बंदे
But
जुलते हैं,
5
कभी डीएम
rounds
बहुत
on
मारता है, दो
attack.
बंदे जुलते हैं.
is insane already for Ascent,
वैसा
especially.
गेम देखा नहीं जब भी
But they
500 का
need
ऐसा
a bigger
क्रैक
buffer
डेम
than
रहेगा
that.
ना
We've seen
जैसा ये लोग कर
Fury
रहे थे
give
देखो
up leads before,
वैसा तो थोड़ा मुश्किल हो सकता है
whether that's in the actual series that
But
they
I
play
believe
or
बहुत अच्छी टीम तो है
in the actual score itself. And they came here swinging.
Yeah.
And I liked how
मैं
they've
बन
been
के साथ
playing, they're playing together.
agent
They're actually getting
भी
trades. They're
ये
still a
क्या
little bit
fun होगा ना
discombobulated
बाद
when
में
the
जाके होएगा
actual
आगे इन
pick comes
फ्यूचर
in.
जब
I
बहुत
noticed
सारे
the
एजेंट्स
scaling
आएंगे
isn't really on point.
बट
But
आज
so
भी
far
ना 10
C9 have not been able to punish it to the most
ओडिन से होता
that they
है
could.
Yeah, so I thought this was going to be one of the good
Plan में
timeouts. One of
performance
the
sexy
tactical
था
timeouts were quick back into the action. There's a strategic reason for this, but lo and behold, that's not the case.
प्लान इवेंट
we've got
वाला
10
भाई
plus
टू
gear.
रिपर्स अलग था बे
So
Yeah.
as soon as we know what's going on, we'll keep you all informed. But
अभी
for now,
वाला
that
देख
is
रहा हूँ
the
ना लोग का
cause for
मैचेस
the
भाई
delay.
Yeah, I think it
कुछ भी
has
नहीं
to
था
have
बे
something to do
लैंड
with
में
Rooney. You
पता
heard
नहीं
him there
क्या
at
हो
the
गया
end.
था वो लोग
He was like, I think we might need to pause. So maybe something wrong with the setup.
डीएम पे पौवा चढ़ा के खेल रहे थे लग रहा है
I'm being told that it's an audio issue. So again, we'll get this squared out. We'll get this fixed, and we'll get back into the action. Fury just rolling Cloud9 right now.
It's
Feels
overrated. There are
little
so many
reminiscent,
better
to be honest,
teams
of the
than
Cloud9 that
तो
we
कैसा
saw.
मास्टर
What was
जीता
it?
यार
It
इतने
was
सारे
only,
बेटर
what, 4
टीम्स
days
में से
ago?
कोई हरा
It
किसने
wasn't that
कहा
long ago.
Yeah, they got dismantled completely by 100 Thieves.
On this map.
But they actually did really well on the defensive side. C9. It was the attack.
Energy
where
के
they
what
lost. They
party
only won one
करोगे?
round, I think.
Yeah.
मतलब
it was trash.
करने तो वाला ही हूँ
This is something new. You know, like C9, even in that 100 Thieves game, they strung together like 6 rounds, made an attempt of a comeback.
Fake
But ultimately,
comeback.
yeah, I mean,
डिमन वन है
you're
ना
not coming back from an 11-1 on a set.
इजी के लिए भी क्रूशियल है मैच ये करना पड़ेगा
Fake comebacks ever the issue.
And they just have to stop the bleeding. Maybe this tech pause could be the key factor in stopping that bleeding.
Yeah,
And
just a change of
stringing some
momentum.
rounds
क्या पता
together,
they show
getting
their
some
moves
momentum
in
for the
front of
attacking
foreign
side,
teams.
because
हो सकता है।
Vanity, although he got shut down
Why
by
right
Thieves
remove map
with his calling the last time they
glitches stick
played,
करने को
he usually tends to be a really good attack
Revamp
side
करने
caller.
को
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
So I think if they can bring this back to even a 6-6, I think that would be
लास्ट टाइम को
more than
फॉर्मेट अच्छा
ideal
था एनर्जी
after
लॉस्ट
being down
वन
5-0.
मैच एंड
And they
गॉट
can do it.
एलिमिनेटेड बाय एनर्जी
Oxy,
तो अभी भी हार रही
he's
है
slowly but surely warming up.
क्या फॉर्मेट
I mean, he started the map with the opener, right? He's landed a couple of pretty
Yeah.
crispy shots with the
Yeah,
share,
okay,
so
bhai.
you're right. I would have to agree with that. I think, again, we've got to kind of set the stakes for what's going on here because Sentinels are impacted by this. Fury obviously are impacted by this too. Like, things get a little bit hairier if Cloud9's not able to pull this off. The picture for the playoff race gets really muddy depending on how this series plays out.
Yeah, and if you're Cloud9 going into this,
Masters के बाद
you really do feel
downfall
like you
तो
played
आया है
the stronger teams already.
बाकी लोग भी तो
So,
काउंटर करते बे
Going into this,
ऐसा नहीं है कि
he might
जीतते
have been
जाएगा
slacking
टीम
off a little bit, underestimating Furia perhaps.
अभी Champions
I mean, this
में
team
देखना
hasn't
पड़ेगा।
won a single game.
Crew
And then
insane
after
form
this,
में,
they
Crew
have
sexy form में।
MIBR, another team who hasn't won a single game.
क्रू
So,
सेक्सी फॉर्म में
I mean, no team truly overlook
क्रू तो अभी
anybody in
नेक्स्ट
this league,
दोनों गेम
but
हारा
you know that
एफ
they
पे
went
रहेगा
into
तो
this
भी
feeling really
क्वालीफाई
confident, and they probably didn't expect this
वैसा वाला
No,
फॉर्म
absolutely.
5-0 to be happening.
No, even given the nature of Ascent and how swingy
अन्ना
it
का
can
इसी
be,
देखा कहाँ
or
घूम
has
रहे
been in the
एक देखा
past.
था फोटो बस
Obviously, as you all can tell on your screens, we're no
हमने
we're
कॉम्पिटिटिव
not
इंडस्ट्री
feeling any
एनालिसिस
closer
लाउड
to getting
इजी
this
करो
issue
भाई
rectified
सारे
when he doesn't
खतरनाक
even have his in-ears in.
फिर
So
भी सोचो ये सब खतरनाक से लड़के
yeah,
मास्टर
still
क्वालीफाई
might be a
किया
bit, but alas,
आगे
best
आपको
people
परेशान
in the
करने
world
बग्स
of the
भाई
job
कैसे
will get
हो
fixed, and we will continue this voyage. But for now, Furia up big, Cloud9 still struggling. a
Cruise
little bit.
bar
Again,
qualify
still
कहाँ?
showing signs of what we saw against 100 Thieves. Remember, you mentioned it. Bang teed off
Yeah, you went crazy.
on them, and really everything was going right. And it almost feels like just like a
Sen versus
continuation
EG बीटे
of
हो
that
गए
last
Sen
map. It
versus
feels like
EG
one
अगर
beating
बीटी
that's
नहीं
just
होता
kind of been
ना
blurred together.
तो वो लोग भी
Yeah, and
3-1 रहते हैं वो लोग
They're
भी
playing the early rounds
वो लोग का
really
नेक्स्ट
well,
मैच
in my
फ्यूरिया
opinion.
जो
I
बहुत
mean,
इजी
other than,
जीतेंगे वो लोग
Vanity getting
समझ रहे हो
outshot there in that
तो
previous
क्वालीफाई
round when he
होते
had the
लेकिन
judge.
वो
Probably could
इजी
have
वाला
killed
मैच है ना
MW Zera in
थोड़ा
that
भारी
scenario.
पड़ गया वो भी
Other
तो
than that, I feel like they've had a
प्रो
good
भी नहीं बोल सकते यार
read on the
दोनों
early
टीम
rounds.
मतलब
It's just when the retake is coming in, they're
अजीब ही
missing
खेल
key
रहे थे वाला
utility. Like,
सीन था
for example, that pistol round, it all went sideways once
और
that
कितना
A main
क्लोज गया है
smoke
11
dropped,
13 10
right? And we
13
had
11
players just in
13
the open
छोटा
for
छोटा मिस्टेक्स की
Cloud9
वजह
getting
से
shot from the people in A main as they're looking hell.
Right.
So it's small little things like that, not being aware that that smoke is fading at the right time, not being aware that you're exposed to the players from A main, that made the difference so far in this series.
Good news, my good people. I'm seeing fist bumps. That's often a good sign. I believe we're getting back into the action very, very shortly, unless I'm going to jinx us. And we're going to do this for a little bit longer.
That's my job.
That's true. That's true. I don't even have those powers. Beating the allegations of cursing. I am being told that now we're on a good timeout. We're on tactical timeout. So a little bit of a prolonged pause. But it seems like all the audio issues have been fixed. The teams are chatting once more. And the game is afoot. I think for Cloud9, Dre, what are your thoughts on some adjustments that you're looking for?
What do you think that तुम लोग क्या करोगे?
Like a number one thing that needs to change.
Exam में आने वाला है यार.
Don't freak out.
कोई और को जाके बोलोगे भाई Binks का thinking ऐसा है.
Good.
कुछ
And
करते.
if they can get a read on the actual game plan of what Furia is doing, the first 3 rounds for Furia were all towards the A side. The next 2 were towards B. So it's kind of just, you know, they're going A, then they're going B. So if they do read into it, perhaps they play for A main control or take B main control and play retake on the other side, and just make sure that they have all the small utility dialed in on, and they do it together. They need to create chaos for Oxy to thrive in these retake scenarios.
That's
what I was waiting for you.
They haven't thrived in any of the chaos. It's been Furia who've been able to kind of like rise above it.
Yeah, as they should. I mean, they haven't won a match. They've only won 1 map in this entire stage, so they should be hungry, wanting to get their first win.
There's
really no pressure on them either to do so.
Yeah, nothing to lose. It's been dark days for Furia, but it seems like a ray of sunshine is starting to peek through.
So again, since they went B the last 2 rounds, you're seeing the KO knife there to think that they're
last match
and have it taking control of that B side as well.
ऐसे खेली फिरा जैसे खेली
तू 8
there, he would have broken it. पागल हो मैं ओमन लेके कैरी कर रही हूं
फिरा जैसे खेली तू
drone clearing the way.
नहीं है मेरे
Havoc again, causing problems and attempting to
मैं देख सारे गेम तूने मेरे को बोला इमॉर्टल 2 जा आज मैं जाके आया.
He's not entering with enough. But they're just facing it.Ey're going to go back again.
Yeah, but they haven't really got
मैं तो सिंगापुर खेल रहा साहब.
मैं भी सिंगापुर ही खेली. कॉम्स नहीं होता उधर हमारे लेवल पे.
This feels no safer really.
मैं तो एक गेम 3v5 पे खेला.
Go up cat right here.
Yeah,
they should have a good idea that the KJ is playing on the A side of the map because
आपको बहुत मिस कर रहा था. लव यू सिल्वर रेड करने वाले भाई 10-2 वाला हां. लेकिन वो लोग ने भी तो पहला मैप कमबैक मारा था यार.
This mid to B split that's about to
दोनों टीम अच्छे खेल
right before our very eyes.
Zepo's jump spotting mid.
ये कैसे C9 हार रहा है पता नहीं Furia से.
You know it's a split. The blade's online. MW looking to go forward. Still has an op in hand by the way. Got to be cautious about that. Havoc getting the best of Oxy. And the kills continue to go the way of the attack side.
I can't believe he pushed the CT smoke. What a maniac.
Vanity repositioning, playing back side. Still has that judge in hand. Spam not going his way with 13 seconds left. Vanity with so much to do, and he just gets peppered.
0-6.
And everything going the way of Furia.
MW, 1 HP to
भाई
his
क्या हो रहा है?
I wanted him to swap off the op, but I didn't realize he would invest the jet knives into this round, but he was really good to do so.
क्या हो रहा है
And
पकड़ो?
pushing that CT smoke, that was such a risky
क्या हो
play.
रहा है?
मेरा हो गया.
Oh wow.
But when you're feeling it like this,
You gotta feed the hot hand, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
1 HP dashes
मैं
into
तो
Moose.
दोपहर
That's a
के
statement right there. He's
1 बजे से
confident.
लेके अभी तक PC पे बैठा.
He had plenty of insurance
long?
around him too, so that certainly helps.
13 hour.
Cloud9 back on guns. Oxy with an op in hand.
It's so cool how Furia played some of these rounds on attack. They had an attack Odin one of the times. Now you see the attack op for the second round in a row. And this makes it so hard for the defenders to want to peek for info.
मेरे को वो चाहिए बे हड्डी तोड़ने वाला.
Wow!
Why?
भाई क्या हो गया
It's
है?
not something that you're used to seeing. It's not something you'd expect.
अभी तो जियो खत्म हुआ.
That was a super fast swing.
इस बार बैच DeathAdder करूँगा.
Just walk straight into that smoke.
You may be feeling a
अंबानी
little
जी
bit
खुद
too much
बोलेंगे
there.
भाई ऑफिस में आओगे काम करने.
But they're gonna try to hit out onto
इतना हार्ड
this
वर्किंग कोई नहीं है.
site. Conan using his ult. Knife just got back
Clean
online.
push बे. Under 11 clear
Tuck
नहीं
in
किया.
hell, looking to play spoiler. The first fall, spotting the barrel of the second, and Conan double steps on him and drops him. Khalil, ooh. Rooney's getting the best of him
So
there.
close.
एक ही बंदा है वैसे.
Nosworth once again with a lot to do. Rooney weak. Vanity now rotating over.
Last player standing.
Plenty of health. Nosworth has won one of these already. And the opportunity to do it once more. With the paranoia in his face. The door broken open. And Rooney repositioning. Just a bait, just a threat,
Oh,
just
yeah,
a swing. The
yeah.
first falls. Is he expecting the second to come from the same spot? The bullet betrays him. Now Nosworth with 10 seconds left, still considering taking the fight. The dart to buy some time, and he takes a swing anyway. Doesn't commit to the play.
अच्छा गावात क्या हो गया?
Disaster once more and a Red Bull clutch for Furia.
Vanity talked about it in his interview.
Nothing to lose.
Nowzer is insane, he said. He said he's really mechanically talented. Nice 1v2. The spacing, not quite there for C9 on these retakes.
भाई Oxy मेरा goat.
And that peak from Havoc, the
Where is
entry
my
on
goat?
Oxy. Oxy was not ready. You're 100% correct. Oh my gosh.
Nothing to lose. You're seeing it in the way they're playing. You're seeing the way Havoc is swinging. Nosworth
ये लोग
playing a little
C9
bit
की
more loose.
क्वालिफिकेशन का मार देंगे लग रहा है. हम डूबे हैं, तुम्हें भी ले डूबेंगे
It's so
सनम.
freaky. When you
फ्यूरिया भी
pivot, team
क्वालिफाई.
that has
फ्यूरिया
nothing
कहाँ
to
से
lose
क्वालिफाई?
confidence.
फ्यूरिया क्वालिफाई हो सकते हैं नहीं रे.
I mean, they're so ahead right now. And
भाई फ्यूरिया 0-3 है. फ्यूरिया
many risks
क्वालिफाई
in the
करना
beginning of the round.
इम्पॉसिबल है
No,
भाई.
Like that
just-
one smoke in the choke comes out or a molly comes out.
फ्यूरिया
you just delay.
क्वालिफाई करना
They
इम्पॉसिबल
just
है.
got Zeppa's ult out for very little.
Yeah.
A smoke and a knife.
Johnny
and the
गया बे,
dart,
Johnny
or, I
गया.
mean, refreshable utility.
हेलो कैसे है मनराज?
They've been able to get away with this, but Oxy once
भाई
they know.
जेट ओपी होएगा.
Did
जेट
they
को
see
देखना
him?
एक बार वाइन्स वाला अटैकर
have-
वाला जेट को देखना.
A hunch that someone's there, but
Oh, the hunch is confirmed now.
Down B.
One is all little B.
You should run.
that's the key for MW to walk into sight. He should win this.
What?
And I wonder if they come back cat now. They already are.
He's got to take a lot of space here for this to feel secure.
Yeah, all he needs to do right now is just hold an off angle onto heaven.
Oh, of course he's pushing.
He's going really deep though.
30
This should
seconds
be
left.
red by Zeppa. There it is.
रेड
A little bit
सेक्सी
of an
था.
overheat there.
But they still have the space. They managed to get the spike down. The problem is Cloud9 have been able to upgrade a weapon. And they already had some.
There is a flash available from Zeppa, but this knife will get max
Ah,
info
oh.
and delay the retake.
And now the paranoia too. They're playing this so well.
This is such a good reposition from Conan.
I mean, the clock is ticking. If they're going to go, they have to go now. Zeppa jumps into his death.
Uh-oh.
1v2. He's gotten it down to one, but the triple
Oh my god.
भाई
tragedy ensues once
8-0.
more. Just when it looked like Moose was going to be a savior for Cloud9.
ये लेके अच्छा
One
खेलता है
in the
ना.
chamber. It's
Kaizen
these
भी
moments,
अच्छे
these
खेलते हैं. Kaizen
3v3s
ज़्यादा grind
with the
करता है.
retake. C9 just
ज़्यादा
can't
value खेला
get
इसलिए
the
उसको
correct
देते हैं.
trades.
मैं
And
उससे भी
honestly,
NH
Fury
के हो
are
रहा
doing a really good job in these situations too.
Yeah.
Conan repositioning there into hell, and then having somebody wrap around off of contact
Last player standing.
from Havoc in the main. I mean, this is nice play right now from Furia. Even going back, the heads-up awareness to deposit MW in the beginning of that round.
भाई लोग का अटैक डिफॉल्ट रोल स्ट्रांग है यार. सिर्फ
really good stuff
4-1
from
खेल रहे हैं बे.
Trying to bait into this fight. Not knowing that Zeppa's there with Vanity.
They're opting not to re-one-way right away. Will come out now though.
दो टिटन हुए ना.
Knife tagging two.
What do they use here?
I mean,
Out of the side of Fury, beautiful
भाई
pop
सेक्सी
flash,
पॉप.
and the molly to clear health.
they know though. They know.
Oh,
But
man.
MW still gets one.
ये भी 2 HP बे. भाई वो क्या
This has
पॉप
gone so
था.
sideways for Cloud9 so quickly.
MW was
क्या
full
pop
blind
था?
there, but he understood that there's not many ways
13-0.
for Vanity to get out in that
मत करो
spot, so all he needed to do was just peek out and pre-fire.
पहले कोई टूर्नामेंट है क्या जी क्वालीफाई कर पाए. वही है. स्प्लिट 2 मेन है.
Oh,
स्प्लिट 2
I
खेलेंगे
love
अभी
this
जी.
play.
स्प्लिट 2 के बाद कुछ नहीं.
C9
फिर
is good
सीधा
to
अगले
stay
साल.
off of that dagger. Most teams would rotate after
फिर
that.
ये साल
No,
का
but-
यही है.
MW spotted.
30 seconds
See the
left.
couple of cloud bursts. The flash is there. Oxy getting the kill under the jet. How much more can they find? Zeppa's playing up close with nothing but 2 HP. Chooses to
Spike
take the
down
fight.
A.
But Khalil on the trade. 10 HP. He's gotten up on the site. The spike not in hand. Havoc the only one close by. As the time runs lower
10
and
seconds
lower.
left.
There's still much to do here. Oxy with the classic looking.
Spike planted.
Seeing if he can find anything with the op in his back pocket.
Just creeping out right now.
Oh, there's one right beneath him. Dude, not again.
भाई ये
Another one.
वापस
Khalil with
10
three.
HP पे बेंचूद क्या चल रहा है?
It's the same things, these 2v2s, these weird scenarios that C9 are being put in. They just can't come out on top.
Dude, you were right. Full blind. There's really not many places to go.
Exactly.
भाई क्या चल रहा है? प्रीमियर अपडेट हार गए.
The trays are too good, and in this round, Khalil was so insane. Even before this, to have the gall to Omen TP back Gen while there's still players on site and offer in heaven. I mean, that's a crazy play. That's a crazy play.
And that's the second timeout called by Cloud9. So from this point forward, they'll be going without their coach as they try to figure out how to stop this outrageous display from Furia.
He'll give me Bubba.
I mean, this feels just like
What is
the
this
100 Thieves series that we
Bubba.
casted.
He'll give me
It's
Bubba.
Oxy at the top and everybody
Dumbo,
else
you'll
is
give me Dumbo.
extremely quiet.
तू क्या?
Bhadir. Hey Bhadir.
Makes you wonder maybe
Hey Bajlesh, you'll give me up Bajlesh.
bait his team.
वैसे डिसअपीयर हो गया पता नहीं कैसे. बिग्स में
Maybe
इतने
he
जल्दी
can be
मैच
the
हो
one
गया
that
तो
can
शॉर्ट
close
स्ट्रीम
out a
होगी.
round in those scenarios. In
Fixing.
that last round, he did his job,
प्रतीक
bro.
भाई क्या चाहिए
Posted
लाइफ
up on
में?
that Gen area the
पूरे
whole time,
क्वालीफाई हो नहीं
ended up getting a
सकती.
kill on the
सीरियन
swing.
को जितना क्वालीफाई कर
Khalil
क्या
with that
क्या
reposition.
फिक्सिंग करेंगे?
It was just too strong.
और क्या बोलेंगे?
A lighter by here, 3
कि
stingers.
भाई हम 9th राउंड में भी आ रहे हैं, तुम लोग स्टैक कर लो. बात सुन लो कि
And
गांड
they
हो आप.
haven't been able to plug a single hole. I mean, Fury have just had their way with them. Maybe this is where they can do something, though. They feel like they have a decent read as to what's going on.
Another KO on the B hit.
And MW pushing aggressively. Moose waiting for him on the other side. Rooney
Macho
separated
10-0.
by the door, having to wait things out for just a moment. They're not playing backside here.
10 का क्या सीन है? Send out.
We've seen that a lot of rounds, but this time they just want to fight for the retake.
बट एक बात है, T1
And a
Zeta G दोनों को मार
Furia
गया.
now.
Khalil's
Zeta का
gonna get
लेकिन
flashed
यार
early. Yeah, there it is.
दो
the
तीन राउंड
paranoia
भारी पड़ गया
understanding.
था.
Probably somebody holding B main, but he
Zeta
sidesteps
actually
it.
जीतता था.
And Rooney has no shot at winning that fight there. Finally, Khalil falls.
3v3.
So Spike's been going off for a little bit here. You see all 3 members of Fury huddled out onto the site. Excuse me, Nazar is the one who was up and he gets 2.
Gosh.
माचो क्या चल रहा है?
I feel like we've had
Hey, your
a
hitter
couple
is
of
here.
maps like
Router में
this
मट के
where it
अच्छे
feels
थे
like
आज.
the team is just getting
भाई
absolutely
रूटर के बाद
dismantled.
देखना क्या खेला है मैं.
Complete obliteration from top to bottom.
कर्मा
but
भाई,
Dre, had you
Immortal
told me
2 हो गया
it was
खुद
gonna be
से.
happening on this map, I didn't think it'd be in favor of Furia.
0 elo
I thought
से.
it'd be the other way around.
I don't want to speak. And you know
Yep.
And
yeah,
you know
yeah.
why.
Don't.
But this is a very
Then
confident
no, or
Furia.
no.
And what amazed me in this actual site
Huh?
was they got the scaling down
Huh?
perfectly this
Huh?
time. Other rounds, there was no trade onto MW. This time they all flooded in. They understood what they should do. There's no doubt, no hesitation in their mind.
Meanwhile, there's seemingly nothing but doubt and hesitation in the minds of Cloud9.
क्या?
The other side of the stage with so many questions.
अरे
And
हड्डी
a
टूटा है.
staggering lack of answers. MW dashing up top. The flash is perfect. Oxy can't hold the line. And it's on MW to wreak havoc. This time, Moose playing backside, though, able to drop the duelist. The knife going to delay things so much more at the hands of Zeppa. But now, where do they go from here? Do they commit?
भाई उनको पता भी नहीं है.
There's your answer right there. They do not like what they see. Of course, just as I say, I thought they fixed their scaling. They sat in the main again.
Yeah.
Seems like MW's on an island and it's like, okay, buddy, good luck.
Yeah, go get him.
Good luck over there. I mean,
हाँ गरम हो रहा है.
dashed over sight and still nobody came out
इतना
of the
पड़ा
choke
तो?
from Furia.
Yeah.
किन जली तो?
And he dashed over the site. He got all the way up to
कपड़ा
7.
जला तो?
Yeah.
Where's the help?
बुंड जली तो?
I mean, it's been working so far though, so.
If it ain't broke.
अभी हार गए प्रीमियर
to be
तो
fair,
आगे क्या
Cloud9
सीन
do
है?
do a really good
Do you
job of
still have
trying to
chance
keep
to
that push
qualify
at bay.
straight to? नहीं रे.
And Havoc.
Straight to
Surely he
केवल.
knows.
Every
30
single
seconds
fight
left.
has been going the way of Furia. Is this another instance? They draw the paranoia out. My goodness.
Gosh.
Crucial.
Again, a foot race towards A. but Furia seemed to be a step ahead. Oxy's going to be on the flank with an op.
And there's no KJ utility on this flank.
Dyson में क्या advantage है? Air purifier है यार.
10 seconds left.
He's gonna peek right into Oxy. Again, another whiff shot
Cool fact.
from Oxy.
Reckless abandon in these fights. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. 3 from Cloud9 playing up in heaven. You see the utility setup, the dart, the flash, Conan holding the line. The first found the second. Make that 3.
GG's.
Nothing going the way of Cloud9. Sometimes you play Valorant, other times Valorant plays you, man.
It's tough. This is so hard for Cloud9. Oh. And I feel for Oxy right now. He's trying to get aggro. He's trying to find these early kills.
Last round.
In that round, he took control of all of mid to the point where he even flanked.
Kaise?
But Furia in these rounds have been death balling in the beginning, util bombing the choke. So if he is there, they get him off the angle, and that spray down is absolutely disgusting.
The last bullet was a headshot on Zeppa. He'd been spraying the whole time. Again, man, sometimes things just go your way.
And what a weird off angle. You don't expect that.
No.
Shopping करनी है जल्दी.
Off angle off of this turret. And Oxy again
I'm
taking
online
all of the mid.
मैं जा रहा हूँ.
State. This time with support from his team. But he looks away for a second.
अरे क्या सीन है?
Another. They continue to go aggressive.
भाई 12-0 हो गई है
They're gonna be sitting on the
भाई.
other side of the map. Furia read into the fact that the majority of the aggression came from A.
क्या mid clear क्या बे ये लोग ने?
Another
अच्छा
kill.
गावत.
Flawless to end the half. A flawless
हो गया
half.
भाई GG था.
12-0.
Next map
Switching
चालू.
sides.
The first time this has happened this
भाई
year.
is this the first
Usually
13-0?
they jinx it around 9-10 rounds.
I mean, you might have just.
We're getting somewhere.
Are we the problem?
This is crazy. I mean, you can't make it up.
No.
भाई
I'm gonna be
Furia
honest,
से
I was
13-0?
memeing
Like
backstage. A 2-0
देखो,
for
like
Furia.
guys.
It's not that much of a meme anymore.
हजार
How do you
likes
bounce
नहीं
back
हुए.
if you're Cloud9?
बंद कर दे.
भाई
We'll let the deaths answer that one. Hakeem, take it away.
C9 ने
Oh,
भाई जो easy को आ रहा है, loud को आ रहा है, lev को आ रहा है, तुम्हारे आसपास,
Simply the expected result, nothing crazy.
तुम्हारे आसपास को आ रहा है.
again. This is unbelievable. Like Wyatt, I mean, like we saw so many pop-off
Bhai
moments,
jo.
especially from Nasr. What is going on? How do you
Settle.
I mean,
break this down?
they win the pistol round.
सबको आ रहा है, ये देख
React
Furia,
now, but a
G2
little
से आ रही है,
bit slow.
Energy से आ रही है,
Then
Crew
when
से आ रही है,
they win
MFR
the
से आ रही है.
bonus, all of a sudden,
सबसे आ रही है.
now we're kind of rolling. I mean, they were just
Okay.
winning out all of the crucial late rounds over and over, whether it was the Nasr clutches. I mean, this was just madness. Like after this round as well, there was, this was the crucial bonus round that they
Maybe
won.
five,
Where,
Hello.
I mean, again, there was a decent amount of first kills for C9. And then in the late rounds, Nasr
relax
clutching
होके
out
नींद
the
ही आ
big
जाएगा मेरे को.
2v4s where C9 are throwing away little advantages.
I mean, it's just the most ridiculous
दिन
half.
की बात
This is
है.
attack side Ascent that just got 12-0'd.
Valorant is a
That
funny
is
game.
crazy. So yeah,
Bhai,
credit to Furia.
इससे
They're
भी-
playing incredible. I mean, everybody's hitting the shots that they need to be. MW Zera included, even though in some instances like he's going a little way ahead of his team and this team needs to back him up. But I mean, Cloud9 as well, they're kind of hitting these situations, especially in this clutch. I was very
0,
disappointed
12,
with the way
12,
Vanity played it with the paranoia early before the plant is even going down when he could have wasted so much time and
Wall
bought
hacks.
the ability for him to 2v1
सारे clutch
Nasr
जीते
pretty
थे,
easily.
सारे.
Instead, like just ringing around
चार
the
पांच
rosy,
तो
and it
clutch ही
leads to
जीते
this.
रहेंगे ये लोग.
Nasr is killing them.
Yeah, he's playing insane. I mean, everyone has had their moments
फिर
stepping
भी
up.
वो
Lil
कोई
is stepping up,
500
and
ACS वाला
it's
कोई
just these
वो नहीं
late
कर
rounds, the
पाया.
way that
कितना था
the
chat?
Fury
500
players are
कुछ
playing
तो
off
था.
each other in those situations.
First half में
Really
एक
nice. I mean, they're
ACS.
setting up great crossfires when the retakes are coming in. They're swinging off of each other at the right times. It's just so nice from them right now. I mean,
500
they're
को
doing
इसका हो
nothing wrong.
सकता
Yeah,
है
well, there
first half
definitely
में
was a
से.
mentality shift for
किसी
all
का
of
नहीं हो
Furia.
सकता.
Gonna send things back
नहीं हो
over to our casters,
अरे
Doug
था,
and Baby Bay.
लेव का था 533.
First half में.
First half
Thank you
में.
so much, Hakeem. Yeah, Cloud9
भाई
flirting with
फ्यूचर
the
देखो
record
बे
here that
फ्यूचर देखो
it's not
Supra
company
ho.
they necessarily want to be a part of. The last time
जगमो
there
का था
was
देख जगमो का
an
था
013, it
आसपास
was
का
loud
कितना था
against
आसपास का भी अच्छा था
EG was on the receiving end of it, and of course they went on to become world champs. So
Like
ultimately,
करो पहले
whatever, but
1000.
it is interesting to
Jogomo,
note
jogomo लिखते
Fury
हो.
have been on the receiving end of every single like
हाँ
really
चार
bad
2000
stuff.
लोग दिख रहे लाइक करो बे
They're the ones who are
अभी
getting
देखा
13-3, 13-2 to now.
I know
I mean,
script it's
Everyone's
53
stepping up.
Yeah, and you
Scoreline.
You see it. It's there. It's brutal. Cloud9 must win pistol.
This stage has been so ridiculous.
इधर ही रख.
They've gotten out onto the site. A 5v5 retake to keep the 13-0 dream alive. And they've already gotten an OP.
नाइस एक किल मिल गया
देखो देखो
And
देखो.
they, yeah,
All you need to do is win one. And Oxy might get timing to the max.
spotting the first. MW has ghost and half armor. Oh, there's nowhere to go.
Oh!
But MW,
भाई
we
सैंडविच
Conan
कर
not
दिया
much
बे
better
उसे
off.
The start. No one there to break it right away. Attacks 4.
He's just not really able to do any damage with Classic from that distance. They know where he is. 3v3. Time is so
Enemy.
short. I don't think it's gonna happen. Cloud9, they get around.
अच्छा
No 13-0 for them.
after hitting scripted ये लोग कहाँ से आते पता नहीं
Everyone wanted it.
थोड़ा पैर हटाओ थोड़ा
Not happening yet.
The Cloud9 fans in the crowd went wild. After that one.
पैर भी
Just
दर्द हो रहा है.
brutal.
हाँ
पैर दर्द हो रहा है.
Yeah.
लोअर बैक
They were
दर्द हो
so
रहा है ना तो
decisive in
लोअर
their
बैक के
hit.
बाद
I
पैर ही
mean,
है
the truth is, they played the
So
pistol
ये
well.
लगा
Right? They were
ना?
super decisive in it. Zap was scaled out.
remaining.
They applied pressure into spawn. It was great.
नहीं चाहिए बराबर ठीक है
Oh, it's funny is we normally see
Knock
that
out.
when Oxy's like dropping 30 and he's getting
Right
3K
now.
after 3K.
Sometimes it's just like that when you're down 12-0.
मैं तो 5 साल की
I
हूँ.
mean,
देख ना
the
तेरा
feeling
नाक
you get from not being 13-0 is great. Oxy actually gets tagged up through the drone.
Oh, Khalil's gone unchecked.
Oh, no.
My brother. Not like this.
Oh, no.
Not like this.
Dude,
Traded back.
God bless you
3 sheriffs left
अगली बार नहीं करना
for the defense. This would be, if you're able to pull this off, the largest margin win we've had this stage.
And they're gambling that it's
कम
not
बैक
going
दंगा
to be a
दैट्स
hit.
नहीं बे पॉसिबल नहीं है बे
And they're
कैसे मार
wise
रहे
to do
देख बे
so. No one from Furia is here to see that the door is smoked. And that is so important because had somebody been playing Garden and seen that, they'd be worried about people walking out into A site.
भाई वो लोग तीनों
But
बी पे
nobody's there, and instead you have a B main trap. And when you're up 12-1 like this, you can afford to gamble
Lag
just like they did on pistol round. Had C9 ran into
lag
that 4-man A
gay.
stack, they probably would have lost the round.
Oh gosh, they're gonna walk into this
Lag
again.
Seconds left.
Yeah,
It's
they
gonna
do
happen,
have
isn't
gun
it?
advantage.
No, it's not. That's a big one. MW falling. Nasr having to give the
Last
space
player
up.
standing.
अरे
Oh, Cloud9 got their
क्यों
second.
जंप पिक किया ऐसा उसने
Yeah.
टैंक के लिए खेल लेता तो भी
Sure.
प्लांट के लिए खेलता उसके पास गन आ जाती बीमेन से
Like I was speaking about earlier,
क्या मारा बे टॉप 2
like Furia can afford to, in this half, gamble a site every single round if they
for
want
sure.
to, because all they need is one round.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't
Standing.
work, all you need to do is use your ults to win a round. There's just so many win
Correct.
cons for them in this series.
एक टरेट.
Or in this map, I should say.
अरे
All right.
Really risky there.
Yeah.
काहे?
Cloud9
मार
will
दो तो
pounce.
है।
They will punish.
Oxy 9.
They still haven't been able to work their way out of main though. That smoke proving to be a problem.
Come on.
Spam coming through. Not connecting yet.
What?
Whoa, that was bold. And now Oxy with the dash. Primed and at the ready. Lets it expire.
Waste हो
रिकॉन के
गया.
लिए रखा है क्या
They're investing with the ult. I guess when you want to be sure, you gotta be sure.
भाई
Having left in what will presumably become a 1v3.
एम तो चल रहा है बे हाँ
He has no utility. They know where he is. Light armor. He's gotten it down to 2.
Spike planted.
Havoc has gotten it down to 1. The drop of the turret. Vanity on the other side plays spoiler. This time.
भाई 1v3 क्लच कर दिया.
That is something else. Furia destroy Cloud9.
भाई
2.
1v3 कर दिया.
The Valorant gods are blessing
Sen City on top,
or
bro.
playing with the hearts of Sen City.
We'll find out here in a moment. That might have been the fastest game we've had so far. Currently, the record in stage 1 is 86 minutes.
भाई क्या?
And this may have broken that.
86 minutes?
55. 56
बोल मत
minutes.
सेन जीत सकता है यार.
Oh yeah, you're right. It couldn't be 86. That's way too long. I'm finding out.
Doxy did his thing. 5 first bloods. Yeah, he went -2, but this was just like the 100 Thieves game loss.
T9 के
It
तो
was
ऊपर
so
जाएगी.
similar this time.
G2 को क्या
Though
चला?
starting on the defensive side, which shocked me. But NZR had some really big
G2
moments.
को
in
लाउड
these
से
clutch
गंदा हारना
scenarios.
पड़ेगा ना 2-0.
And Cloud9 just could not close out any of these retakes, whether it was the 2v2s, the 3v3s.
Havoc had insane moments. Everybody from Furia contributing. We're gonna throw it to a break and let that.
नहीं बे,
become
possible नहीं है.
Lotus on the other side. We'll be right back.
Impossible है बे.
पर कैसे सेन को तो 8 पॉइंट्स था ना.
हाँ?
8 पॉइंट था ना.
That is championship point.
तो इसमें यूज नहीं होगा.
Excuse me,
Naga.
would you mind taking a picture
तू
of this?
नाक के पीछे क्यों पड़ा है मेरे?
Yes, problem. You need Verizon. Trade in that old thing and get a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage, so you can take all the pics. So many
थोड़ी आई
selfies.
थोड़ी.
नहीं.
A preposterous amount of panos!
मुक्का मारूंगा इस पानी में गिराऊंगा यही.
And as many portraits of me as your heart desires.
देख एकदम बिंदी जैसा इधर ही आ रहा है.
हाँ आंधे.
वो लगा दो.
नहीं कुछ नहीं.
शो.
अरे हट.
अरे शो
हट.
नो वंस. बिंदी आएगी कल तेरे को.
चलेगा मेरे को बिंदी. सिंगल है बिंदी सिंगल है वो. हाँ?
देखने देना एक बार.
भाई पिंपल पड़ती है बे. सीधा. इसको लगता है गेम है.
लाइक करो यार.
Which is better, singularity or near
सिंगुलैरिटी.
शेरिफ मत यूज करो, फैंटम यूज करो पिंच.
ये क्या रिप्लाई था?
फ्लैट वालों का नहीं समझेगा. It was the Immortal 2 reply.
तू देख मेरा मैच देख. जल्दी 2
नहीं
मिनट.
नहीं.
जल्दी लॉगिन करके
इसलिए
देख.
कहते रहो लॉगिन
नहीं
नहीं
देख
कर रहा
देख.
ना.
मेरा लॉगिन कर.
ना.
देखेगा.
नहीं.
मेरे
Supreme
को
Court?
okay as a immortal to give me analysis where I did wrong. So,
Huh?
see.
You getting toxic off stream, that is only wrong.
I didn't get toxic. What is
Huh?
wrong with you?
वाइपर थ्रो कर रहा था.
तो मैं उसको माइक खोल के कुछ नहीं बोली हूँ.
बराबर सरेंडर हो रहा था. तूने क्या किया?
क्या? सरेंडर कोई नहीं कर रहा था.
हाँ F6 दबा. मैं देख अभी इसका कैसे टाइम वेस्ट करते हो. हाँ डॉन पिंकी.
भाई हमारे इसमें नहीं सी आई टेल यू द एंटायर स्टोरी. ठीक है. सो फर्स्ट राउंड ये मेरे को परेशान कर रहा था. मैं ऑफ स्ट्रीम खेल रही थी. ये मेरे को परेशान कर रहा था तो मैं वहां पे थी. तो मैंने फर्स्ट राउंड हाफ ओके ऐसा नहीं फुल्ली. फर्स्ट राउंड का थोड़ा हाफ बाय एंड ऑल तक मैंने थोड़ा मिस कर दिया. ठीक है. तो वो वाइपर बोलता है सोहा भाई ऐसा है तो मतलब टाइप करके सब टाइप करके माइक तो होगा नहीं उसके पास. सब टाइप करके सोहा भाई थ्रो करना है तो मेरे को बता दो ना. ऐसे टाइम वेस्ट क्यों कर रही हो मेरा. मैंने बोला फर्स्ट राउंड वाह फर्स्ट राउंड में इतना बोला. ठीक है. वो मेरा जो ड्यूओ था उसने बोला सॉरी पानी पीने गए थे करके. उसे वहां पे हो गया. ठीक है. फिर सेकंड राउंड हुआ थर्ड राउंड हुआ. वो वॉल अप नहीं कर रहा ना ही कुछ कर रहा है. टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है मेरा. टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है. बस रोए जा रहे हैं. एफ रुको 5 राउंड रुको मैं दिखाता हूँ ये वो ऐसे सब लिख रहा है. फिर जैसे ही 5 राउंड हुआ उसने सरेंडर का डाला. मैंने रिजेक्ट कर दिया. मैंने बोला अब तो तेरा पूरा टाइम वेस्ट करके जाऊंगी मैं.
इसलिए नहीं हो रहा है.
हाँ.
वो सरेंडर
तो अभी तक मतलब
खेला अब तक ईलो बढ़ जाता था तेरा.
मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ऐसे लोगों के साथ ऐसे ही होना चाहिए. W किया, हाँ रिजेक्ट किया मैंने पूरा पूरा सर, चारों जन भर रहे उसको, फिर भी उसको कोई फर्क ही नहीं है।
इधर मैंने ये लॉबी में सरेंडर किया इमॉर्टल वाले 1 किलो पे था, एक
सही किया, हाँ ना।
देख कैसे क्या, पुनिश भी कम टॉक्सिक नहीं है। तेरे को पता है ना पुनिश क्या करता था?
क्या?
पबजी में हैक लगा के मेरे को स्विम स्टेप करके मारने आया था। वो भी किधर पता है? नोवो में, मिलिट्री बेस के बाजू में, ठीक है। मैं लैंड किया और तभी मैं अच्छा खेलता था थोड़ा।
हाँ,
मैं लैंड किया, स्क्वाड वाइप किया बे, तो मैं एक जगह पे ऐसा हील कर रहा था,
हाँ,
मेरे को कंटेनर से आर पार कोई तो मार रहा है, ठीक है। और मैं चिल्ला रहा हूँ भाई कोई तो मुझे मार रहा है, कंटेनर के आर पार मार रहा है।
हाँ,
मतलब गोली नहीं लग रही थी,
हाँ,
लेकिन वो फिर भी शूट कर रहा था कि उसको मैं दिख रहा था, ठीक है। तो मैं बोला भाई कोई तो कंटेनर के आर पार मार रहा है, और बाद में फिर भी 1v1 फाइट आ रही है, सीधा पिक करके पेला।
राइट, इसको नहीं समझता ना।
शर्म करो, शर्म पुन्नू, शर्म।
नहीं।
और बाद में जब इसका नाम आया ना लिख के, नाम आया, जब इसका नाम आया ना लिख के, मैं बोला पुनीश तेरे को शर्म है बड़वे, मैं स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ तो मेरा दोस्त के हैक कर रहा है, उसके ऊपर मेरे को आके मार रहा है, मतलब इट्स रॉन्ग ऑन सो मेनी लेवल्स। बोलता अरे मैं सिर्फ ट्राई कर रहा था।
मुंबई सर्वर में ऐसा ही, हाँ नो भाई। फिर मैं गई सिंगापुर में, उसमें ओमन लेके टॉप फ्रैग कर रही थी मैं, फिर भी हार गया। 8-4 से ओटी का सफर, और फिर हार गया। मैं केजे को बोल रही हूँ सीखे। केजे तो फिर भी ठीक है, रेज और रेना
माइटी मेरे को सच्ची आइडिया नहीं है रे क्या सीन है, मतलब मेरे को बस्टर ने बोला, उसने बोला रिकॉर्ड भी किया, मैं बोला तेरे को अगर लगता है तो कंप्लेंट कर, मेरे को एक्चुअल में नहीं मालूम है
ये
कि
माइटी
क्या
वो
सीन
वाला
है।
माइटी है क्या?
जो भी है वो राइट वाइट वाले देख लेंगे यार, मतलब ऐसा भी नहीं कि हम लोग को क्वालिफाई होकर कुछ करना है, आगे जाके ये हालत होता था कभी ना कभी, तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है वैसा। क्योंकि ऐसा सुना है कि वो लोग फ्रेंड्स के फ्रेंड्स है, वो लोग को 1-2 आईडी बैन हो रखा है, वो
डिड आई टेल यू?
गिव नो फक्स।
ऊपर से आई वाज जस्ट गोना, मेरे पास 79 क्या हो गया?
ऊपर से
नहीं।
हाँ
और एक बात,
हाँ
मतलब मैं उस गेम के पहले, वो वाइपर वाले गेम के पहले, मैं
बराबर
79 ऑन 100 थी,
बराबर,
ठीक है। उसके गेम के पहले गेम में।
पहले के पहले
हाँ, और वो
बहुत
हम
पहले।
जीते थे,
ठीक है
ठीक है।
ठीक है
उसमें मेरा 20+ हुआ,
ठीक है
99 आउट
है।
ऑफ 100।
शिट,
एक पॉइंट से मैं प्लैट 3 नहीं गई,
बात करो मैं फातिमा से,
एक पॉइंट।
बात करो क्या चाहिए तेरे को,
इतना
रेडिएंट
अच्छा
आईडी चाहिए?
जीते, 20+ हुआ, ऐसा नहीं 21 दे दे मेरे को।
एक्सक्यूज मी, स्ट्रीम चालू है, कहाँ है, क्या चल रहा है, हाँ ये क्या है ये सब?
And again, I mean, yeah, just looking at these highlights, like these guys could do no wrong. Every bullet that was being fired through a
नंबर जल्दी कर रहे थे
wall
पिंकी,
was
नहीं
hitting
कर रही
a
थी।
head.
नहीं,
It was
कुछ नहीं
crazy.
कर-
Every time they
ऐसे
had
ही
like any sort of hesitation on the idea or the strat that they were going up against, they get stopped at B.
Yeah.
They end up
Intense
just walking into another
competition.
side where Cloud9 is not ready for the pivot at all. And every time Furious was doing great in those mid rounds.
And I loved seeing it. The very
उधर मेरा हो गया होता ना,
पुनीश शर्म करो, हैक करके भी हगास
1v3.
उड़ने वाला भी लाया था पता है,
Especially, he's a guy that
उससे वॉल से नहीं हुआ करके पुनीश उड़ भी रहा था,
playing professionally and
गार्ड में बिटे कहीं उड़ाया था मेरे को,
down on himself with the
उसका
pressure.
एग्जाम
अकाउंट भी उड़ा
Win
उसका।
out in that
उसका एग्जाम
form
cancel।
with a moment like that after
नहीं भाई
destroying CHUMMI
पढ़ाई करो, टॉप
after
मारोगे।
that.
नहीं,
I
40
mean, this
रुपए
could be a
में
turning
नहीं
point for
होता।
him, or at very least, like for the rest of the series, he's going to be feeling
हाउ
so
कैन सन
good.
क्वालिफाई नहीं कर सकता
I'm
है?
always curious though, like, why did it take this long to get to this point with Furia? You know?
ये बोलता है उड़ने वाला कभी नहीं
Yeah.
लाता।
Like it leads to that. That's the point, right? Where
Yeah.
there's no pressure. That's why it takes so long. I mean, it's not even that. It's at this point in the season where it all.
उड़ने वाला कभी
there's
नहीं
not
लाया।
you heard from Corey
हाँ
now.
मतलब दूसरा वाला लाया था,
Nothing
यही
else
चाहिए
to
था
do
मेरे को,
other than just play the game.
ऐसे ही कोर्ट में
Pull things together. Well, you know what? Let's
यही
hear
चाहिए
what
था,
the C9
झूठ
has
बोलते तो
to
खुद
say
ब खुद सच
just ahead of
बोलते।
map 2.
I'm joined by Emmy before their second game here on stage. A rough one is the history of game 1 Rears.
ये वही है बे, टाइगर जिंदा है, एम्बॉट नहीं था।
I gotta ask, a lot of the weeks it's moving slow or kind of the same things.
भाई मैं पढ़ रहा था, stream देख ली, अभी मन ही नहीं कर रहा है.
No idea what's just went up in that game. Like I couldn't tell you.
तो भाई खेलना ही बंद कर दिया, ban हो गया बोल दे.
2v1, but the 2v1s aren't even 2v1s. They're 1v1s constantly. 4v2. I don't know. We just have to get it back together. I had a word.
यार मेरे को लेफ्ट हैंड में खुजली हो रही है, इसका मतलब क्या है?
All right, good luck with that game 2 momentum, maybe.
मेरे को लेफ्ट हैंड में
Well, you know what? I know exactly what happened. Furia happened.
मतलब बुक्का खाने
That's
वाली.
exactly what
नहीं
happened
तू
there.
थप्पड़
It seems like
खाने
they
वाला
need to
है.
get it back together.
अरे?
They need to be in hopefully rare form going into map 2.
कितने में हो जाएगा एग्जाम कैंसिल बिंक्स? भाई सिर्फ $10,000 यार.
Most of the time, they're not 2v1 situations though. They're actually 1v1s. And what do you
VPN
mean by
डालना
that?
पड़ेगा आपको.
The
Eh,
players were
क्या
playing
किया
like they were
तूने?
1v1
Refresh.
situations, often solo peeking, often not waiting for
अरे
you to.
लेफ्ट
They're
हैंड
like
से
trying
टपली.
to make the right idea, like grouping up, but then it gets
कितने बजे के उठोगे पता नहीं भाई. मैं लास्ट 14 घंटे से चेयर पे बैठा हूँ. भेंच चेयर के अंदर खड्डा होने वाला है आज.
It's about the vibes in that instance. It's about being able to communicate with your teammates.
पिंकी
and
भाई
be
नींद
happy,
के
excited about
नशे आई
what the
थिंक.
call is, and
भाई क्या
not
सोई है
overstep,
पता है.
not go before everybody's ready and on the same page.
घोड़ा बेच के सोना नहीं. आज
Absolutely. I mean,
सारे
this is
जानवर
just
बेच
sort
के
of
सोई
quick
थी.
point.
सारे.
इसी
Every
कल
Every
रात को
success
तू
and-
पहले
and,
जल्दी सो.
you know, the pressure being
तो
asked
मेरे
by
आधे
the
घंटे
players,
बाद
they
तो
just try to
सोई
make
है.
more time
नहीं.
for it, too. Integrating it.
झूठ.
I mean, that helps as well. That was a huge
2 घंटे मैंने
for them and
4-5
seeing the
एपिसोड
benefits
खत्म
from this
किए.
time has gone on here. But
एक
yeah, we are going to be heading on to
2x में
Lotus
देखती है
next, which is
Netflix.
Cloud9's
तू एक में नहीं देखती.
फिर भी डेटा जा रहे पता नहीं कैसे.
starting on defense, of course, you know,
मैं तो बोला अच्छा Netflix वाले 5x नहीं ला रहे बैंच.
Furia just went
2-2 सेकंड में
goddamn crazy on attack.
लोग कैसे गेम्स का प्ले थ्रू देखते हैं.
Serious momentum into this
वैसा.
on the favored side here.
Absolutely, and with the way that Cloud9 was playing that Ascent, a lot of times leaving it to fast.
Your age brings by 21.
That is the
हाँ.
key stylistic
इतने
choice
बैठ
they
के
make on this map
बूटी
as well
भाई
on
बूटी की
defense, right?
गांड लग
You
गई
might see a
भाई.
lot of the same. I'm honestly terrified right now for Cloud9.
नहीं
and
चाहिए मेरे को.
extremely
नहीं
excited
चाहिए,
for Furia based off
AC
the
चाहिए,
map that
गर्मी
we
हो
just
रही है.
saw. Going into this next one, I think
AC
it's
on ही
still
है.
perfect for them given the situation that they're in.
Definitely. I don't think it made a huge difference on the previous map, and here, I mean, this is just pretty much your default comp right now on Lotus with the fade, solo fade.
$1,000 में वो एक बिजनेस रख लेगा. पड़ेगा तेले ने.
Oh shit.
But on the last map, Moose actually switched over
ये
to
तो
KJ.
निकाल दिया.
Normally, he's just playing
कोई
Cypher
सीन नहीं,
all the
आजा.
time. And he's going to be playing KJ here as well. C9 favoring
Baita.
the solo Gecko again. They picked up a win on this map against Loud a couple
Baita.
weeks ago. Of course, there
Guys,
was some
तुम लोग
deadlock
notice
silliness from
नहीं है.
Sadok that was not paying off as much as it did yesterday. But still, that was a solid win from them. So expecting some good play here. A
मैंने
bit of
अठारह.
resurgence.
Yeah, well, is
नहीं
this
18 में.
happening? Can Furia shut down Cloud9 with a 2-0? Well, let's find out and send things back to your casters in Doug and Baby Bay.
Thank you so much, Lotus, an opportunity
हमारा
for
दोनों का
something
मिला
fresh
के.
and something new because
अरे नहीं
surely
चाहिए.
it doesn't happen again, right?
गीला हो गया मैं
I
पूरा
think
पसीने
Astro's
से.
about to go absolutely viral in this match.
Yeah?
I think he has to.
I
In
thought
order
it
to
was
bring
gonna
his
happen
team
map one.
out of the gutter and just allow them to thrive in this comeback because they're a team that once they're mental
Can Sen
is
still
shot,
qualify?
it seems like they have a really hard time
Right.
bringing it back, and I thought that that's a problem that they solved based upon how they played this entire stage. They've been playing great. Yeah, they had that one disaster.
Hey, Panko,
loss
go
to one of
sleep.
these, but I thought it was kind of
Hey,
a
go
throwaway.
sleep.
One of those.
It's
where,
3:30.
you know,
Go
this
sleep.
wasn't our day type of
मॉर्निंग
deals,
को
but
उठने का तेरे को 11 बजे मैं नहीं उठ
last map
सकता.
on Ascent was absolutely brutal to watch.
Yeah, and if this
अब
continues
के
to go
सारे
this way,
मार्क्स
this is also not their
मस्त
day.
है बस
They
एक को
haven't
छोड़
had
के.
their day for a
हाँ
couple
बे.
days.
Yeah.
भाई सच्ची दोस्त नहीं रहता तो कब का हाइट खा ले
Normally
रहता
a
हूँ.
map that Cloud9 is very, very good on.
Fun?
Just like
Kunnu
this,
जिस छोटे
Cloud9
नुन्नू.
historically has been good at Lotus. Yeah, it was a different roster at the time, but we've seen Oxy go crazy on this map.
Yeah.
And on the Raze, it might be the difference maker, honestly.
It was their map pick.
क्या लिखा
Let's see how much of a short-term memory they have.
God, Rooney already gets just tagged up. He's basically useless now. in
भाई
this
4
round.
बंदे आ चुके
35
हैं.
HP.
Just a body bag.
And MW, they're all with Spike, scaling upstairs. They've made footsteps. They've got to know they're there. Vanity's weak too. 45 HP between the two controllers.
And they can go B right now. The rotate shouldn't be able to make it in time. As I
is
see
here.
that, it comes in. Yep.
So they break
फिर
the
से
door.
जा रहे.
Oh man, Furia are playing so good right now, and they're going tree on top of it to not get picked from anybody on
भाई
stairs. or
कहाँ हो
that
गया है
broken door
प्यूरा
area.
जी.
Moose gets tagged. So that's now 3 members that are outrageously weak.
Dude, Furia are actually playing the macro game.
ये भी ले लिया
Superb
भाई.
right now.
And they're hitting the shots.
30 seconds left.
Look at, I mean, they're in their spawn, man. They're wrapping around behind
They're
them.
doing everything right now. This is a Fury that we've never seen since probably last year. Oh!
Shots connect. That was one of the weak ones. Kill's getting traded though. They're staying in this fight. Moose and Rudy are the only two that stand.
कल हार गए आप जिम्मेदार हो
There's no way to
सच्ची
be
है
able to control and expect where Fury members are right now. You've got them completely encapsulated on the site.
Enemy remaining.
It's just the trifecta setup.
Yeah.
The forbidden triangle, some would say. It's impossible.
The tiniest of slivers on health.
One enemy remaining.
What?
But then there's a third.
Oh boy, good thing time. Good thing it was time there, because that almost got real messy.
भाई
real
क्या
fast.
हो गया है मेरा C9
It's just unfortunate. Coden had quite a bit of whips in that round, but I mean, he did his job correctly, and the reactions from Fury at the end of this round to bait all the A utility out, go back to B, and then pump fake all the way back. And even just the pathing they took to make sure you go tree, so you're not stuck in the open and get crunched from, you know, that broken door and the stairs.
Right.
This is where you see the frustration from Emmy. It's not like they're getting outshot. It's not like C9 is doing things.
भाई लेकिन फ्यूरा का अच्छा था
Fury is playing a really good game right now. And as I say that, Havoc gets caught on an island. Of course, I'm just different with the jinxing. It's a meme at this point.
Fnatic में बाहर तो मजा आएगा चैंपियंस वो चैंपियंस टीम इन मास्टर्स क्यों मजा आएगा भाई
Much like we saw a couple of days ago, he's still getting his openers.
PRX बोलते भाई PRX तो क्वालिफाई है ना
At least so far this round, it's been the same story. Oxy gets his first. What do Cloud9 do from here? How do they convert this? They've got everybody at A. And that's where Fury is. That Dizzy's so good. Conan had no shot. They're going to
snap Dizzy और X-Trix का बीच.
Oh, that's a tough spot to be in. If you're Khalil.
आ गया ना भाई, आ गया C9.
Getting the entry on the Havoc, who honestly kind of just was on an island right there. I don't know why he was alone with no utility, just dry peeking. That ultimately allowed Cloud9 to rotate 5 people towards that A site and just be ready for the speed up.
Yeah, he was so far past that one way. That's crazy.
Just on an island, bit of a throw.
Then they did a really good job of stacking their utility. Cloud9 did on that retake, and it was just too much. So, reason for excitement, cause for hope for Cloud9.
Close to था. Volume बढ़ाओ.
This will be a fast B hit.
He's the only one with a gun here.
Premier का कैसे?
He has so much space. He can flank the A players.
You might almost have too many possibilities here, too many options. Oh, no. Havoc with the Guardian finding 2. The trade is there. You mentioned
he's not ready. Vanity is not ready for this.
No, there's no shot. Possibly the freest kill of his life. They're trying to tuck tail and get away. Rotate towards A.
Oi.
Much to their dismay, Cloud9 are hot to trot. Weapons in hand, but numbers in favor of the attack.
Spike planted.
Moose not able to snap number 1. MW taking the rope back down.
Oh. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, Rooney spotting the first. A gentle slide down and a footstep made, so they've got to know where he is at this point.
It's not planted for Khalil here.
No. Oh, this is bad. Oh, it's messy. 1 HP.
No charges left.
Khalil not much better off. Oh, the TP. He took the bait.
Oh. Havoc made up for it. He made up for it, Doug. He was so confident, even peeking the one way at C again.
That's so brutal.
Moments like that. He was so close to getting that kill.
Yeah, I mean, a funny look would have gotten the job done. He had 1 HP.
Yeah. It wasn't planted for him either. I wonder why.
भाई देव भाई की तरफ आजकल घर ले लिया लगता है.
Force the issue. Make Khalil have to expose his body by tapping the bomb, and another quick B hit here.
Rooney Fury. Rooney forced to take a step back.
Oh, and look at that. They feinted that they were going to fight that broken door and it baited out Vanity's Omen ult.
Oxy swinging out, trying to get the timing, and he does. 2 kills found, Zeppa from up top, but MW on the counter.
They're just freezing the round right here. They do not have the bomb.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. I don't know that they have much of a choice. Spam this time goes away.
Left right हो गया रे dude.
So crazy. I mean, this is blow for blow again.
This feels like
Close जा रहा लग रहा है.
the messy jail Valorant that we've heard of.
Yeah.
Pattern
This is
में
good for
लिखना था.
Cloud9 though, to get the better of these exchanges because,
Oh yeah.
I mean, you want as many rounds as you can on the defensive side. Lotus is known to be an attack-sided map. With the changes, it has helped a little bit.
VW नहीं दबा रहा लेकिन Fury आज यार.
Just in general, it's tough. And this time, the deal breaker was nobody was actually watching that broken door area.
Right.
Whereas,
just utility, yeah.
Whereas the last round,
Util डाल के छोड़ दिया और वो लोगों को लगा भी नहीं था कोई pick करेगा.
Nobody was in the open here. I mean, that's a blunder if I've ever seen it.
And as you were just
running towards sight.
Oh, and as you mentioned, Cloud9 capitalizing on it. They've done a good job of navigating this mess. It's been the first 4 rounds of Lotus.
And they're going to slowly keep building confidence because of these scrappy rounds they're winning. Like these eco weird buys. These are not the rounds that you want to give Cloud9 if you're Furia.
Pretty sure
now they're going to feel better going into this entire half. And a confident Cloud9 is one that can definitely get a reverse sweep.
Yeah, it's a takeover type beat. And the thing is, we mentioned it earlier in the split. This is not new territory for Cloud9. Yeah, you don't often find yourselves down in a series after losing 2-13, but they lose their first maps a lot, and then they come back and pull off the next 2 maps. So this isn't necessarily new for them.
No guns online for Furia, just a stinger and some sheriffs.
They're making a ton of noise here, trying to see if they can find any free kills. Maybe draw rotations out one way or another. You see all the killjoy utilities. A tap at the door and Oxy's
Vanity
has an angle a little bit over the smoke. But he's kind of in a one and done right now. No one really here to trade him.
Quick reposition.
Gunfight.
There's the one and done.
MW cue to pop rocket.
Yeah, pushing the pace. Finding some high ground, trying to clear the space. But Zeppa is in the smoke.
No way.
He's in the smoke.
This is...
Is he going to get away with murder?
This is crazy.
Creeping forward. The first threat has been dealt with. MW not finding any value. Now they know where he is. And the spike not planted. Conan can still TP and get out. There's not a ton of space found anywhere else either.
Super scrappy rounds.
All map.
Yeah, it's
close
just It's a brawl everywhere.
That
was a really risky play from Zeppa, but I like that he's going for these plays. I like that we're seeing confidence out of C9 and they're actually just not folding over like they did on the last map.
Yeah,
for sure. And again, I do think it's because they're here so often. This is not new to them. So Fury call a timeout, give them a moment to pause and reset, because as you guys may have seen right before cutting away, this is a big round for them. They have full rifles, they have a couple of key ults online, and then a couple more not far off. So we'll see how they choose to approach this in what has been probably one of the messiest games of Valorant I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's so scrappy, and a big part of Furia's success in the last map on Ascent was conditioning certain defaults and then switching it up after like 2 or 3 rounds.
Right.
The problem you have here is we're already 5 rounds in, and you really haven't been able to condition anything and like set up win conditions for later in the half because it's just been so scrappy and brawly. I mean, you're winning an eco, then you're getting ecoed.
And then you win an eco,
and then you get ecoed again. And you get ecoed again. It's like, yeah, exactly. There's no real layering here. Cloud9 hasn't had to really do much besides flood in and make chaos against Furia. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy too is for a 3-site map, you would think there's a lot more room to condition and there's a lot more room to throw eye candy, and they just haven't really been able to get to that game. So maybe that's what's discussed on the timeout. We'll see what Furia choose to do. A heavy lean ace so far and a little bit of killjoy utility to dissuade the push.
Language Hindi. ये वाइपर तो होल्ड कर लेगा actually.
should be known from Furia that Cloud9 are
भाई आज हम भी यही सेटअप
geared
कर रहे
towards
थे
the C side, especially with the
लेकिन
one-way.
देख रहे हो ना
As I say that, Havoc might get caught lacking. This push coming through.
I mean, they've taken so much space, C-Mound already. They're forced to turn their attention towards A. MW satcheling forward, Bruni just barely trying to get away. Meanwhile, Havoc dies, trying to contain the flank. Both members of Cloud9 that were sitting on the site, trying to keep them back fall.
And this stairs position from MW Zera. This is huge that he snuck into here.
They know that there's at least one on the flank. I don't know that they're expecting all the other ones. Now the paranoia is out. Oxy looking for anything that he can find while the Thrash has been invested.
That's a great nade from Oxy. Isolating the 1v1, but Conan swings out.
What a swing. MW and Nasr left into 2v2 with the spike being tapped. MW with 3 on the round. Vanity, a 1v2. Time not on his side. We're tied at 3.
भाई क्या हो गया क्या हो गया
You get the bomb down on the side. Really good calling in the post plants. I mean, to flip heaven there and just hold everything.
इस वाइपर के साथ भी वही हुआ जो तेरे साथ हुआ था.
The reason why Furia won this round was there was a gecko molly that was thrown from Zeppa into that back pit A area that actually didn't clear all of it. So that's why Vanity thought it was absolutely clean and didn't have to watch his back.
And it's honestly it's a lot of the same successes that we found on Ascent. 12 for 12 on
Loud का क्या हो गया? Loud out है.
A lot of the same story. They get the spike down. There's a good chance they're winning the round.
Yeah.
I feel Loud out है और easy in है मेरे हिसाब से. मतलब Loud और easy में जो जीता वो जीता वाला सीन होने वाला.
A nade, everything as Vanity pushes forward against 2.
Guys देख रहे हो ना कैसे रबल ले रहे.
It's just
देख रहे हो ना guys.
Yeah, it's interesting that Furia continue to want to fight for the same main control, because I think we've seen teams kind of move away from that and become much more interested in controlling mound control at the beginning of the rounds from the attack side. So it's curious that it almost feels like they're playing the older style, the older brand of Lotus, and they feel maybe a little behind on the read on the map. Because Cloud9 are taking
Loud के chances तो है, chances है, लेकिन मेरे को लग रहा है G2 जीतेगा.
You understand that the
I have a very strong feeling,
especially with the sound that's being made. And I mean, Khalil should get that kill, I think 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, for sure.
A big whiff from him, and that honestly changed the entire way that this round goes. If Vanity gets dropped there, he doesn't get max value.
Map 3 ना, map 3 लग रहा है ना. Nrg qualified, Nrg.
See, now you're right. Finally, we're seeing more of a C side default, and this is very, very popular amongst teams to just take control of this entire spot.
Nrg qualified.
Kalila just gets spammed right here, and it's already falling apart for Fury.
Yeah, I think there are a couple things that are going on here. Number one, they don't have the guns to fight back. And that obviously makes things messy more often than not. But then also, there was nothing really to convince that it was going to be the same A default they've been running. There was no utility invested. There was nothing to suggest that, okay, they're still here. And then Rooney is able to get the pick on the guy Mound. The sites, I mean, the map is opened up.
One enemy remaining.
Nice reposition from Moose. It should be easy pick'ems, but
you were saying.
I'm not talking anymore.
You just didn't say anything declarative.
Nrg का पता चलेगा most likely.
So Conan
आज का match
main
है.
45 seconds left. A 1v3. He does have the spike.
If he gets one more kill,
time क्या chat? कल बंद होएगा ना शायद.
To drop the
कल शाम को बंद होएगा शायद.
And play mollies potentially.
That's just so tough on B, man. There's so many angles that you have to be concerned about. So many ways in which you can get pushed.
30 seconds left.
Oh, he just got a lot of info off of that, right? Saw the gecko, but the flash from Vanity was perfect.
5-3, nice. Attack C9 का तो बहुत बाप है. तो 5 round is enough. ये map C9 है, map 3 चलो. Simple बात.
It felt like their timing.
Global का क्या scene है?
In that last map were completely off, not even close. There's just something about this close C smoke that I'm not a fan of.
That just scared me.
कितना enjoy करते हैं ना लेकिन game वाले.
Yeah, and so now it seems like Fury are back to what they've been doing, really at the opening rounds, but this time with a little bit of an adjustment to it. This time they threw the Fade Eye out, they put the wall up A, there's at least a little bit more to convince that that's what's going on. And that's the smoke you were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
To counter the one way.
I like that they used it to condition them taking C-Mount this round, but it's just so obvious.
And then they've got a cross set up with
मेरे को लगा रुक जाएगा रे
He gets
वो.
his one, gets away with the op. He's got to try to stay alive, feeling some of the pressure. Cloud9 clicking here. I mean, the timings on their swings and how they're playing off of each other is great.
Where are you?
Yeah, obviously they're a
इससे
little,
बोला फेड
little
के पे
ambitious
अंटा.
peak.
Spike planted.
They don't need to really do that.
They've gotten the spike down here. Remember, this has been a large key to their success so far. That Nightfall's going to tag 3, so they know exactly where they are. A quick step back. Havoc has his ult. Does he invest in? Or does he wait just a little bit longer to get max value out of the time that's bought? Such a difficult position to be in. Nas, we're dancing around the utility. The first will fall, and there it is. That's going to cue the ult.
And Molly's for the bomb as well.
They might keep this thing alive.
Uh-oh.
Zeppa, not able to get it to half. There's nowhere for them to go. They just wait this out, and they're both stuck. Oh, Rooney stepped out of one. Excuse me.
एक और नेट था ना.
Rooney gets both kills.
I think एक और नेट था ना उसके पास.
Oh my gosh. 1.6.
एक और नेट था या नहीं था?
That was so close for Furia.
हाँ?
C9 getting the better of these post-plan exchanges now. And this bait and switch setup. I feel like we've seen C9 run this so many times before.
नहीं था
And that
पक्का?
close omen smoke just makes it so obvious that you're doing stuff around that side of the map. And it's almost unnecessary. It's almost better to just put the one way up, use your fade utility with a satchel. That's mainly what we're seeing nowadays out of teams. And I think you're right, they're a little bit behind on these defaults.
It feels like it. It feels like they're playing the old style of
Nirantar
Lotus.
Oh, and Havoc's gonna walk right into this op.
Oh, they're using the dog. Oxy going forward with the ult.
Dog
Gets
बोलते
in,
हैं.
gets out.
आ गया बे C9 वापस. पहला गेम वो था बे warm up.
And he's able to preserve the op.
Yeah, and you look at the minimap, everyone's already gonna lean towards A now.
भाई इसके पास ult है लेकिन.
Zeppa should be wise to get out of this site. Play a 5v4 retake. You have good utility. You have the KJ ult.
Choosing to freeze for just a moment. MW on the satchel across the paranoia up top.
That was a great paranoia to take space.
Zep.
Still not down.
Yeah,
Need
Zep on the
है,
side
ult
step.
है.
Still plenty of utility here too.
Viper
Once
ult
again,
मारेगा
he
क्या?
gets the spike
मारा.
down. This time they're dropping the pit. It seems
भाई
like they're gonna want to play
Killjoy
for free.
ulti, Moose का ulti अभी
KJ
वो
ult
है.
should be coming out. And I think this nade
नहीं, इतना
should
अच्छा नहीं
break.
है.
The KJ ult. Nope. Just off and MW gets picked through the smoke.
Now Oxy pushing forward. Got the lockdown, not going to tag anyone, but they're going to push into it. The pit, not a problem. As Nasr, he can't see a thing, still lands a shot, but the defuse comes through.
कैसे जीता भाई
Cloud9 back to
C9
their
ये
winning
राउंड.
ways.
और बार लाइक का बोलो चैट लाइक करो. तो के लाइक्स करो. ट्विटर पे लॉग स्ट्रीम होगी हगाज देखने मिलेगा हाँ कल भी होगा.
And then just runs it down through the
कल भी
Viper with a
होगी.
classic and picks up another. That's insane. If he doesn't do that,
भाई कुछ
MW
तो all
has a
set किया
rocket
उसने.
to basically guarantee the round win.
उसका अलचेट किया ना उसने.
Yeah, Havoc had no choice there, man. And you're right, MW would have had the ult there. That potentially changes the entire landscape.
Wrong place, wrong time for MW. And Oxy's having a performance right now.
Hello Bangga, hello.
He's just so good on Raze.
Vanity's in such a good spot here. There are a couple of things that feel drastically different from Ascent, but I think one of the things we haven't really talked about is how it's felt like Vanity has had a read
Hello
on
de
what
all
Furia
chat
wanted
ना
to
nice shot हो सब
do
लिख
every round.
राउंड होने के बाद दिखता हूँ.
It gets traded. But even then, like his positioning, understanding the turret was B, he was playing in a tight angle too. This has been really nice from Cloud9 up until this point.
Yeah,
मैं the best team qualify bro. मैं कैसे बेहतर चल रहा है?
The little reclear.
थोड़ा सा बड़ा है पुन्नू.
Quick peek on Havoc.
Rooney chooses to use the Pippi.
भाई आलम बहुत crazy है ना?
And they have all that utility to confirm where the hit is headed.
एक बार आलम बहुत नहीं डाला ये वाला.
And allow the rest of C9 to position for the retake.
Hello, क्या हाल है? युड भाई सब बढ़िया.
Moose can cause problems. He sees the TP, but it doesn't appear in his sight. They still don't. I don't think they know where he is. Oh, they know now. The spam through, almost connecting onto Khalil. Just enough of a threat. A shiver sent down his spine. Moose now pushing forward off the flash. Separate gets one of his own as well. And Conan will not be alone anymore.
Clean util
You
usage.
see the difference? It's night and day with these retakes.
Nrg जीतेगा तो qualified ना. आज Nrg जीतेगा तो qualified.
And Moose, all he needs to do in that position is just live and delay. Not get picked off like, honestly, like C9 was in the last
बस कोच बॉक्स होता है क्या ऐसा कोच से फर्क पड़ता है हाँ कोच तो बहुत सारे स्टैट्स लाते हैं यार
every time
स्टैट्स लाते हैं एंटी स्टैट्स लाते हैं क्या काम कर रहा है क्या नहीं काम कर रहा है किसको क्या एजेंसी सब कोच करते हैं.
A little bit of audio problems. I think he was screaming so loud that his mic couldn't pick it
उधर
up.
बोला भाई एनर्जी देख के.
Last round of the half. Cloud9 putting up an insanely different fight from what we saw on Ascent. When it felt like nothing could go their way, maybe not to the same degree. It feels like they can't do any wrong here. I mean, Vanity's hopping, repositioning. He gets the Haunt out. Meanwhile, MW satcheling forward, gets Oxy. They found a little bit of space here. And with this, potentially another lease on life.
No way.
But it's another kill that goes into the way of Cloud9 in a way that you wouldn't necessarily expect. The paranoia is not going to tag anyone, but it's tapped the door for Moose. He wants to take the fight.
Almost double kill.
Potentially ill-advised, but Rooney's
Gekko Cult वापस आ गया. अयो ये भी राउंड गया. Gekko Cult वापस आ गया. सारे पोकेमॉन से उसके पास शायद.
5 HP. Khalil has no util and he's taking some damage as well.
Disqualified नहीं बे eliminated.
This would be ridiculous if they could pull it off, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. Rooney, go get it, man. They want a PC. Oh, sorry, guys.
Wait. Oh, my gosh. That was so risky from Vanity, but he had complete and utter faith in...
10 बार. Champions में है या नहीं? Champions चला जाएगा सर. 10 Champions easy
This
qualified.
Gecko has been getting so much value for Cloud9.
Steph has been nuts on.
He's been getting so many flashes. No one from the side of Fury ready to break any of these Gecko eyes.
भाई सोचो भाई 12-0 के बाद भाई लो FPS आ रहा है उसको देखो.
That feels like the big difference maker on these retakes.
क्या FPS पे कर रहे लोग
so much space off of the utility that he's been able to invest. And then obviously the ult certainly help when they can't shoot back. And it doesn't feel like Fury have really shot back at all this half. A 9-3 lead in favor of Cloud9. We're going to throw it down to Riv, who's hanging by at the co-streaming booth.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I am joined by Piplup Tiny in the co-stream booth. It's very nice to meet you, but this is not your first time here. It's your second one. How are you enjoying the vibes again here at the Riot Games Arena?
Always great. The crowd is super loud and super packed up today. The game is a little bit shaky, but I'm glad that everybody is like having a lot of fun here.
Speaking of shaky, you watched, since you're a Cloud9 streamer, you watched the team beat Lev, right? And then you watched the team almost get 13-0'd, and you're not allowed to get off this wild ride. How do you cope with this?
I try to stick with the script. You know, we always lose first map, and then after that, it's fine. So I try not to be too invested in the first map, and then the second and third is always like, okay, now I can really like lock in and be like, oh my god, are we actually gonna win this?
All right. Then who do you think, doing all right already in the second map, but who do you think needs to pop off for this to be closed out for Cloud9 to just take it?
I think we need to keep doing what we're already doing. We're very confident right now, just like running into the ult and just doing as much as we can to get as many kills as possible. And I think we're looking really good right now. Just keep it up.
Basically everybody on the Oxy mindset right now. Where can people find you? Thank you so much for coming out, but where can we find you after this and where you're streaming?
My handles for everything is Piplup Tiny. I do vlogs and I also stream almost every single day.
All right, Piplup, thank you so much. Was he throw back to the casters?
Every single day. Yeah,
take it back, gentlemen.
Yo, I want free stuff.
I want one of those.
Yeah, for real, I want free stuff. Yo, also, very quickly, dude, sometimes I feel for the Cloud9 fans who are forced on this emotional roller coaster every freaking week. Poor Piplup Tiny just kind of concedes the fact that you can't get invested in map 1 because you know it's just likely not going to go your way.
I feel like I was the same way when I was on FaZe. I feel like we would always go down 9-3 in halves and bring it back and just make it so stressful for the fans. And yeah, Cloud9 is definitely doing that right now. But man, when they look good, it's all a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, I mean, they look like a 3-in-1 team that could beat anybody.
Yeah.
Right? And then when they look bad, well, we saw what that looked like on Ascent.
Dude, the lows are so low for this squad.
Yep.
And I don't even think it's gameplay. It's just mental at that point. But I'm glad that they're able to bounce back in this map and show more than signs of life. And Oxy, dude, when Oxy's on a raise,
15-9.
He's too good.
He's been insane.
Just saying, हम लोग भी C9 support तो करते हैं. क्या बोलते हो?
Fury have been anything but.
क्या आईडी देखना नहीं रे
Just 3
बाबा.
rounds, and really looking nothing like the team we saw on Ascent.
Here we go.
Any sort of
Karan
spark
karo
just
Karan
feels
bhai.
like it's been missing. But now they desperately need
Blind
to find some flint if they want to have a shot at this.
Oh,
On the defensive side of Lotus, it's going to be tough sledding, but we'll see how they choose to play this. That certainly helps. The free kills are the best ones, and they've gotten a second, but Zeppa getting back sight, swinging right back.
वो लोग का rotation नहीं है, दूर तक rotation नहीं है वो लोग का. भाई कार rotation चाहिए. Hey,
They're setting up in really good post-plant positions here. Zeppa's going to be able to take some contact.
Zeppa मारेगा.
And then reposition, no damage taken. No harm done. The C's with just a threat as Oxy swings back. I mean, this has to go the way of Fury if they want a shot at this, and it doesn't seem like they'll be able to pull this off. However, Zeppa's weak. Moose is 2, and it's all traded. A 1-for-1. Khalil 20 HP. Playing up close. God. Moose is waiting on the other side of smoke.
Clean, baby, clean.
It's a great pinch onto the player that was playing in that A door area. Onto Conan, who's been having a rough map. And Cloud9 just looks so good. They're doing their rehearse takes. They walk all the way up. Yeah, unfortunate kill on the Rooney there, but the actual pinch on the site was beautiful. And then Oxy in this post-plant mid-round. Doing his job, and
अच्छे streamers हैं Immortal पे. लड़की लोग ना बहुत सारे.
What we saw in the last round
was
Zeppa with the same flash. It bounces back to him, so he's able to pick it up. And that'll give them the free real estate on the C-Mound area. That was honestly lacking for Furia.
This is what we were talking about earlier, right? This is how it feels like teams are playing the map now, and we didn't really see that from Fury at all.
Yeah, and you have Rooney on the other side to just spot if any A type of pressure comes through. So now you're going to see off a contact here from Cloud9, if they see more than one member, you might see Rooney just walk all the way up on the A side and call his team back.
I think accident
utility, Omen utility, you've got to know. And they have reinforcements here, so they take a step back. It's really nicely done.
Yeah, but Furia might be ahead of this.
They just don't really have the guns. It's interesting they didn't choose to invest into this at all, given the deficit they're staring at.
Rooney gets tagged down.
Again,
5 HP.
It's like last round. He gets one tap through a wall. This time getting tagged. It's just not his day.
I wonder if, yeah, C9 should be reading into this and transitioning over to that B. Off of that door tap. They're playing this macro game so well right now. They understand that they didn't have the timing to truly make it towards that A site.
And again, you got to give Vanity his flowers, man. This felt a lot like the first half where Vanity was just a step ahead of what Fury are trying to do. This half seems no different. And obviously that looks notably worse when you don't really have guns to fight back with. But the way they're playing the macro is beautiful.
मिलते पुनी जल्दी मिलेंगे अपन.
NZR, not today. Yeah, that was really good from Vanity.
Oh, it was perfect. I mean, he draws out all of the utilities, rotates back A, and inserts Rooney, leaves him there, and then they push B, knowing where the utility's coming from. I mean, he was reading the book the entire way. Time is truly. Conan gets his couple of kills. Only an outlaw carried over.
Yeah. That's as costly as it can get, honestly.
And it's just Rooney.
Bro, आपने पिंकी का नाम सबसे लास्ट में लिया भाई, जानबूझ कर लिया भाई. Saving the best for the last.
It's too late.
Yeah, it probably is.
11-3. I mean, wouldn't answer back from Cloud9. really haven't had to do much.
What?
One enemy remaining.
I know that this map isn't going the way of Furia at all, but Noswer's still, I mean, Noswer's good, man.
Yeah, he was definitely a great addition to this team. He's been putting up big numbers, and he's coming into this team, creating a new system, and that's not easy to do.
No, not at all.
I don't know what his IGL experience has been in the past.
Saving the last for the best. Wait,
he's doing it.
Last for best.
He's
Husband
making
tips
the
though.
best of what he can with what he's got.
Yeah.
And we saw that on Ascent. Obviously, not the same case here on Lotus, but you see him on
भाई
the screen.
काहे body दिखा रहे मेरे सामने बे?
The troops back together.
दिखाओ मैं दिखाओ दिखाओ.
It's tough to see what the
जान
game
दो इस बार
plan was
माफ
for
करता
Furia
हूँ.
on their attacking side. And I wonder if that's because of how the rounds went early on. I wonder if it's because it was that scrappy back and forth
अब क्या वाला Valo
that they
players
didn't come out the good side of being on.
in descending manner.
And you got to think, had it gone their way,
मैं
had
नहीं
they
कर
not
रही.
gotten
चल
eco'd
end हो जाऊँगा.
twice, maybe they would have snowballed like they did in the last map.
सबसे
And we
बाप
wouldn't even be
ऐसे
here.
टर्न में Valo player एक ही
Yeah, it's very
लेकिन one and
possible.
only
Cannot be
the
doing
Jord
that against
of
a
the
team
all the Jordish.
like Cloud9.
So on the other side of the timeout, Furia with rifles.
थोड़ी
wide
देर के लिए
armor on
underground हो
4
रहा
out
हूँ.
of 5
Very nice बड़वे.
Really no ults within reaching distance either. Meanwhile, Zappa's 1 point
साला
away from
उंगली
having
दिया तो
Thrash
लुली चूस रहा
online,
बुद्धू.
and you just get so much value out of that thing. It's crazy.
वो ना मुंबई आने का कुछ प्लान है कि नहीं?
Lurk smoke from Vanity onto C, and they will hear spam, so they know someone's trying to play that area.
Oh, that thing went crazy.
Rooney got all the way up here in the first 30 seconds of the round. He slid past the enemy defenses.
अभी साथ
There's no way
अभी
they know
साथ
where he
खेलने का है
is.
कभी
Poor
on
Oxy
stream
only has a
क्यों रे
classic
on
in that
stream में क्यों खेलना
situation.
तेरे को?
Rooney wins the round right here.
He has every single chance to. Havoc almost styles on it, makes a
सब
fool of
जगह है
him, but
बेरूनी सब
the
जगह.
shots are settled. Now Cloud9 choosing to go B off of this, or at least threaten it. But they have once again, Rooney is so far up, and he still hasn't been dealt with. A shot at a second, it was a
भाई
little delayed,
क्या
but you're right, Rooney
सीन
might win this
है?
round
क्या
himself.
सीन है?
On the slider by Conan, trying to play up in heaven. Rooney
भाई
with
एक और.
When Rooney's online, it's a sight to see.
Yeah.
He's got some of the most
Online
crisp
कैसे land पे वो
aim
लोग?
Steady.
in this league. Yeah,
बधिर हो
It
गया.
almost looks effortless when he's on.
his one taps.
They know him for his one tap.
They be talking about.
बिग यार तुम्हारा स्ट्रेस बच रहा है. अभी मेरा ब्रेकअप हुआ तुझे देख रहा हूँ. Love you.
Well, Khalil getting the best of Zeppa there. Keeping things interesting, because we wouldn't have it
Last
any other
match का
way.
revenge ले
BC
लिया.
Furia, they've kind of cut their losses here.
Well,
They're trying to save the weapons
13-2
they can
versus
to go into the
13-3.
next. As Furia will be inevitably getting to map point.
क्या बकचोदी चल रही है.
With Bind just a few moments away, there goes the ace. Sorry, guys.
It's just not a good feeling if you're
Awesome
Furia to have
kill.
to save and allow C9 to get on match point.
आपका वैल्यू में
I mean,
कितना
they
रैंक
haven't
पीक है?
had good feelings in the last
Radiant.
40 minutes, man.
उसके बाद
I know.
Easy सा लग गया game.
Speed run against Cloud9.
यही जोक की वजह से सेन क्वालीफाई नहीं हो जैसे.
C9 might break
मैं
their record
स्ट्रीम
because
भी
they
नहीं कर
were
रहा था.
to time out this time. And this was off of like a very scrappy buy. Rooney had the only gun because he had so much money.
भाई कुछ
from that
भी बोल बे.
previous round.
भगाया तो है
He
बे.
carried it. He did exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah, the
बी
investment paid
प्रेशर
dividends.
करके भगा दिया. ए
And when you see
प्रेशर करके
somebody
भगा
just
दिया.
run all the way up.
ये fight किया तो हार
a
गए.
spot like that and find a
ये
time
fight
like
किया तो
that,
सीनन
that's
हार
vicious.
गया.
That's 9 rounds
हार
in a
गया
row for
सीनन.
Cloud9, man.
सीनन गयो.
Oh,
तो ये
a little
रबल नेट नहीं
aggressive
डाला.
from both teams.
Make it 10. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, when you decide that this is the space you want to fight for, you invest everything into it, and Cloud9 have done that well.
This is a free ace site.
They get the thrash back too. Zeppa once again playing this Gecko character so well.
You're gonna see Oxy
अगर
tap
आपको
this
जी
door
represent
here.
करने का चांस मिलता है तो
I think
पर
that's
वहाँ के लेके
wrapped.
भाई.
That's gonna keep two players towards a just
बाहर
that
जाके क्यों
one little
बेइज्जती
tap
करो
of the
जब
door.
गेम नहीं है उतना.
And that smoke being stairs.
Whoop. A little wide right on the pass.
All C9 have to do here is just death ball. If you death ball and play the numbers game, you're making it so hard for Furia.
I mean, death ball, and then you have the thrash. You still have utility to play with. Vanity's taking space into waterfall. He's gonna get a few kills here. Nosworth's gonna be left alone.
भाई टैप मार रहे.
Insane. Oh, he knows.
भाई क्या ये?
As Cloud9 destroy destroyed Fury at 13-3. This has been what feels like the swingiest series I think we've
आपका
ever had.
अंडरग्राउंड थे ना?
And Vanity got up so fast from his chair after that round. He's like, that's how we do it.
Yep, he's trying to get into bind as soon as he can.
He had 4 first bloods.
Oxy played super well, as you mentioned. Just, I mean, the value that he
ऐसे
provides on
भाई
Raze is
18
insane.
His Raze is some of the best.
13-2 करने के बाद 13-3 कैसे हार सकते हैं? मेरे को समझ भी नहीं आता कभी-कभी ये गेम. कभी-कभी एक गेम ही नहीं समझ में आता मेरे को. ब्रेन सेल्स गिर जाते हैं देखते-देखते. अभी 12-0 क्लीन जीता था.
When the day started, and honestly, to keep it a buck with you all, this is the Furia we expected when the day started. Bind on the other side of this.
फन में खेल रहे पागल हो गया. उन लोगों को विन चाहिए क्वालीफाई को. इस बार आपका नाम बिंक्स ही रख लो. वो आदि से नाम अपना पाजी रख दे. चलो कॉपीराइट बोलते. क्या लगता है बंकाई को निकालना चाहिए? पागल हो गया क्या? मेरे लगने से क्या होता है? मेरी बुंड. कुछ अच्छा ट्वीट करो बे. ओ let me get some water. Let me get some tea if there is any tea. Hi. Why did it sleep?
Step into the ring. To the ring.
They don't have Luka though. Oh my god, Kraus is jumping out! Right into his death!
Spike agora é num X1, fez metade, solta agora! Ele entendeu! Vai, manito!
Furia may have won map 1, but Cloud9 served it right back to them on map 2. Taking the win. Now, I feel like this is probably the C9 people were expecting to see on map 1.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we were completely expecting the reverse on map 1.
Right.
This is more what we were expecting. It's crazy, though, because I think Fury is still fighting. I mean, especially early in that game, those first 3 rounds they got was with eco, you know, that sort of thing. But eventually Oxy goes crazy, Rooney goes crazy. I think all of Cloud9 really found their footing, and we're up to the level of Oxy instead of what we saw in Ascent, where it was just Oxy.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, maybe Ascent, either we're hitting the drawing board or we're trying to get it out of the pool at this point we're playing, because
two series in a row.
Yeah, 2 series in a row, pretty much blown out on that map. And yeah, obviously night and day. This time, notably, they continue to get more first kills, but they actually converted on, I'm pretty sure, all of those rounds where they got the first kills, versus on map 1 where they were losing so many 5v4s, cleaning things up. Of course, again, this was their pick, and you could just see a difference in their setups and how they're playing around them. Like, it's just not the same.
I think when you looked at how the game flow was going for Furia in comparison to Ascent, it was a lot less control garnered in those early rounds. And I want to actually show a round. I'll head over to the telestrator and continue a conversation that actually Doug and Baby Bay were having on the cast, where they were talking about how this C mound control was really working out for Furia. You can see here, this is a situation that we were seeing a lot with this smoke right here, this big one that they're throwing to cancel out the effects of the one-way. A lot of times there's a few options here, right? You could take your team and walk through the smoke, and that basically allows for the left side of the mound to not be aware of what's coming out from there. So you could dry walk through. Other times, especially when you're playing a Sky, you can go ahead and flash through. There's definitely a lot of options. You could even wait it out, cross to the other side like you would do with a normal Omen TP, and wait, and then double swing through both sides of the smoke at the same time to catch them by surprise. There's definitely options, and Furia tried a few of them. It just wasn't quite working. So when you're talking about being outdated in the ways that you're dealing with this, you just don't actually have the tools in this comp to really utilize all the different options. So let's actually show how Cloud9 was canceling and taking advantage of it. So it was a really brilliant setup, because in this situation, Fury actually waits out the smoke, which is a nice idea, because if Cloud9 was walking up top mound, they see nothing coming through the smoke, they're gonna think, okay, they're not actually doing anything. We're thinking that they're on the other side of the map. In this case, Fury says, actually, hold on, let's not show anything, let's wait, and then let's prowler through, let's use more utility to try to fight the players who are still on mound, at least clear it out, and that could catch them off guard. But instead, he's actually just posted up with an off. He gets his first shot, right? And what he's doing right now is trying to make as much noise falling back afterwards, with his life still intact. It's a very basic bait setup. But when you think about the ways that setup that they were doing, Cloud9 played that one perfectly, and I think that exemplifies a little bit of the struggles that Fury were actually in terms of getting map control and being able to get in positions to win 4v5s like they were on Ascent.
100%. And watching that clip back too, it leads me to believe that in Fury's case on this map, they weren't as well prepared for what Cloud9 do on Lotus, because Moose playing in that position, they're very commonly actually, like, you will see him at boxes with those bait setups a lot. Like, that's something you have to be prepped for playing against the team. So everything that Cloud9 have been doing to find success on that map just works again. Fury not prepared for it.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious for the analysts, of course. I want to know, do we think that Fury might have been playing things a little bit too by the book on that last map? Not taking more chances or risks?
Yeah, I think so. I think especially as you start cooling down. I mean, early on,
friends एक चीज है जो नहीं देखा.
They were getting deep in the spawn, but
considering
as that
बहुत
stuff stopped working, right? As Cloud9 really started hitting back, they definitely shied away from it over and over and over. So you weren't even getting in positions that they were getting early in that game, and that's a big problem, because if you're not doing what you were doing to get those risks working in the first place, then yeah, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, we're heading into bind here, and I have 2 big questions looking at the agents.
Havoc
is actually on Cypher. I wanted to see if Moose was going to play Cypher again, because he has some really unique setups, plays off a ton of
That's the kind
of thing that can be hard countered with. But he's also so creative that
Friends से ज़्यादा अच्छी सीरीज देखी है मैंने. Dexter देखा है, Grey's Anatomy देखा है, Suits देखा है, How I Met Your Mother देखा है, Big Bang Theory देखी है. Friends कुछ भी नहीं है भाई. वो देखा है, Adam and क्या है वो?
Being able to flow with the team and individually play, and I don't
2.5 men देखा है.
You haven't played the map so far.
Yeah, well, can Furia bounce back and take down Cloud9? Let's find out and send
Breaking
things
Bad
back to Doug and Baby Bay for the call.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, map 1 was a stomp. Map
Among Us
2
कर दिया
was
इसने.
a
ये गया
stomp.
बे.
And so inevitably, this must mean that map 3 will be stopped. Sure.
For who?
For who? That's the question. Yeah, I would have to agree, but also map 1 happened, so what do we know? This clearly has just shown us that we know
Lucifer देखा है, Vampire Diaries नहीं रे, Better Call Saul देखा है,
themselves.
Master Chef देखा है,
So did 100 Thieves.
Gautam देखा है,
Thieves beat C9 on Bind.
Oh, you're cooking.
Vikings ने देखा है.
Mouse?
My gosh. Are we rolling it back? I think it's going to be a tough one. I think C9.
Master Chef तो मैंने कितने देखे पता है,
100 Thieves, unlike
सारे region के देखा रहेगा मैंने.
how they didn't learn on Ascent. I don't know much to say right now. These games.
Good way, what's up?
Fury
Our own
on
series
the
देखा.
attack. An early split here too. You see the little passive concern about the pressure that may be coming showers, and they were wise to it as Cloud9 is sent 3.
बस भाई सब देखा है मैंने.
Now the
Game
death
देखो.
ball move stays short, and if they continue, they'll inevitably end up hookah, and then long, or they'll die here short.
Trade should come through from Oxy here, but
Yeah, they will die short. That death ball not really finding any value. Fury with so much space. They just waltz their way into A.
oh, they're not trying to get cheesed by anything.
The spike goes down.
No little bro on this map. Pretty rare sight to see.
Yeah, you're right. You see the cages go up. Havoc trying to keep them back. As Moose is looking for any free when he can find. The double swing there is so pretty. From up top and down low, Havoc with nowhere to go. And now Moose and Rooney, the only two that remain. A push forward towards Showers. MW taking a step back. Trying to find the fight. Once again, it goes in favor of Moose. They're getting away with this in a way that they shouldn't, as Moose has gotten 3. Conan, 92 HP. Can he land the shots? The time is short. And it's just will not work out. Oh, he's even robbed of the opportunity of getting the kill. That's tragic.
Lives.
Yeah.
That's not good. A big blunder from Moose. I mean, he hit some really nice shots. I get it. He likes that ghost, but he got a screen,
But he can't like it that much.
give it up, man. This was just a nice default hold, but
Yeah, it was.
Opponent ने डरा दिया.
on this post plan, I mean, how are we letting this get to a 1v1, though?
Yeah, the fact that you mentioned it, there were, what, 3 ones that played out?
Yeah. That's not a good sign for Furia. They played the beginning round really well. Yeah, I mean,
Conan's popping off across the stage.
he's popping off, but man, that was close.
अरे हो गया बे.
A messy round, but honestly, given how the series has gone, not surprising.
So far, you know, I spoke a lot about conditioning in the last match and how Fury didn't do any of that. This time, I don't know why you're laughing like that.
By
Doug.
default देखो बे ये लोग का.
This time
Default
they do decide
देखो.
to take
Shower
B1
के लिए
again
cam
for a
2
second round,
shot.
so seems like the
एक
game
हुक्का
plan
मार्क
is here.
कर
Just
रहा है,
do a
2
little crossfire
belong.
short with a cam and shower.
Uh-huh.
And slowly
Binks.
work your way up this B-long, not get cheesed by any of these close corners.
Yeah, maybe Havoc can take some space up short.
Vanity's been calling really good on these eco rounds.
The stack is here.
Furia commit to this. It could go sideways. I'm wondering if he sees more than one person on this site, like with the dog, if they cancel. He saw under hookah, he saw 1, 2, and that's the TP that I was talking about.
That's the cue to go. All 3 of them slowly funnel their way through the teleporter.
They need to take this time before the rotate comes in.
And it's quickly on the
Oh,
way.
nice
The
रे.
shots from Rooney not landing.
Heal दे.
Havoc finding some space, and they should be able
Heal
to
दे.
continue to plant down. Now the question is, how do Cloud9 choose to go about this? Do they try to fight into the chaos and hope things go their way?
Match पे
Seems like
focus
they're
करे.
not really
आए
trying
आए.
to flood, or maybe waiting for Vanity to take some space and maybe catch a timing. But Conan, who's just drawing off the stage, across the stage just a couple moments ago, waiting for it.
The game
इधर से
plan
lurk
here
भी
is
नहीं
just
कर
getting
सकते.
as many
Camera
exits
देखो
as
एक
they
बार.
can, or just die to bomb.
Yeah.
Footsteps should be made. Maybe when those footsteps are made, you'll see Cloud9 do a triple peek from heaven. Try to get a snag on one of these players, but yeah, they just want to die to bomb here.
Yeah, they're not even giving him that.
Vanity should go down here.
Yeah, he did.
Right on cue. Smart for C9 to not feed any more ult orbs for Fury.
भाई लोग फिर से ए जाएंगे लग
So
रहा है
going
मेरे
into
को.
this bonus round,
ये लोग का A
I mean, there's
strong
really
दिख रहा
good
है.
guns online for Furia though. You've got 2 Guardians, you've got 2 Bulldogs and a Spectre.
डैमेज तो दे सकते गार्डियन से, सारे लाइट आर्मर है.
And light armor from the side of Cloud9. This could be disastrous. We've seen what Fury can do when they win the bonus round.
Heavy टप्पा लगता है लाइट आर्मर पर.
I like their approach so far on this map. They've conditioned the B-Long, but nobody's there now. So Zeppa throwing this flash B-Long, he'll understand that no one's here, and you might see a TP crunch.
Trying to be fast about it, but they're concerned about what might be on the other side of Hookah. They haven't shown anything there. MW satcheling forward, finding some space, getting past the utility of Moose. Oh, there's nowhere to go there. Yep, that's not safe either. Havoc still landing the shot, steadying the crosshair. And he's out.
अपना स्पीड था बाहर निकलता था. डैमेज नहीं लगता खुद की स्पीड से
Trying to be quick with it. Trips will keep him back for now.
कि मॉली में डबल डैमेज करके क्यों गया वो?
Satchels, but yeah, I mean the timing might just not work out. He might not find a way through.
Brain lag हो गया
waiting
उसका.
to see if they're going to take TP and try to end back A or B, excuse me.
देखा सेम चीज कास्टर ने भी बोला आपने about light west.
They've got to understand that this is
तेरा भाई एनालिस्ट तो है.
They know. Oh, he looked away at just the wrong time. Oxy gets the kill. The pressure's been applied.
Bomb is still not down.
It's a 3v3 though. You see 2 members of Cloud9 creeping up, trying to play around pipes. They think it's safe to play back site, and I hate to break it to you, it's not.
This is a crazy plant. They're that scared of Oxy.
Oh, they've dealt with the first, but now the plant's not for them. They have to maintain U-Haul control here. They can't afford to let it go. Zeppa on the tap. Rooney not able to land any of the shots. He's left alone. They're both weak. Again, a funny look at either of them, and they die.
7 बुलेट 2 बंदे.
Bullets isn't going to be enough. They're pushing forward. The first one falls. The second not connecting. Havoc playing his cards as best as he can.
Jord.
We'll get
क्या खेला?
It's too early. Don't say it again.
क्या खेला बे?
I can see the thoughts on your
इस
face.
लेवल में रैंक क्या अचीव करेगा कोई सोलो बंदा? ये देखो.
He brought them back into this round solo off of this kill on Moose, and then proceeded to just go crazy. Yeah, you jinxed him.
I did.
I'm gonna keep it above.
He was. I mean.
But he played this round so well.
Yeah, he really
got
did.
that
पैसा
kill,
नहीं है अभी.
running out of showers, and then fell all
Left
the way
and
back
left
after he got
qualify.
dogged by Zeppa, held an off angle for the reclear, and took down Vanity as well. He got 4 into that round.
You saw Furious Coach on your screen, very emotive. And for good reason. They somehow find themselves up on Cloud9 with the bonus. And now you're going to see some of these ults potentially hit. Conan's not far
वो
from
लोग
his.
रीड करने वाले
They
हैं.
got a lot of good money here too.
And they heard this reclear utility, so they
Timing
only
का माँ बहन हो
have
गया.
2 options here. You either speed up A, or you double back, and it looks like speed up A is the option they're going to take. And we've seen this Daz in their setup before, this time with a Bucky.
Moose is so good here.
Oh, they're not letting him get anything.
Nothing. Just denying even the possibility. Havoc swinging out, finding value again.
Oxy.
Hold, it's Oxy. 2
भी
kills found
मारेंगे
with the
क्या?
Sheriff. The spike's still not committed. They have a lot of space and a lot of time to play this out. They can slow this down, but not wanting to. And Oxy tees off. Oh, the ace for Oxy. Give me the react cam. It's got to be good.
Whoa. We got to see that over, surely.
Ooh.
Sometimes it's Rooney, sometimes it's Oxy. The Sheriff for Cloud9 is just too damn good.
Oh,
The
bye.
second, I mean, they were all under duress. There it is. The I by Power Ace coming through. Follow at I by Power on socials. They'll be giving away a PC every single time.
Oxy
And Ace comes through. Use
बोलते.
hashtag unlock your ace. Back into the action we go. As it seemed like it was Furia who were poised to run away with this thing, but the heroics of Oxy once again for Cloud9, keeping things interesting. I mean, that's been the name of the game this entire series.
Dude, another eco thrifty. It's just too obvious that you're going A there. Even if Oxy didn't get an ace, it's just
नहीं,
you're
फिर भी
showing
firepower
one
में
layer.
लोग निकाल
Yeah,
देते.
you pressure B long and then you leave. But Zeppa is re-clearing this so well that it allows them to stack 4 players on A.
Oh, and we talked about it too. They froze, but they didn't freeze for very long. They didn't cut noise, really. They didn't show any utility anywhere else. There was nothing to suggest they may not be staying. And that allows Oxy to just style on him.
And this rocket should get
Yeah,
mad value,
blind
but that
diya.
sky flash was really well timed.
Yeah, he got that one by accident. Better lucky than good, I guess. Oh, there was Johnson
Oh.
on the other side. He gets 2.
Count दे दिया उसने.
Again, better lucky than good. They all fall apart.
कहाँ चल रहा है
Cannot
भाई
be giving a
चो?
player like Oxy and Ace. It fuels his entire team.
भाई आपने अभी तक वीडियो नहीं देखी, लाइक प्रॉमिस नहीं देखा यार. टाइम
One
ही
of
नहीं
the
मिला
best
मेरे को.
duelists in the league.
मैं
and
देखता हूँ
Ace.
फ्री होके.
But when his team sees this
तेरा
happen,
नाम याद है
here's
मेरे
the
को.
pop off.
फ्री होके मैं तेरे को डीम
I
करूँ.
mean, stuff like this happens. All of a sudden, Moose is
वो
sitting
भी
at the
पता है
top
कि
of the
montage है,
scoreboard.
लेकिन
And I'm pretty
देखने
sure that
पाया.
was all off of the cue of hearing a reload.
Yep.
That's all it took. I didn't see who it
Hello,
was who
Bunks,
did
bye.
it. I will say
Hello.
that, but you got to give the credit to Moose for pouncing on that.
This is a good timeout from Furia.
सीजन जीत गया लग रहा है.
Off the back at 2 rounds that weren't even close.
ये ऑल क्लियर करने का ये लोग को एक वो
Oxy
चाहिए.
holding down that
कुछ.
U-Haul. And again,
You
Furia
feel.
is just missing a big step.
Sen
in
का क्या chances है भाई?
keeping
Sen out.
somebody be long. It honestly
Sen
reminds
is
me
out,
of
bro.
the blowout game
Sen
that we
gayo.
saw in Jihad, where it was very much we're gonna default be long, throw a KO knife, not leave anybody, not insert anybody to
Hi, Bunks, bye.
stop
Hello.
the re-clear or even show any more type of presence there to keep members of Cloud9 there. And instead just doing the basic reaction that everybody knows. Okay, you're gonna take B-long control and then just hit A. Yeah. I mean, this is obvious stuff right now.
Why
You gotta
NRG
have
kick
more
defense
layers
बुंड बड़ी थी
when you're
उसकी.
playing at a level like this, when you want to get your first win.
Yeah.
And they had those layers on Ascent. That's the thing.
Fnatic का क्या chance है?
There's just been no depth here.
Fnatic
You're
में qualify हो
absolutely
सकते.
And of course now, if you're C9, you're gonna set up your Cypher on the B.
Our
You
rotation
played
will
Cypher
be
on A
love
every single
you.
round so far.
जी बार.
A light bite for Fury on the other side of this timeout. They have a judge and a stinger. Surrounded by
Win कर दो
sheriffs.
Senna out.
Oxy perched up,
भाई सिंपल बात है. लास्ट
Like
टाइम जी
watching.
क्वालिफाई नहीं की क्योंकि Fnatic
seeing
नहीं
if
था.
anyone dare challenge.
इस बार नहीं की
Ruben not
क्योंकि
getting
सेन
any
नहीं
info
है. समझ
at
रहे हो?
all.
मजा नहीं आता है बे.
But suspicions confirmed. They hear the utility. The nade is good.
Top of the
That's
top
gonna keep them
teams
back a little
चाहिए.
bit, but they've lost U-Haul control. A solid understanding of that advantage. He swings, tries to get a kill, and does onto Havoc.
इसको राउंड
Thrown
में
apart. Whoa! Conan's gotten through the TP, but do they flip the map?
ऑक्सी
They
भाई
still
साम.
have all of Moose's utility if they do decide to go B.
हाँ.
It's just a death trap here.
गेम वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज कर बदीर.
Zeppa's just
बराबर
gonna
है गेम
jiggle and
वॉल्यूम.
then delay with this orb coming up.
One spotted. He hears a stinger.
तूने बोला
understands
सेन
there's not
क्वालिफाई करेगा.
much
कोई नहीं,
threat behind
चैंपियंस
that
क्वालिफाई
fight.
करेगा.
And
इससे
it's
बड़ा
getting
इवेंट
closer.
जो है वो क्वालिफाई करेगा.
This trip is gonna get a lot of value.
Yeah.
Unless Furia decide to contact all the way in and explode off of it, but Moose is already positioned here.
And you mentioned it. He hasn't been here this entire half. But they cleared it out. Wise to it. They contacted up. Moose still gets his. Utility or not, it's traded. Zeppa's got to get out. Takes a little bit of damage.
But we're
Gun
using
मिलेगा?
a Grimmel
Yeah.
in a 2v3 with no gun
अरे गन
advantage.
भी नहीं लिया.
With short time, you're surrounded.
Enemy remaining.
I mean, great, we got the bomb down, Doug, but that's a huge ult to just be giving away like that on a round that's already not in your favor.
That does not feel
गन
like
भी
an
नहीं लिया यार.
equivalent exchange by any means.
गन लेना था.
And so Cloud9
Huh?
will tie us up. And I mean, for Furia, it's been, I mean, yeah, they're at 3, but it does not feel like a tie game here. It really feels like Cloud9 have kind of got a jump on this after the first couple of rounds.
This is all off of an Oxy ace.
तो मैं कैसे
I
मैटर
said it, you
कर.
cannot be giving this kid an
वो
ace
स्ट्रीम
like
कर रहा है,
that
उसका
for free.
कंटेंट है, वो कुछ भी बोले.
Yeah, that was very awkward.
Yeah, it was.
Enemy remaining.
हम लोग क्यों उसको एड देते
Not
पता
only
नहीं.
are you
अच्छा
allowing
स्ट्रीमर है
C9
भाई.
back into this game, but you're also putting yourself in a bad spot in terms of ult economy. Had Khalil saved
अच्छा
that
स्ट्रीमर है
Grimmel here, I
अगर
mean,
उसका
you're going into
यूवी
rounds
से
with almost 5
तुमको
ults
कुछ
on.
खराब लग रहा है
And
तो फिर
again,
मत
Vic,
देखो.
for whatever reason, the
सिंपल.
game right now plays more snowbally than it feels like it's ever played
उसका
before.
मतलब ये
Ult
थोड़ी
economy
कि तेरा
matters
सोच
more
के
than
वो
it feels like it
चीजें
ever
ना बोले
has.
या ना करे.
So to kind of let that one go by is tough. But alas, that's a decision they made. And so that's the bed they have to sleep in. They still have a couple of vaults close by. Nasr and MW.
Moose has a really cool cam here on top of this hookah area.
That's really good observing.
I mean, look at this.
It must be Sapphire. There's no way it's Prius.
This
is so sick. It's almost like a one-way cam. Surely nobody looks straight up there.
सबसे funny तो वो था
Even
बे
if you hear the
उसका
sound, you're just
मैच के बीच में
kind of
उसका
looking
वो
around,
दिखाया
seeing if
था
you can find it, and then there's a
Scorecard.
swing out from Oxy. It's set up beautifully.
बेचारा खेल भी नहीं रहा फिर भी बेचारा शॉट पे है वो
Another one to be found.
ओ मार सकता इधर मार सकता था रूनी
What a good
इधर रूनी को मारता था ना फिर फ्यूरिया का राउंड था
wide swing. I actually owned Havoc's
मेरा भी सॉम है
positioning.
पता है
And now you just have to play this delay
मैं
game.
तारिक भाई को भी
You can
इतना
give
नहीं
them
देखा
plant
रहेगा
even
जितना
if you
मैं
need to.
सॉम को देखा रहेगा सॉम का
There
वाइब
is
बहुत
no
crazy
dog
है
online. Or flashes, 4C9, so.
Yeah, but they do have numbers.
Oh, Rooney's so quick and decisive on this.
Yeah, he's playing this so well. But Nasr.
Oh, they're not ready.
Nope. He hears him drop. A commit to the plant, and now with 10 seconds left, MW from so far away is going to have to frag his way out if he wants to win this. That was cool. That looked good. But again, Cloud9 with a massive lead. It was 4-2. There was really no way for Fury to settle things. Every single round feels like there's this massive gap between the two teams.
Yeah. There was a nice cheeky little play there for Oxy. Yeah, I think Moose made sure that if there was anybody outside of Hookah, they could maybe toggle it on and off. And that's why we saw Kilo kind of looking up towards the sky there.
Yeah.
And his gun model actually blocked the peek from Oxy.
Well, that's what we were talking about, right? Oh, if you're hearing it toggle, you're looking for it. Right? You want to get rid of that as best as you can, and Oxy opportunistic with the timing.
Khalil right now is wishing he played on left-hand view model because he could not see that peek as good as in the way.
Yeah.
छोटा अपडेट आया वो गया गेम जो टाइम पे करना चाहिए तो उन्होंने किया नहीं
this ever. So maybe we're going to see the first time they decide to do this on a gun round.
Dude, look at those trips. They know the one that's outside of Octagon. It's been used before. Oh, but of course, you're going to trip on it anyway. MW satchel forward, getting the kill on his Zeppa, but the Seekers were invested. So they've gotten some space here, but Moose trying to hold it down, gets two.
ठीक है चलेगा चलेगा
The third, but plenty of damage has been dealt as MW perched up on top of the boxes. So much info about to come through off of Havoc's ult. Vanity on the rotate. He still has a smoke to play with and his molly. Trying to fight their way out of elbow, and it's a 1-for-1.
Oy.
So close.
I don't know if he meant to drop there.
It was close. Either way, Vanity position given away. Nasr looking to take the fight. He wants to swing. He wants to take it to him, and he does, but it's ill-advised. Rooney stuck in the 1v1. MW trying to tie us up again, and he will not. The shots from Rooney are too clean.
Nice retake from C9. Stuff got scary. I thought that there was going to be a collab kill there onto Rooney through Oxy.
Yeah, it was close.
And this rocket was actually really, really good. This was a hard read on how Zeppa likes to
ये
play.
गलत है मैं अगर अल्टी मारता तो गोभी को लगता था अल्टी
Oftentimes when he gives up that
मेरी अल्टी गोभी को लगती थी
and he's not jump spotting it, he falls back into elbow. So that was a really good play from MW to punish him with that rocket, but the post plant not going the way of Furia.
No, not at all.
ऐसा टाइम आउट नहीं लिया रे 5 इन अ रो आ रहे हैं ये लोग ने लिया क्या एक भी टाइम आउट फ्यूरिया ने
So
मेरे को नहीं लगता लिया
fortunately it goes their way, I guess, but nothing else in the round did. And so
अच्छा टाइम
Cloud9
था
starting to balloon this lead. Up to 2 now. Vanity's close to his ult. You're starting to see the snowball begin to amass on the other side.
Oh, and Zeppa's here to kill. If anybody gets in the crosshairs of Rooney, he's gonna pop flash and swing wide as ever.
But instead, they're feeling the pressure coming in from Hookah. The dog cleared out. And do they dare try this?
This is good so far for Furia. They baited out.
Yeah.
One of the brim smokes.
Rooney's not helping anymore. A little bit of damage, but it's a flash and then a step back. This feels like the first time they're passively taking info and taking space elsewhere on the map.
Brain cell's not working.
He spotted him. The gun barrel giving him away. Vanity not able to land the shots, but rotations coming through back A. Cloud9 with showers control. They have backside control too, but off of the camera tag. They try to swing on him, and Oxy once again playing his timing beautifully.
He still has nades for the delay. This bomb is not going to go down, and time is running low. But they have to flip.
They've managed to take a little bit of space. Nazar with 3. Vanity again stopping it. Is all going to be on time? Not enough to keep the spike back, but it is enough to get the kill. And now 2's up for grabs. Khalil with 1 smoke, no molly or anything like that. They invest the pit. And it's all just a matter of time now.
They're so patient.
MW creeping forward, concealed by the ult. The spam coming through, not connecting, and look again at MW's positioning. He's wrapped all the way around. It's just a 1-for-1, and the pit is still up. Rooney's got to get it to half here, and then maybe take the fight.
God, babe. God.
Was there to punish.
This time, Furia
winning
the post plant to 2v2, which it looked like in general in this map. C9.
लेकिन हो गया मेरे हिसाब से. I think C9 wins.
Yeah.
5 round, I think more than enough.
1000%. I mean, just barely.
NZR went absolutely massive here, holding the spawn area. Had he not gone for those kills, this bomb would have never gotten down. The delay game would have been impeccable for C9.
Quickly into the action we go. Oxy's getting his orb. Now with the ult online. Cloud9 have got what they were looking for. Now they can reset things as best as they
का एक
can.
अच्छा बे. जिस दिन वो ज़्यादा सोते हैं ना बहुत खुश रहती है. Best.
They were initially playing so soft on A, but now Rooney rotating over. Vanity and you.
ज़्यादा problem नहीं होता है. भड़क गई शॉपिंग के लिए लेके जाने का. शॉपिंग करके खुश रहेगी, फिर अच्छे से सोएगी, फिर अगले दिन भी खुश. Easy बे, easy. मैं how to become a good husband पे book लिखूँ एक लंबी.
Look like they were right on target. But no time to think about that. It's not a Cloud9 series without Vanity getting.
भाई you all ले ही नहीं पा रहे हैं लेकिन वो लोग.
Rooney's so weak. Healed up a little bit here. No armor to speak of. And Oxy choosing to go off of the flash. The rocket forward, Havoc dead. MW looking to do a bit of the same on the other side as he's got high ground, but no, instantly dropped by Moose. What a shot. And Khalil is so far away from this. They're going to triple face him. Oh, that was a little dangerous for a moment, but he's going to get the defuse, and the kill comes through.
Molly Misua.
This post plant is where it all falls
that
apart.
That book will never make sense to us.
Too many
Hello Supreme Court. Kya Supreme Court?
Good enough.
Emoji dekho iska.
I mean, Havoc in that scenario, he just got caught lacking around that triple box. And there's just no need to do that. You have the bomb down. You know that the enemy team has
हर एक emoji के बारे में लिखी गई. Your thoughts on this season improvement बहुत ज़्यादा है. भाई लेकिन क्या यार talent वाला जीतना था भाई.
Trade off of each other if you're Furia. Just giving too many
जो आज जेटा ने जो गलतियां की समझ रहे हो जिसको देख के बोला कि कैसे भेज चाहिए वो
now just sitting on top site.
सेम गलतियां जी नहीं की. talent वाला 100% जीतना था.
But they're going to commit on this.
They may, but I mean, if Havoc gets some space,
they
can flip the map. But MW, right, going forward with the Seekers, trying to get the kill. And Zeppa up close.
वो अच्छा खेलता है लेकिन too much of everything is too bad.
Pesky things that they are, they flip the map. They've lost their duelist. They've lost one of their controllers too. Havoc creeping forward.
And look at the spacing out of Rooney and Vanity right now.
Havoc just getting up to heaven off of this. You imagine they're going to want to swing it together, right, Khalil? They're on the first. That's enough to cause problems.
Oh.
But the timing's not great.
एक और round में miss हो गया.
It's another ult that was invested. And now left in a 1v5. Havoc's got good night. But again, the defuse is going to come through.
Only has one bullet too.
The clips have been good, but the round's going the way of Cloud9.
And I mean, everyone hears me do a deep sigh here. We're on a scrappy buy, and again,
उसके बारे में बोला
we
मैंने
invested
Falcon already.
another Brimall. We
फिर से नहीं
invested the
बोलना
Sky ult. We do not have the advantage in
क्या
this
टप्पा
round.
मारा ना?
And MW is just on an island right there. Yeah, he beats the trip.
ओपी बैन कर दो. ओपी बैन नहीं
but he
मतलब
does it
कभी
when
कभी
the 1v1
चलता
and
है.
it, I mean, you leave Havoc in a 1v5.
सेकंड राउंड में आउटलॉ भी चलता है.
It's, I mean, they've lost the
लेकिन
plot.
फिर थर्ड राउंड फोर्थ राउंड में
They
ऑफ
need
लेने के
this
बाद
round.
वापस
They need this round if they want to win this
थोड़ा
map.
फिर गेम स्लो हो जाता है बे ऑफ से और कुछ नहीं.
And so they decide they both want to try to fight for showers.
और बाकी जितने ऑफर्स है ना वो लोग कैसे शॉट्स लेते
showers,
कितना
but when you
एग्रो
That's the
लेके
Viper's pit.
10-12 शॉट लेते बेस में आते थे.
Vanity has a
इसका
Brimall.
मोमेंट
Yeah, he
वैसा
just
नहीं
got it off of the showers.
है. एक शॉट लेगा
scrap.
सीधा बेस.
Oxy's been so good from this position. MW has to satchel out. They've got to be careful. They've gotten some space here, but again, Vanity and Oxy are set up so well. This cross they have, they don't like what they're seeing, and they're going to push their way into what? All of the Cypher util, where Moose is waiting on the other side. The spam's going to connect, and of course,
जॉर्ड बेस जॉर्ड.
no way for them to get in.
भाई साहब
I mean, the only real
जीत गया ना
way to
सीने?
trade in that scenario is to just spray and pray.
Yeah.
Hope that you get him, but Moose is having a heck of a game right now.
14-5.
अभी देखना पड़ेगा स्प्लिट 2 में क्या चेंजेस
They're
लाते
able to
हैं.
have him be on an island here.
तो
towards
अभी
that
वो
B
लोग के
side
पास
of the
अच्छा
map
खासा एक
because,
महीना है.
I mean, when he's played here, the trips are usually never broken.
अच्छा खासा एक
especially
महीना
Lauren Hookah.
पूरा प्रैक्टिस करने का.
This was just so well handled by Moose. And honestly, it's a good job the entire way because they deny all of the space A. They funnel them into B, right into the teeth of the defense. It's just so impressive. An 8-4 half in favor of Cloud9. Both Cyphers top fragging on either side. That's how you know this map has been a wild one. Let's hear from the IGL Vanity and get his thoughts on Oxy's rookie year. And guys, it's been a good one.
I think the biggest thing with Oxy is just needs time. It's kind of similar to how I feel like a lot of people viewed Zekken last year, where you could tell this kid has like superstar potential, but it's going to take like a little bit to get there. I think he's improving at an incredible rate, especially in the 6-7 months I've been playing with him. He's absorbed so much information. He's grown so much as a player and like a human, and it's really awesome to watch.
He does seem to get better every single week. The Scrim Oxy continues to come out, and you know, like Vanity mentioned, it does feel like he's absorbing a lot. He's learning a lot on the fly, and you see why people were excited about this kid.
भाई लेकिन ये लोग बहुत एंजॉय तो करते हैं.
He does have a tendency sometimes to overheat, and when he has those moments and it doesn't go C9's way, that's when you see them tend to lose series. But I can tell he's already getting better and finding the times when he's supposed to overheat, when he's supposed to relax.
Yeah. I mean, the
way that the young banda
played out
face of C9 हो गया. इतना young.
They were won 8 rounds of the last 9 in favor of Cloud9.
इतना
Like,
young
Furio
banda
won the
face
pistol, they won the
of
eco, and then
C9
they
हो गया.
bonus. And you thought, oh, snowball potentially. No. I mean, they just get rolled by Cloud9. And again, I know it feels like 8-4 half. It's competitive. It's close, but this really doesn't feel like an 8-4 half given what we saw there.
I feel like Furia could have easily had.
Which tournament is the most important for all the teams in Valor? Champions.
So many of their ults. They
Champions is the, like a final boss.
The game and enable his entire team after he got that ace. I mean, all momentum was showing that Furia was gonna have a stellar half. They won the bonus, and then they're getting eco'd. And the way that they got eco'd as well was just unreal.
The ace happened and it really feels like
लेकिन इतना है कि जो भी है वो स्प्लिट 2 के लिए नहीं होगा. जब स्प्लिट 2 खत्म होएगा उसके बाद शायद चेंजेस हो जाए. लेकिन फर्स्ट स्प्लिट पे नहीं करेंगे. इतना शॉर्ट नोटिस में इम्पॉसिबल है.
And again, as I mentioned before the break, it's not really primarily been him. Hold on, there's a fight. A short again. The spam coming through. Oxy gets his kill, but can Cloud9 emerge on the other side of this victorious? It's gotten so messy.
Oh my goodness.
Again, that's been the name of the game this entire series.
कोई भी टीम को पिस्तौल और डैशर फेवर नहीं किया.
To lean into the chaos and hope that as the dust settles, they're the ones who are standing on top have gone sideways once more. Cloud9 managing it beautifully. In the face of heroic efforts from Nas, where he got, what, 2 that round, maybe even 3 with the Ghost?
Conan had no ammo, he just had to...
Oh, he did it again.
Run him down. Ooh.
That's the second time we've seen that headbutt play out. Havoc's gotten it to half. But Moose and Rudy saved the day. Cloud9 get to 9, and this could potentially be over.
It's impossible. 1v3. There's too many angles to look
तो
at.
लगता रहेगा था कि भाई मेरा मिस कैसे
Even
हुआ?
with half on the bomb. Oh, what a great dog. Yeah, that, I didn't realize it got 2
वाह यार
players.
4.46.
And
I'm going
I mean,
full
when you got
screen.
no ammo,
Full
when
screen
you
नहीं
got,
सीरीज देख के सो जाओ. Stream नहीं.
You gotta do something.
It displays the lineup now.
So it's now 4
Viper
rounds
smoke
in a
से
row
होता
for
है,
Cloud9
Molly से
going
होता
back
है.
into the last half.
सबसे होता है.
9 of the last 10. And Furia desperately needing a miracle here.
Viper का speed
Of
से नहीं
some
होता.
kind.
वो
Of
displays
any
नहीं करता.
kind, really.
That is the info that Furia is playing for that hookah area, and that's why you see Cloud9 just contacting
Champions
up
के पहले
B-long.
split होएगा. Split 2 से तो qualify करेंगे
Your
Champions के
control.
लिए.
They can leave Oxy here if they need.
Interesting that they
Oh,
that's a free kill. Oh yeah.
That's beautiful utility.
Yep. Also interesting here too how Cloud9 are choosing to prioritize the benefits they could have. What? Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to hit shots like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Satcheling all over the place.
With a bulldog.
कहाँ जा रहे हो
staring you down,
चीचा?
Cloud9
कहाँ जा रहे
trampling
हो?
forward, looking to put the finishing touches on this. The shorty's gonna get a couple of kills, but that's all it'll be. Cloud9 get to 10. They're starting to stack all of the
आपको
ultimates they
अंकल
can
बोले
into
भैया
Vanity's
जो
hands.
मर्जी.
No less. Who's now halfway to
It's
having his
stage
orbital
2
strike
not
online.
split. मतलब वही बे split 2 भी बोल सकते हैं.
Imi did tell me
Split 1 cup
before
1
this
cup 2 है.
series started, before they even
split
played
2 is
Ascent,
like
which
split.
was, I mean, a distant
कुछ भी
memory
बोलो चलेगा.
now.
That feels like
But he
forever
told
ago.
me, we're going to run these guys down. And now we're finally seeing it. Map 3, full confidence in effect. I mean, they just ran into spawn like that. A little bit reckless, but they're trying to make a statement.
They walked on Ascent so they could run on Bind. It's been crazy.
मैं अंकल बोलूँ कोई भी बोल सकता है.
Oh, a little bit of a missed cam there. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. He'll pick it right back up. It'll come back in, what,
मेरा
10
एक
seconds.
view to you.
They have to give some of the space up though.
5 o'clock. I'm not
So you
gonna
see
get
Fury
up
taking a
morning.
little
Huh?
bit of
There
a
is
step
no
back.
way. I'm awake since 9 o'clock
They've
morning.
gotten punished with any aggressive plays
और अभी
they've done
5
so far,
बज
so
गए.
I don't blame him for trying to play a passive hold, but
So
the
soon it's
scaling
gonna
right
be
now,
24 hours. There is no
Oxy on
way I
defense
get
are
up.
Too strong.
It's so clean. I mean, they used the dog to find
Did
where the
get
trip
to that.
is, and then they send Oxy to dance around it. But they're still trying to fight for the site. Havoc is still here. They've gotten the spike down, but do they know? Havoc dancing around, Khalil and MW providing distraction, and Havoc can win this thing on his own. 23 HP. Moose waiting, the crosshair trained. As you see Havoc trying to reposition. Yeah, he played his life as well as he can, but now he has so much to do. Still has to get the defuse, and I don't know how Havoc wins this out. This feels impossible, but the shots will land. Havoc's aim in this map has been crazy.
Bomb's not defused yet. Oh! The BM.
My ultimate is
I mean, technically he's not shooting the body. That wasn't the body. Oh!
He's doing it now.
I really do be jinxing everything.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's the first round they've won after
No,
losing
I'm on
5
ending.
in a row,
Make your
going back to the last half, losing 5 before that.
There was a strong chance they could have lost this round too.
Yep.
I mean, we spoke about how good the scaling has
क्या लिख रहे हैं?
from C9.
क्या लिखा वो लोग ने?
Wizard. Yeah, how did he live that last span with 63?
I mean, it felt like he was doing magic tricks, like he was Houdiniing his way through. He was on site the entire time. They had no idea.
He really was. He finessed that smoke so well.
ये बैग बहुत दिख गया नहीं.
That's a crazy 1v1 win.
Big fan sir,
the
कैसे
fact that he
अक्षय?
did it when he's 1 HP.
Long time.
And Moose was holding the angle. I mean, he was there. Cloud9 once again creeping up B-long, potentially into the teeth of 4 members of Furia here.
Oh, really good damage on the vanity, but he will get
Didn't
healed
do
up
stream
before.
master reason why send lost by मेरे को
Barely
पता नहीं
missing
मैं
the kill
एनर्जी
there.
भी कर पाऊंगा कि
Yeah,
नहीं.
C9 don't want any of that smoke. That's why you see the rotate coming out from Furia.
24 घंटा.
Zella's job here is just to keep as many players as he
पा रहा
can
यार.
towards this B site.
These trips are crazy.
देखते
He's gonna
देखते.
get caught. Yep. There's no fire in the hole. Not that
फिर
time.
से है वाका फिर से
Havoc
है.
playing that beautifully.
He wants to win so bad.
I'm starting to believe the message shots that were sent in the previous round. He's trying to keep back sight. He's using the ult. Gonna find so much info. There aren't really many places for Cloud9 to go here. In a 2v4,
Kile
if they decide to push
be.
forward, maybe they can get these kills, but they're still outnumbered. It's not going to go their way.
Yoga kya hua Wi-Fi scene?
Fury
वो कर
gets
दिया
to
recharge.
6.
Just like that, we have a game on our hands, Doug.
अच्छा सोए ने इसलिए weak मुझे लगा था नहीं 9
I
बजे
don't
से
know that I'm
उठा
willing to
मैं
go that far yet. But they're certainly making a run at it.
टॉक्सिक कोट भाई को सपोर्ट करने के लिए मिल गया
That's the Raze ult out too.
Yeah.
That's a W.
जब
round
एनर्जी वाला
for
करोगे
Fury.
या going to
Yeah.
sleep
Oh, for
पता
sure.
नहीं यार
Havoc
Any
two
round.
steps ahead right now.
मोस्टली
Any round
स्लीप
felt like a
लग
W
रही है
round for Fury
मतलब
there.
Yeah.
ऐसा
Given
जा
how
रहा
things
हूँ
had gone and
कि मेरे को रूटर
that will
5-5 घंटा
inevitably
करने
draw
हैं
a
मेरे को
timeout
दोनों
out from
दिन
Mini.
next 2 days
Or excuse me, for Mimi. His letters are so similar.
Mini's back.
less important
Yeah,
matches
I
send
mean,
करो ना
a
हाँ
round that Fury desperately needed to win, and for it to go in that fashion, I think certainly helps. But I think the one thing that's worth mentioning is, yeah, Oxy invested the ult there, but it's so early in the half, and they still have a 4-round buffer, and they're still 3 rounds away from winning the series. That it doesn't feel like a super expensive investment.
Yeah, and Vanity's gonna do the tried and true, buy Oxy a gun.
एनर्जी वाला करता वरना मैं भी देखूंगा
Especially for Fury.
एनर्जी इज मस्ट पक्की बात है भाई तुम लोग ने एनर्जी दे दिया
Series.
तुम लोग ने एनर्जी दे दी
Oxy
का
and
अगले
Moose.
दिन में बिल्कुल
Good
मजा
weapons
नहीं
to the
आया
game.
ठीक है
Stinger for Moose.
देखते भाई आज अगर डिमन बंदे नहीं
Where
मारा
does
ना
Oxy
देखते
decide to go to get these entries? He's gonna peek
No, I
into
don't
the A
even watch
side
the
from
matches.
short, maybe
Love
after a little
you.
bit of a default.
प्लीज एनर्जी करो डन
Zeppa's job here is to get hit by the sky
तुम लोग ने
flash.
बोला डन
Let Fury know that somebody is sitting outside of B.
I mean, they could choose to crunch showers really hard if they wanted to here.
लेकिन आप सोचो इसका
Fury,
प्लान
depending on what
चेंज
they
हो गया
see.
Yeah, with the
सो
Brimlock
जा
as
तू
well.
सो जा
But are they dynamic enough in these
हम
calls
एनर्जी करेंगे
to
गोट
make
टीम
something like
वन
that happen? They've gotten B long, so that's step 1.
Yeah.
And then they're once again being
तबीयत
followed
खराब
into all
होगी तो
this
क्या
cypher
करोगे
intel. Not going to get caught by that
Facecam
trip
off
this
करके
time.
stream.
Flash into U-Haul, nobody will be found. But they've got to hear this at this point. The dog clearing out, making sure there's no one
You all
there,
तो
so
मिल गया bro
they can fully commit to the showers push.
Oh, that nade is right on target.
Havoc is so weak too.
And now Oxy's
कैच
in
पकड़ा
spawn.
बे हैव
He's going to continue to push forward, the orbital strike to keep them back.
Oh, they have so much space right now. Oh, that's a really good Brimlock.
He's got the spike down though. And they're going to tie things up as far as numbers go, but I think Cloud9 have so much control on this site right now. It's going to take heroics from Fury to snatch it back. And the first could go their way, but no. Oxy getting the kill, a second nade online. He spots Nosworth. He's back in 3 on the round. There was so much to do, and it will not be found.
गोट तो
Oxy
है
gets 4,
Oxy
Cloud9 get to 11.
ये मैं करते हो ना आप स्ट्रीम हाँ ना
And the timing on that A hit was perfect.
करंट बेडल आसपास है कौन है फिलहाल तो
Fury stayed
स्टैट्स
B
के
long
हिसाब
for
से
a little bit
आसपास
too
है
long. That causes the second timeout. Right away, back to back.
इन्हें मैं मल्टीप्लेयर फ्रॉम स्ट्रीम नहीं कर सकते मैं नहीं करता
this
यार
entire round with his nade. Yeah.
मैं नहीं
Not only
करता
did he get the kill onto Havoc, but he forced NZR to have to go wide. He either has to stay in spawn and give Oxy that angle the entire
भाई
time in
सिंपल
heaven,
बात है भाई
or he
यू
has to
ऑल
just
लिया
run
तो
through
जीत
it.
गए लोग
This time
सिंपल
Oxy's
बात
just
है
punishing him, taking
और
things into
कुछ
his
नहीं,
own
simple
hands,
बात है।
pushing spawn there. We've seen him do that before as
कॉन्फिडेंट
well.
साथ
I
में
think we've
मजा
got to
है
mention too, the second half that Oxy has had is insane. He's currently sitting at what, 20 and 13, and I believe at halftime he was at like maybe 10 kills, 11 maybe. So for him to have nearly doubled
भाई
his
एक आप
output
हो
here
जो
in the
इतना
second half
स्टडी
is
करते हो और
insane.
ग्राइंड
Once
करते
he
हो
gets going, it's just
और
there's
एक
no
टिबो
stopping.
ने
It's so hard to stop him.
गोट
You
और
have
घोटर
to
विद कच्चा है
play in spots where you're double swinging him and hope you get the trade. 100 Thieves did a really good job doing that against him, and that's why he got shut down so hard. But if you're not peeking Oxy together, he's almost always good for one.
Yeah. And then honestly, sometimes you double face him and he still gets 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 and 13 right now. Just such a ridiculous performance. Cloud9 just a couple of rounds away from putting Furia down.
It's a must-win round for Furia. They do have the rocket online, and they're going to be doing a short walk. They got punished on the pistol round doing this.
Do they try to go fast here? Surely not.
I think
right?
Hands और
MW
आसपास
is
से
gonna get in the
Oxy
corner here, and it's going to be a rocket satchel
मेरे लिए गोट
off
हमेशा
of
10
the cam. But Oxy might be able to blast pack through this.
They know something's up. It feels a little weird. There's the jump spot. He tries to get up top. Oxy joins him.
सर पे
And
मारा
falls.
penalty.
An attempt at trying to get away is just futility. And now Havoc trying to play on the site with Khalil close by, trying to lock things down, and there he goes, finding success, but Vanity on the trade. They've been torn apart. You've lost showers, you don't have short. Cloud9 have been able to carefully, but effectively push their way forward. But alas, Furious rotations arrive at just the right time. Can Vanity win this thing out, a 1v3? Finding a timing on the dog, or at least attempting to. But now vulnerable, tagged up, repositioning, and he's gonna get away, but Furia already rotating over. No utility to his name either. An attempt to maybe get the spike down. No, not even that. He wants to take these fights.
30 seconds left.
There is a world. This would be a back-breaking round.
My head to headshot angle.
If it goes away with Cloud9, the most demoralizing thing you could think of. But it does not happen. Furia gets a 7.
World map को team बनानी है.
A thorn in the side of Cloud9. He wants to win so bad, but the problem is when he's getting these kills, he's overheating.
Love you, yaar. Thank you for the membership.
He did his best. I mean, that's just a hard.
50,000 giveaway का photo भी डाला.
Even if he gets out of that, Havoc's gonna just swing him right back and get the trade. I mean, 5 HP.
Fira qualify नहीं ना. Fira जीत गए तो Fira out है. Fira कुछ भी करे. Next 2 game भी अगर Fira जीते तो भी out
these two squads. And a different setup from Havoc. The Trips heavy B this time. He's got the cam. And there's a lot of presence here too. They're playing so heavy on their Cypher site.
I think Moose heard all 3. And again, the call on the other side of the map, Zeppa's job at A is to just be a fake. Try to keep players there.
They have to commit to be here. They don't have any showers.
It's such a big gap though. For Furia, they're not aware of short either, and that's why you see MW sitting in CT spawn.
And they
now
still
he's
have
able to flood out.
I mean, they still have a couple of trips. They still have the trip outside Hookah. But if Havoc dies, it's all for naught. And there he goes. He falls. MW's on the trade, but they have so much more room to breathe now. The timing on this has to be fast. If Conan wants to show up to apply some value, to apply some pressure, it's got to be quick, or Nosworth just wins it on his own. 3 for the leaders. Furia gets 8.
Conan is a maniac right now. He just ran through like 4 set
Pieces
pieces of utility. Still made his way under Hookah. He's playing like a madman. And he's getting punished for it. But it's just funny to watch. Those are really nice shots from NZR. The little side steps that he does. Makes it so the crosshair of the C9 players are constantly having to be moved.
Your favorite Valor team? TRX.
Another 3B long setup, this time looking to punish.
Eyes turn towards Cloud9, and of course it's Oxy with ult online.
That's crazy. If they stay in Octagon for too long, they might get wrapped with this rocket. And I think they're aware of that, and that's why they're backing up. That flash! NZR B-Long should allow MW and himself to lean. That's why you see MW already here.
अगर ये showers लेके जाएगा ना, जो कि लेके जा सकता है.
Maybe get some tag damage onto somebody, but his timing might be terrible here.
And again, Cloud9 not really invested in trying to fight for showers. And they've got somebody watching it. They've got Boost watching it. But not really concerned in taking the space. Conan continuing to try to sidestep that. Boost pulled that off, but Khalil there to keep them back. What? He shouldn't get away with it. And now Oxy with his ult, dropping Khalil 3 up for the rest of the half, for the rest of the round. Rooney on the spam seekers invested. Niles were continuing to fire. Oxy's gonna have to do it on his own. The nade as he tries to satchel and it's turned.
Oh my
It's Oxy again!
कैसे कर लेता ये?
He's unstoppable right now.
कैसे कर
I
लेता
mean, I said
ये?
turn towards Oxy, but I thought it'd be with his ult.
सैचल से मेरे को लगा तो साइफर का किल तो ले लेगा वो. मेरे जैसा प्ले था वो.
It's heartbreaking for
दूसरा.
They played everything so well up to that point. This satchel knocked him in.
Let's go. Let's go.
He doesn't even talk this time, but you know what he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the best.
Yep. And when he makes plays like that, it's hard to argue.
Here we go. A set play with Brimalt.
Fury on their last leg.
Oh. Oxy's going to satchel in while this Brimalt comes.
The dog clearing out showers. Now the space is found, and there it is.
So dead here.
Khalil had nowhere to go. He had to go forward. And right into the attack from Cloud9.
GG.
It's too good for Cloud9.
MW has ult, and that could counter this pit. If he finds the right target, Nazwar with no dog, it's just going to be a flash. Still 2 satchels, and there they go, pushing forward, looking to find a target. It's not the one he's looking for, but it's still a target found. Pit still in play.
GG.
And they're playing so far back. Rooney still has a molly too.
Nah, I think GG.
Oxy walks into the pit.
Zeppa watching the flank.
Time is ticking.
Fury are trying to brute force their way into this, and they might have done it, but no, Rooney keeps them back. Conan and Zeppa 1v1. You said he's been a menace. You said he's been good, but Zappa's played this beautifully.
He's too good in these positions.
Leaning into the time, and that's all it takes.
GG. GG.
Cloud9 take down Fury at 2-1.
12-0 के बाद कैसे जीते भाई? कैसे?
That is Furia's last hope, I believe, of trying to make a miracle playoff run.
लोग out थे भाई.
And Cloud9,
कोई miracle possible नहीं.
The mental resilience to bounce back after a disastrous first map and bring it back. Answer with a 13-3 on Lotus, and then to close things out on Vine, which was a tough fight.
It was at the end.
Oxy had a lot of big rounds that bailed.
Nrg बोलते.
Again, I think he had 10 kills at halftime. Finished with 27.
And 7 first bloods on top of that.
He had an outrageous second half, and yeah, that very well could have been the difference maker.
Still things to work on if you're Cloud9. But
Get like करो, तो क्या likes करो?
And they play MIBR next.
भाई आज
the chance to have a really good score going into this playoff.
Oh, absolutely.
But 5-1.
That's not bad.
That's insane.
That's not bad.
We gotta talk about the teams they've taken down.
Yeah,
Lev, Loud. Yeah, they lost 100 Thieves in a
भाई कितने लड़के लोग पागल होते रहेंगे उस पे भी?
Gonna happen here today. On the opposite side for Furia, there are a lot of things that I saw on that Vine map that I look forward to, but they just lost it on their attack side.
Yeah.
That is truly what it came down to. Yeah, Oxy had Oxy plays. That's
Campaigns
gonna
वाला
happen in
demon
this
one
series,
चाहिए.
but it's the rounds where you're just
बहुत easy
wasting
को for
ults
one time fluke.
that come back to bite
इनको हराना
you in the
fluke
butt.
कैसे?
It felt like it was just too little too late, man. Once they finally started to string some rounds together, they were already down in a tremendous fashion. Like, the hole they dug themselves was so deep. There was no way for them to really pull themselves out of it. And then you add Oxy being Oxy into the mix, and it's just way too much for them to overcome.
Binks भाई, you're going? No.
You can't afford to.
Energy करेंगे ना? मुंह धोना पड़ेगा मेरे को.
Because if you do, he's just an absolute menace on the server.
And he had plenty of it. It felt like Vanity was calling really well again. The Ascent map, that doesn't feel like that happened today. Man, that doesn't feel like that was a series that we just watched.
That was insane. I don't even know how that happened. Furia had probably one of the greatest Ascent attacks
Ascent का
of all
खत्म.
time.
Ascent का run खत्म.
Yeah.
Probably the best of all time.
Yeah. 12-0, that'll do it. We're going to throw it down to
Ascent का run
Riv,
खत्म.
who's standing by on the stage for the Verizon post-match interview.
Thank you, gentlemen. I am joined by Vanity of Cloud9 after their victory over Furia. And we start back at map 1. Back at map 1, this is the calibration game, the warm-up game. At Cloud9 just cannot seem to find their footing there. Vanity, what's going on? What are the talks? What was the focus for the first game?
Honestly, I have no clue. That's a handicap, I guess.
Okay.
I know we have a chance to win if we give them a map, so make it entertaining, but I don't know. We just suck at first map, like, the entire time. I think we've been a team, like, we've been really poor on first maps, and we definitely need to fix it, but we've tried a lot of things and nothing's worked so far, so.
Is it coming in too loose and feeling like the looseness will help, or just being able to find your footing halfway through that first map?
Honestly, I have...
Okay.
No idea. We've tried a lot of different things. We tried a warm-up scrim, we tried no warm-up scrim. Yeah, I have no clue, to be honest.
Well, there is one thing that brings back the vibes to the team, and that's Oxy. I gotta ask, how much does he juice the team up when you guys are looking for gas?
A lot. The kid's incredible. I love playing with him.
Talk to me about what you feel like as a veteran, seeing this young kid come in. And everybody on the team saying, we're in Oxy's backpack. It doesn't affect him. He wants more. He just keeps going. What is the ceiling for this kid, and how impressed are you by him?
I mean, he averages 30 kills in scrims. Like, it's not an exaggeration. 30 kills is probably his average, so I guess this guy, he's incredible. He's a great teammate. He's an incredible learner. I'm very proud of him.
Awesome. One more MIBR
Toxic
next.
boost,
How you guys
toxic.
feeling about it, and just focus on first
Toxic
map
है
going
बच्चा
then?
देखो.
Hopefully we can shoot back on the first map. Maybe don't need to win it, but let's be a little more competitive. But I mean, they looked really
भाई
good in kickoff.
Thursday
They
के
haven't
बाद
looked too great in
मोए
the
मोए हो
regular
गया
season, but they're definitely a capable team, and I'm sure it'll be a good match.
All right, C9 still in the running for playoffs. Vanity, thank you so much for the
I
interview
spent
and your
an
time.
energy के plan among
So back
everyone
to the
chat
desk
से.
right now to get into the next game.
ये तो caps में क्यों लिख रहा है? बंदा वॉल्यूम बढ़ाओ ना. किसका वॉल्यूम? स्ट्रीम वॉल्यूम है. माइक में नहीं बढ़ा सकता. माइक मैक्स है. आओ जी का क्या सीन है? क्वालिफाइड नहीं. जी गया. हाँ टप कर क्या हो जाए बे. आज 10 हो गए. क्या लगता है पिंकी सो गई रहेगी या अभी भी कुछ देख रही है? साइड में लाइट क्यों है? एस्थेटिक्स के लिए रखा था, लेकिन अभी सारे लाइट्स बंद हो गए. पीछे के कुछ बचा नहीं है अभी. सेन का क्या सीन है? सेन आउट. सेन बाहर. सेन अभी खेलेगी सीधा चैंपियंस. तो जा कल के रूटर के लिए बैटरी बचाओ. कल मोस्टली मैं पैसिफिक नहीं करूंगा, तो दोनों मैचेस यूजलेस है. तो पैसिफिक के जगह पे रूटर करूंगा मोस्टली. पैसिफिक करना पॉइंट नहीं बनता, मतलब दोनों ही यूजलेस है. दोनों मैच में से एक बंदे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्या होएगा फीडिंग के अलावा. एनर्जी और हर 10 मिनट में कोई सीन नहीं. तीन बार मैंने रिवेंट किया. कल अमेरिका का भी यूजलेस है. कल क्या अमेरिका का यूजलेस हो ही नहीं सकता भाई. इम्पॉसिबल. कल क्रू वर्सेस 100 थीव्स है. कल एक ही है ना अमेरिका. क्रू वर्सेस 100 थीव्स. कल आई थिंक सो एक ही है. क्रू वर्सेस 100 थीव्स बराबर. तो 100 थीव्स को क्या फर्क पड़ता है देखने दो. क्रू तो भाई दूर दूर तक क्वालिफाइड है. अमेरिका क्रू क्वालिफाइड है. 100 थीव्स को फर्क पड़ सकता है ब्रो. 3 ही मैचेस हुए और 2 मैचेस बचे. तो अगर ये लोग दोनों हार गए, ये लोग 2-3 जाएंगे और माइनस जा सकता है. और 2-3 ना 5 इनका नहीं यूजलेस है. 100 थीव्स क्वालिफाइड है ब्रो. 100 thieves is qualified no matter what. दोनों टीम्स क्वालिफाइड है. हाँ दोनों टीम क्वालिफाइड. गेम साउंड बहुत कम आ रहा है ड्यूरिंग गेम. बड़ा तो न्यू एड कब आ रहा है? कल आ रहा है सर 30th को सर. तो स्ट्रीम लाइक करो. मैं आया मुझे धोना पड़े इतने हैं. स्ट्रीम वॉल्यूम बढ़ा देते हैं. खड़े क्यों हो भाई? कमर दुख रहा है यार. 9 बजे से जिंदा हूँ मैं. इससे पता नहीं.
Step into the ring. Come on, come on.
ready to play against my boy Max. Like, you know, yeah, like a long year. Me, Ethan as well.
To be able to take down these two last giants.
I think it's gonna be sick. I think it's gonna be all fun. Once the stage hits, like we're shooting back. That's all that matters.
Cutting up these appropriate angles. Paranoia on top of it. Now being offloaded and let rip. But it's a rocket for a rocket and a kill for a kill. Drawing blood. Jorgamo! How are you doing that? Ripping their way to hopes and dreams.
It's nice to see Ethan on the stage again against him too, because the last iteration of Nrg is when I played him, and that was like the first year of pro Valorant for me.
Ethan is incredible. Max, they've had a brilliant start so far.
Big pressure on this side now. Hunter's Fury going to start ringing out. But Ethan's there, right at the backside for 3. And MIB are circling the drain here, folks.
Never look back. Never think about what happened before. As long as the team knows that, I think that's the most confident thing we can do.
We're going to put a lot of effort into this next match. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
Welcome back to week 4 of VCT Americas and our second match on this Sunday. Stepping into the ring, it's Nrg versus Evil Geniuses. That's right, everybody. And joining you right now is me, Geek Heavy, along with Balla and Wyatt. How are we doing in this ring that we just stepped into?
I'm just dying because the ring on the floor over there.
Aw, what happened?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
He stepped into the ring and got knocked out. Got KO'd.
Poor Furia.
I'm super hyped for this next game. I mean, it matters so much. All the implications are crazy based on who wins in this next one, and it's a giga banger. I mean, the former teammate storyline that we heard a lot about in that little video we saw just then is so interesting to me.
And also, given we just saw EG beat Sentinels, and they're on the crescendo, they're on the way up. I'm excited to see if they can upset Nrg.
Yeah, that's right. And this one is actually a bit of a twist because it is indeed a reunion. It's an Evil Geniuses reunion. I don't know if we should like blow confetti or like break out the sausages. I don't know what happens at reunions. I've never had one. Anyways. Well, except for this one, you know, back at kickoffs, yes.
Anyway, back to the product.
Yes. Now, this is the first time we'll see champions Ethan and Demon 1 face off against Jagamo and Coach Potter.
It's
pretty exciting.
Yeah. Potter's been excited for it. She's been talking about going at Max, Demon 1. I haven't heard much about what Demon 1's thinking about it, but definitely I think those two on EG right now, and everybody on EG, honestly, are probably pretty excited for this opportunity, right? This is them stepping back into it, an opportunity to qualify for playoffs, an opportunity to ruin NRG's hopes at the same time, which I think is pretty exciting for them.
For EG, it is just straight up win, you're through, lose, you're out, no?
Yeah,
I mean, that
like
is essentially the situation, So this is do or die for EG right now. And again, after watching last week how impressive they were, I got a lot of confidence in this team.
Yeah, well, let's see what Ethan has to say about all of this. Riv is standing by with him right now.
I caught Ethan in the practice room. I had a few questions for him. I just want to get your thoughts on playing against your old teammates here in a battle for playoffs.
Yeah, it's just, you know, we're taking it one by one, and like you said, it's a battle for playoffs. So, you know, every game is just another game for us right now.
Back to you.
Woo, okay.
He doesn't even care.
Short but sweet, yeah, you know.
He's like, oh, former teammates, never heard of him.
I mean, again, like, I guess he's never had a reunion just like me. Yeah,
he's had plenty of reunions, bro. That guy's been on NRG like 3 times. Been on EG like 3 times, too.
Well, you know, on paper, this definitely is NRG's match to lose, but you can't ever count out Evil Geniuses. Now, we just saw Potter call her shot and take down Sentinels.
Yeah.
You know, and so it is relatively possible that, you know, something similar might happen here.
I mean, we're saying it's theirs to lose, but honestly, this season, I'm not blown away by NRG. Their wins that they've gotten, they beat the fatigued Loud Week 1 that had just returned. The other 2 Brazilian teams trounced by Lev. And when you're looking at this, the quality of play that EG brought to the table against Sen last week, obviously the confidence for Potter coming into that was like, I mean, we'll see. And then they just beat them. I really think that, you know, the idea of NRG being, you know, the massive favorites here, I'm not feeling it. I think they have a lot to prove.
Yeah. I think, especially when I think about EG, this is a team I think that is building up their confidence to the roof, right? They're so confident now that they've gotten a couple of reps under the belt and had some success as well, some big wins. That's something I think that is invaluable, especially for a team coached by Potter, right? She's able to instill so much confidence. So more to the fact that like you're going to play way above your level. And when you have a big challenge like this, I think when you are firing on all cylinders, that gets very exciting for a team like EG. That prospect is just too good for them, too tantalizing.
Yeah, and yeah, the last remaining champion that from 2023, I forgot what year we were. Is Jogamo. So let's talk about Jogamo. He had a bit of a tough start to stage 1, but he woke up against Sentinels. Like the job was barking.
Honestly, I think people were being a little too hard on him with this performance early on in this stage. He was great in kickoff. I think that his performance was a symptom of wider team struggles, and he was still getting some great entry kills. He was having his moments, but it just wasn't the level we're used to, where he was so dominant with EG champions.
I would agree with that, right? Like, I think that his early struggles are probably because he was dealing with a whole new team, trying to get, do a lot to get that team involved. But the fact of the matter is he's the star player, right? He is that guy for the team. And if he's not doing what he did against Sentinels, then they're going to lose. And it's just as simple as that, because they don't have as many shooters as they did last year. It's just that simple.
You say that, but
they don't.
I mean,
yes, they don't.
Okay.
They don't have as many shooters as they did last year.
Yeah, obviously when you're looking, but that's not to say that the players they do have, when they were playing at the level that they were last week, like Apoth, Nature, they can clearly step up. Like, we've seen a high level of individual play, but yeah, you can't just throw them into the category.
I'm just
obviously
saying,
what they had last
if Jogamo had been playing like a star that he was last year, then EG would have been having a chance in all of their games, but he wasn't, and that's why they're down. Despite the fact that they still have it in their control, it's just because the rest of the teams in their group are bad too. Like, you know, they haven't won many games.
That is, you're not lying, you know. But you know, like you said, he is definitely the superstar of the team. But you know what? How about we talk about one of the supermen of the team? Standing by with Superman right now, we got Riv.
I'm in the practice room here with Superman, up in my evil and my genius a little bit. I had a question. The Sen win last week was huge. What did the team have that you guys weren't clicking with before, and how can you use it today?
Honestly, we had a very slow start and put ourselves in a do-or-die situation. So pretty much going into the last week, I feel like that gave us an edge. We all play better when our backs are against the wall. So hopefully, you know, that will keep us hungry for the win today.
All right. Good luck in the matches.
Now, there honestly isn't any way around this. Evil Geniuses, they need to win if they want a shot at qualifying for playoffs. And if you can't get 2 wins, well, you're out. Like, that's just it. That's just like the fact of the matter. So do we think that they can actually beat Nrg?
I mean, remaining 2 games, I think they've got a chance. I mean, the Nrg right here, this is it. I think they definitely have a chance. I think Wyatt is spot on when he says I don't think Nrg is as heavy of the favorite as I think a lot of people are saying. I would still probably predict Nrg on a regular type of basis, but I don't know, man. I definitely think they have a big shot here.
Are they the favorites if you're like going on a percentage-based favorite thing?
Right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I think EG have a way larger shot than people would assume if you're just looking at the teams on paper and their record up until this point. I think Nrg have a lot to prove, especially with their map pool. Right now, it's like the Breeze has been insane, but the rest of the maps that they've played so far in this stage, just
a little lackluster.
Yeah, lackluster compared to that Breeze. So, listen, that's one aspect of the game. I think they're going to have to flesh things out, and they could get caught off by just a good pick band from EG.
Absolutely, and yeah, like we were just discussing, like on the opposite side of things, Nrg, they really need to win to stay alive in their very competitive alpha group. Like, everyone is like, they're working on all cylinders there.
Yeah, EG and then 100 Thieves, this is a dangerous stretch. I mean, very dangerous. And I think, Wyatt, you were talking about a lot of the teams that they've beaten so far. I mean, all the Brazilian teams up to this point. And they've stumbled, right, against Leviathan. They got just completely demolished. That's, I think, where the fear is coming from right now. But it's just the 2 NA teams left. I think it's dangerous with those 2 teams picking up some huge momentum down there.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's when they're playing against these teams. EG off the back of a huge win. 100 Thieves, they started losing to Sen. and then they finally like broke through that glass ceiling of getting a win, and now they look white hot. Like this is very dangerous for them. They could go 3-3 if things go awry, if they don't have a better map.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, things are just really heating up. I think we're just getting started. Like, I'm not necessarily sure who's gonna win this one, but I want some predictions from the table right now.
Okay.
Balla. This was tough, right? This isn't easy.
I'm gonna say I think EG's got this.
I'm going with EG too. Are NRG the favorite? Yes. But I'm going to go with EG.
Okay.
Morning.
All right. Easy clap. Look, I really think NRG, in a lot of senses, they have a couple things that they need to work on, right? I think a little bit of the mid-rounding. You talked about the map pool, but I also think a number of them need to step up individually, right? I think Victor has had moments, but that guy has always had a streak of inconsistency, right? Demon 1, somewhat of a slump. Right? Those are the things I'm kind of banking on coming into this one. I think those factors add up a lot when EG is white hot and potentially fired up to take down
Loud पे आता है अगर Loud next match हारा G2 के सामने
I don't know.
I'm
just I'm confused right now because I don't know. I'm going to go for NRG. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm just going to do it, Balla. I'm going for NRG. I have to. Someone has to. I got to be the person that's going to be on the opposite side of the fence. But you know what? We're going to toss things over to the stage. I think it's time to get things started.
Riot Games Arena. Let's kick
off this NA Showdown with our first team.
Make some noise for NRG!
आपके डेट से कोरिया के नहीं NRG on top by the on paper this should be the best team in the world on paper. Like on paper तो इससे बाप टीम बन नहीं सकती एनर्जी के लिए ऑन पेपर सारे गोट है बेंच 5 गोट और कोच गोट 6 गोट
And let's bring out their opponent. Give it up for Evil Geniuses!
पॉटर बोलते आज इजी जिता दे If NRG wins one map, Sen can't qualify. 2-0 आ रहा तो भी Sen can't qualify. Sen out है. कुछ भी करो Sen out है.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep the energy going for NRG. I'm sorry, I gotta stick with my guys.
Listen, it's the reasonable pick. It is the reasonable pick.
Is it the safe pick though?
Yes, it's definitely the safe pick. Without a doubt, on paper, but it's just for me the way that this stage has played out of the past couple weeks. It's the energy just being lost against Lev.
I just love watching the pre-game huddles from EG on this side.
ये दोनों कोच बेस्ट कोच होंगे I think industry के by name
hesitation,
वो भी था
the
mini
nervousness just melts away.
old fanatic का coach
having a good time.
वो भी बाप
Everybody's got a little special handshake out there. I will tell you, he looks hungry. He looks hungry. That dog looks hungry. And he's on the other side of the stage against his former teammates, Ethan and Demon 1. I think this guy is
Hello, mate. Hello.
Now, looking at the map pool, EG, they're going to take out Breeze. That's been NRG's clear best map. So they're going to pick into Ascent, which we actually haven't seen them play so far in this stage. Last we saw them
Alex को तो कोई replace नहीं कर सकता. DRX टीम को कोई कोच नहीं कर पाएगा. ये तो guarantee है. दुनिया का कोई भी कोच Alex के अलावा DRX को नहीं संभाल सकता भाई. सब उड़ जाएंगे. बाल उड़ जाएंगे. जल्दी एज करेंगे कोच.
Yeah, I mean historically this team has been so good, right?
Heavy stress, heavy. VP की गोलियां लेनी पड़ेगी.
Even back last year. It's a home ground for NRG, and yeah, it's been weird seeing them not really rely on it this season. And here they are in a very critical match relying on it right here in the first one. This is going to be super interesting to see how it plays out.
Absolutely, and I think it'll be very cool to see what's going to happen here with a lot of the mid-round calling against Lev. That was a struggle point for NRG. Going up against Nature, one of the new IGLs here in VCT Americas debuted this year with EG, was someone that a lot of teams had their eyes on, had a few different options. People were interested in him. And
that matchup is interesting. Ethan versus Nature.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. I think two inexperienced IGLs. Ethan, obviously, a wealth of experience to pull from, but in terms of actually IGLing, that's something that I think Nature is maybe evenly matched so far in this
certainly could be. And on Ascent here with both teams,
I think Border is the
as they did previously, just playing the default Ascent comp. So it's going to be a significant battle between those guys, how they can play out the mid-rounds. The calling is going to be huge.
This map is going to be so incredibly proactive from both sides. You're going to see reclears constantly on either side. It's going to be super interesting to see who's going to be faster to react to situations that arise on this map.
Well, you know what? Let's see how the reunion goes. We're going to get right into it with this one and send things over to your casters. Say hello to Bryn and Sasha.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, great setup here for this match. I mean, expectations a bit topsy-turvy, I think. You can tell that from the Death's predictions. You know, they're saying they don't necessarily think EG will be the favorites, but they're prepping them to win it. And, you know, I can see the arguments here, to be honest. They're a team that have said that they play better when their backs are up against the wall. It's their last chance to really make playoffs as well, really. The percentages are in the double digits for EG. They know they have to beat NRG, and it's an NRG that have quite a bit to prove.
They do. It's not looked amazing for them recently. They clocked in and got their 3 wins against the Brazilian teams, and then it was struggles. The most recent game as well, Chet wasn't particularly happy even with the win that they ended up getting. And there are things on the line here. NRG need a 2-0 to clinch. An NRG win with any score would put 100 Thieves and crew through to playoffs and would eliminate Sen and EG. So from NRG's perspective, tons to play for and a must-win game for Evil Geniuses.
We'll see how this one begins. With Crash, he's going to send drone forward, setting up Demon 1 into that nice forward approach. This is comfortable grounds for him, really. Loves to be put into these forward positions where he can really take advantage.
Yeah, one of the ways in which
themselves
used Demon 1 on the attack side of this map was inserting him deep into spots like this, over towards Market, and then running a B exec where he dashed over to switch. Oh, and Jordan, he's read it and shut down his counterpart.
As soon as the alarm bot was broken, still looks like NRG still a great place to deal with. Apop blind as a bat, and Derek dealt with towards the back. So an open plan now for them. NRG being able to get themselves into that post plan, but they've already lost control of the front section. Fast re-clear, but Jorgamo, Nature right behind him, not too much util, but he spots out the shoulder, a couple of stray shots, not really doing the job.
It's actually the paranoia on Marved I'm looking at.
He's still holding it. As soon as they collect that contact, and he's going to send it flying, so it pushes them back for but a moment. Enough damage done, softening up all the targets. NRG walking away with a nice and easy one there, despite losing Demon 1 in mid.
And then that showcases how NRG are still going to be able to win some of these rounds, even if a piece of the puzzle goes wrong. That was essentially the exact same strat they were going to run anyway. They just ran it without the jet. All 4 of the players spilling out through main, and Ethan doing a great job at holding down lane there in the post.
Team blind
So they get 2 rifles, 2 bulldogs online here early. And I am going to be paying serious attention to NRG's macro calling, because I think that was what let them down the most in the game against We've seen EG before cook up some really interesting strats. And antis.
Yep, counter strat. Anti plays here. I mean, the drone getting the tag, but a spam damage, no kill to be claimed on Superman. But yeah, close attention paid, I think, to NRG. How to play in this one. Ethan, of course, you know, he's a very experienced player, but quite new to the IGL role when he stepped up onto this stage. And maybe that's where we're seeing evidence of those gaps.
And I actually think NRG have looked really good on defense rounds on a lot of their maps. But it's the attack side calling where I think there is a little bit of an experience differential right now.
Slow and steady for NRG, though. They don't want to run themselves into any stack of players. We've got a lot of acknowledgement of EG just loitering around the A site. 50 seconds onto the mark into this round. You got to start making decisions soon.
And EG do seem to be guessing the correct
भाई
side.
अगर gun round में
Another
इतना slow
situation
खेल
where
लिए
the
ना
clock
ये लोग
starts to
ने
run down and NRG are grouped up, heading into the stronger
Heavy-
side. But it's only
heavy
classics
left
on the
right
other
also.
side. How bad can it really get?
There really shouldn't be much danger.
3 players spotted with that knife, but there's only 30 seconds in NRG. They can't really pivot.
And Jorgamo pre-aiming for the dart position here. A couple of shots now fired into the smoke. They realize.
Why am I already
भाई made weight
Yeah,
रहता
I mean,
तो
this
भाई
one's stacking all the
तीनों
players dash forwards into the smoke and dominating the position. Steeman1 is just going to be leading the charge for his team. They are lit up. Util is nice for him, but Jorgo are now stuck into this dice position. Time, 12 seconds. Got to deal with these players. Got to get the spike down or just kill
भाई
them all.
इतन क्या
Why
खेल
not?
रहा है बे?
And a very nice pause there.
हाँ?
Stopping the scaling on B, on A, so that they could just hold angles and punish the
Standard
EG players
too.
that were looking to try to play off
इतना close
Jorgmo.
है head
And I
करने
like
से,
that.
just saying.
There was a pause there in the middle of the exec to allow a little
हल्का सा
more
warning दे के
control
रखा.
into things. So even though Ethan knew they were running into 3 players on A, and even though they decided to commit to that, they had that little pump of the brakes in the round that allowed them to escape fairly unscathed.
भाई
Not
इतन का
overstressing the
ulti आ
economy.
जाएगा बे?
And NRG all bunched up towards B to start.
यही round ulti आ सकता है उसका.
Ethan 2 away as well from his ult with the no command. I'll be looking to grab the orb. Easily accessible.
So mid recon दिया यहाँ से.
Dash. It's all going to be combined up to push these players away. Along with that dart, that's not actually taken care of, but Demon1 will just go down to the spam. Isolated, I believe, from a bit of that util at the choke, and his team wasn't following up. Jorgamo still here. Trying to find that value with the dash active. Of course, he is suppressed, so
पूरा
unable to
push
use
रुक गया बे.
too much in
पूरा
terms
push
of the
रुक
wave
गया.
abilities.
The
जाना
NRG game
पड़ेगा.
against Leviathan. People were looking at Demon1 stats at the end. He went 2 and 15 in first kills to first deaths, and they're like, Demon1, he's tragic on the entries.
He's washed.
Entries like this have been Demon1's reality recently, where he goes in, and he's just getting annihilated inside his own
और
cloud
trade भी
bursts.
नहीं ले पा रहा ना.
It's
Problem वो है.
unfortunate, and it's set NRG up in another 4v5.
लोग मर भी ऐसा रहा ना कि
You're gonna
trade
see
भी नहीं
that.
ले पा रहा.
Duelist
वो
players
थोड़ा सा
having poor
problem है.
performances if the setup isn't quite there. Victor.
Good awareness from Apoth. Victor dodged the recon, and Apoth still clears it.
Walkabouts all over the place here. Ethan seeking advantages. Pop flash underhanded.
One enemy remaining.
And that will
खत्म कर
seal
दिया
it
बे
up. So the
Apoth ने.
bonus round, not too much damage really being done by NRG here.
Valentine
CG
love your streams.
put their
Thank
one onto
you.
the board.
Thank you.
And we actually saw Apoth there push all the way
Game
out
push
of
play कर
B9.
रहा है सब strategy पता है
Reclearing that
भाई.
space as soon as he got the pick onto Victor, realizing that Victor would not be playing with all the rest of the squad.
That's what making us smile.
Yeah,
Love
I mean,
you.
what is that? The punish there, the first death onto Demon1. And then Apoth swings around, pushes tiles to kill Crashies and Marv.
Send out, send out.
Nasty stuff. Was there much damage done?
Water ball
Not
thing.
really on an economical side, but it did get up this null command. And so,
ये round अगर हार गया energy.
gonna see any kind of anti-KOL setup?
Apoth is
He's
not
pretty
playing
committed to
offside.
B.
Yeah, he's very committed over towards B, so they did choose to go for a fast play. Could have been in trouble, but it's slow and steady again. Same play that we saw towards the pistol round, just a drone going to be committed deep into mid. Last time they set up Demon1, he's not there this time.
And look at this. This
अच्छा
is
mid
2
recon
rounds in a
दे
row
रहे
now
हैं
that Derek has sent a recon dart from lane on B over to Cat for a mid player to play off. It's a cool idea, but he's used it twice now, and NRG is starting to get the idea of where it's coming from and what its purpose is. And they're walking down Cat now.
Nano Swarm. Sent flying here for Superman as well to take up that space.
नहीं वो लोग के पास
Maybe
अभी.
they can actually clear this alarm bot.
उनके
It
पास
doesn't
smokes
matter with the
नहीं
amount
है
of players
अभी.
up forwards, it will get broken at the end of the day, but it's a player disadvantage that NRG are staring at. And I have to offset that.
With Marv's death in A main, I think the read here is fairly obvious that they're going into a B split.
This flash is supportive util. I want to play off of it. A couple of sound
God,
cues being made.
babe.
It's a high-low set up. NRG. One kill claimed.
30 seconds left.
Dart rebounds just as the ult is sent flying, dashing forwards into the smoke
Okay,
swarm field.
refund.
All to be seen.
Ruby Mara.
Apoth. Oh, you're going to clean up so much more. This guy just on fire right now. Again, that supportive util.
Bye.
The movement is just excellency.
Apoth ही मार रहा है भाई. हाँ
We
चार
are
मारे
asking who's
उसने.
going to step up for EG. The desk was saying it
भाई
as
अभी
well.
तक तो जॉगो में
Are they
मारना
right
चालू
on?
भी नहीं किया
Do
है.
they have the fraggers? It was Apoth and Jorgamo who went
Energy playing too
absolutely
passive.
bonkers in the
वो लोग
game
का play
against
style ही
Sentinels.
वैसा है रे अभी.
And Apoth is starting out this map looking like he's in the exact same form and having the exact same confidence to go for these plays.
Come be again, baby. Come on now.
खुद के इस पर ऑग शुरू करिए
I love the fact that he's got
पैसा
that.
कौन
But
देगा
also Marv dying over in A main, it just ruins things for NRG. No smokes to go for a B split. That is so difficult. You're open to the angle deep mid. You're open to the spawn angle as well once you commit to sight. And this map, it does trend defense sided. NRG are going to be looking to get into good positions to put the occasional round on the board, not dominate the half.
Could be damage here from the Shockies. Team 1 knocked down. You're right. It's going to take some real miracle moments, I think, from the
इसी का
NRG
एम
players
खतरनाक
with the
है
sheriffs in hand.
वो लोग का टीम प्ले बहुत अच्छा है मतलब वो लोग जो मैचेस हार रहे भी है ना एटलीस्ट टीम प्ले दिख रहा है
So he's been holding
मतलब
on
या
to
फिर
control
पूरी
of this
टीम ही
since the beginning of the round pretty
हारती
much.
थी
Now he's going to set course for
फिर
the rest
पूरा
of his team
टीम ही
to join
मारता
him.
था वो वाला
And I
सीन
quite
है
like the fact that Marv hasn't been conditioned to fear A main after.
और वो लोग जो
he just
जो
got run
गलतियां
down
किया है वो
in the
लोग ने
previous
सारा वो गलतियों पे
round.
काम
He's
किया
gonna need that
इसलिए
space on the
पॉटर
map. And whether that comes with a teammate helping him out or just taking it on his own.
Superman and Nature going to be feeling the heat. Forwards with the flash.
What a commitment.
And a peek is a hard commitment. EG just sending all the bodies flying just from that one flash. Full confidence as well to disrupt that NRG play.
Victor's finding a nice timing, but in a 5v2, there shouldn't really be
इसका भी
anything
रीड था
that he can do there.
इसका भी रीड
Although
था
that will give him some little piece of information that
साउंड
maybe they
बेट
can
करके
play
उसको
with in
निकाल के
future
मारा
rounds.
है
We've seen teams cook up attack side XX on A where you make it feel like everybody's coming from A main and then lurk a player through. Whether that be Demon 1 or
लैंड
Victor.
पार्टिसिपेंट कर रहे हैं
Catwalk. But EG
Players
get up
already
to
है
3.
And this is an EG squad that
मैं
are just
ऐसा नहीं चाहिए
feeling
भी
empowered, I think, off the back of the Sentinels win.
एक दो मैंने
Even in
ट्राई
that
किया
game,
एक साल
they
ट्राई
said
किया
it,
बंद कर दो
win or lose, we
साल
didn't
और
care at the
लाइफ में ना
time.
बताऊंगा
Which I find especially funny, but I think it removes a certain level of pressure from EG's shoulders. When all the expectations are placed onto your opponents, especially NRG, where they're the ones with something to prove, and unfortunately couldn't avoid it.
The technical pause.
But
Well, let's talk Ascent a little bit.
No.
Because the map pool for this match, it's an unusual one. It's a
आप
map pool
कुछ
that's
दिन से
weird
भैया
for
grind करो
NRG
बे
this whole year.
हार्ड
actually.
वर्क एक ही चीज है इसमें
If you forgot what was
Smart
happening
work
during
नहीं है
kickoff,
इसमें
you could be forgiven for thinking that NRG only have one map that they're good at, which is Breeze.
Yeah.
And they've just been kind of struggling their way through the rest. But they've been trying to play Ascent all stage, and teams have been banning it against them. So actually, NRG's map pool is at least two maps that they're
Yo,
good
good morning,
at.
कैसे
Breeze,
गिरा?
which EG permabanned, and
Good
Ascent, which they
morning.
got in here. But then once we get onto Lotus and Sunset, those are maps where we've seen some
Because the
dodginess
map-
from
how you
NRG.
decide if the
Some
map
traps
is
in
attack friendly
macro.
or defense friendly?
We haven't actually seen Lotus.
पहला ऐसा था
I
लेकिन
should correct myself. From
अभी
NRG
जिस
all
जो
year,
लेवल के
with this
esports हो
roster,
गए
they
ना
just haven't
most
played
of the
it. So
maps are like
it's really difficult to know
attack
what to
sided.
expect. But we're back into this, and it's a
अभी
round
का
where
esports
NRG have a
वैसा हो
decent
गया
chance to win, especially
teams
with that
के
blade
attack
storm
बहुत
of Demon
strong
1.
है if you get
Some interesting
defending 4 to
conditioning
5
there.
rounds
EG, they send flying
and you win pistol you're
flash
good
and
to
a
go
dart, but no follow-up after it. Normally you'd be seeing like an updraft dash into that smoke.
I guarantee they're going to follow it up in one of these rounds, like a TP into the one-way or something like that to capitalize. They're just trying to condition NRG that it's
yes
all safe. Don't worry
5000
about
guess
the recon.
match MVP of this match will do 5000 support
It's getting real dangerous here. It
membership
might
भी नहीं
even
लिया
be a little bit scrappy.
Yeah,
Too much to
हाँ।
overcome. There was no exit strategy in the back of his mind. Superman is going to let loose the one smoke. The nade follow through. Updraft with the knives. No one really ready for it. Nature though will respond.
ओ भाई
Following
दो
through all the
मारे
spray.
बे
Only claiming 2.
The
दो
rest
ने
of
मारना
NRG should
था
have been able to get the trade kill there onto Nature early on. And now
Buddy.
APOC with the ultimate. And then Ethan is so perilously weak. Do you even commit the Hunter's Fury? They are going to.
Yeah, they're going to. They want to see if they can win this one round, and everyone does count at the end of the day here in Ascent, but to leave it just out of
सोआ का
crashes.
अल्टीमेट हो गया मेरे को नहीं लगता है बे
Maybe he
सोआ
can
का
get
अल्ट
onto the
करना चाहिए
angle, but
था
it's
यहाँ
already
पे
been stuck all the way here by Apoff. And the dodging and the juking. EG not leaving any easy fights open here for NRG.
भाई मेरे को नहीं
They're
लगता
leading
सोआ
the
का अल्टी
charge.
करना चाहिए
4 to
था
2 so far in the match.
कंसीडरिंग एक प्लेयर लो है और वो साइड के अंदर
Same
है
game plan working for EG. Fight aggressively on the
तो ulti
outsides
waste
of the
हो
map,
गया।
the extremities.
उल्टा
We've
ये
seen
round-
Marv die in A main. We've seen Victor get bullied here in B main as well. And then when
मारने का
Demon
ट्राई
gets the
करके ना
entry,
कुछ हीरो
why is
हीरो
there no
प्लेस
immediate follow-up?
तो
It was
नेक्स्ट
already
राउंड के लिए
after the
रखो
fragment grenade was popped. You clearly know the timing that Demon 1's going to go for that.
क्या फायदा मेंबरशिप
But they
का
couldn't
नो
really
पर्क्स
cleanly get through
फिर अच्छा नहीं
Nature
लिया
holding down that choke point. And a timeout being called here for NRG. They're on an eco. And normally
क्योंकि
coming out of
ऑलरेडी
this, they like to
इथन
change
लो
things up.
था तो
Serious
नहीं
pattern
करना
with
था
these
प्लांट
check
के लिए रखना
timeouts.
था
that
प्लांट के
once
लिए
it
नहीं
takes them-
मतलब
for the
next
next
round के लिए
rifle
रखना
round at
था
least, they have a different idea that they go for.
6 rounds in defense now is very good, yeah.
Playing so aggressively for the
6 round defense is,
you know, they're really trying to
कॉम्बिनेशन मेरे को लगता है कि अल्ट मारा सोच के कि अगर
holding space on the opposite
कांटेक्ट में एक मार दिया ना सोवा तो ये 1v2 निकालेगा ये हो सकता है but EG is too strong.
See if there's a tempo increase.
कोई चीज इसमें गलत करके नहीं रहता
into the rifle round.
वो राउंड हारने के बाद ऐसा
Just look at
लगता
the
है
scoreboard. The people involved in the 1-3-1 default,
इतना fast
the
retake में
3
नहीं
of
करना
Ethan, Demon 1 and Crashies, yeah, they're getting their kills. And then the ones on either
FNS
side of the map,
खेल रहा है NRG के
1
लिए
5, 1 and 4, just kind of getting bullied right now.
ठीक है NRG ने नहीं लिया उसको.
NRG might be looking to call a faster hit though into this site. Definitely setting up for it. I mean, this is going to be Nanoswarm that I think lands into logs. The deep knife doesn't get broken. I believe in time here, so it has going to be stunt this push.
They weren't banking on that. I don't
Energy
think.
timeout पे
Normally,
easy कुछ
Nature's
बात
going to be
कर सकते
positioned
हैं
over towards A, throwing that knife for the A main hit. You know, that's the most standard way that most teams are playing
ऐसे
it.
क्यों
So
लग रहा है मिड
the
पे
fact it's exactly there
काउंट
to stop
करके
that
ए
big
शॉट
main
जाके
push.
वापस मिड टू बी करने वाले
Perfect
लोग.
adaptation for EG.
Even a little flash re-clear. Apoff Telly wants to go for something like this one. They already know there's a player tucked into the bottom section of mid. That's Demon 1 right there. It's a double face. I'm just trying to take this one without any util to give away the timings, but 1 for 1.
वो लोहे करके बोला है क्या?
Close now to the corner. There is danger in this round, but maybe Derek can earn his merit in this moment. Standing down his ground with the Nanoswarms to cut up some of the angles. NRG getting a move on now. Flood him into the site. Derek though, he's got that stalwart position out towards the back, and he's the last bastion of defense. The only necessary one really for EG here.
So after NRG's game plan of the fast B main hit gets stopped instantly by that 0 point from Nature. Now, after the timeout from Chet, what do they cook up for this rifle round? They've got to start getting some attack rounds on the board. It's a defense-sided map, and it's NRG's pick. They're going to feel confident on defense, but you want a buffer. You need the buffer. We saw that with Sentinels when they're playing on Lotus. Doesn't matter how good you are on one side of the map, you still need to make sure you're putting up at least some rounds on your unfavored half.
There's a play, flash with the dart.
I like this from EG. They're trying to be disruptive against what NRG would have called after the timeout.
Exactly. Taking matters into their own hands. It's something that they did really well, actually, against Loud in kickoff. Making sure that they throw a lot of those plays into it, slow down the round to the attacking team, add in that hesitancy.
This is the same pressure that Victor was facing
That's not the same game, huh?
Where it's Jorg and Apoth fighting him for all of that space. But he's not really calling for assistance. They're just ceding B main control to the defense.
NRG हार जाओ लेकिन close लेके जाओ.
They're just spotting the one.
Close क्यों? EG अच्छे margin से जीता तो उनके लिए अच्छा है.
Angles on lockdown here, but Demon 1, like you might want to take the face into it. This one-way smoke was very well timed. Almost just immediately sensing that pressure, possibly off Derek getting smoked off from the angle.
And look at that.
Past it.
Derek was only going to commit the recon dart there if the knife had seen something. Nature calls, it's all clear. The recon dart is safe for later on. There's 35 seconds here. Where are NRG going?
There's just no options. NRG haven't created any space, haven't got any space onto the map this entire time. Not even the alarm bot being removed. And so they're going to have to go for a bit of a mad dash now and scramble into these players. Doubled up Superman alongside it. Derek, he's going to provide that cover and fire. Just a hail of lead that's going to be raining down onto them. But NRG do get access eventually to the site. Barely with any time left on this Fury. One connection follow through. Can't quite claim the second kill. Derek to masterpiece in motion. And now surely set up for the EG win onto the retake. Marved, Iceman stands his ground, repositioned down into hell, but it's just being assailed from the position. Victor from the side, cleaned up with the trade. EG, they're in complete control.
And while it looks excellent from EG, I'm left asking the same questions I was when we saw NRG on their attack sides in their last 2 matches. What on earth are they doing with the first minute of the round? They're not forcing out defensive utility. They didn't even force out that recon that I was talking about because the knife had already detected there was no one there. They still had so many other pieces of utility left for the defenders because they're not quick.
Can EG qualify if they win this and Loud loses the next one?
EG qualify. They didn't pressure Cat heavily enough. They're not taking B main control.
They're not, no. And the decision making, like I said, that
अब controller के लिए I think IGL के लिए controller duelist से
when
better
they go
है.
for the Odin spam, it
मैं
forces
तो
NRG
Esports
to
में
slow
वही नहीं
down
रही,
the
मैं तो
initial
time
moments
pass
of that
ले
round.
Yeah.
But they have an idea of what they want to do. They want to take mid control, sure, but when EG throw in these little mixture plays that are going to punish them, either on the extremities or in mid, here we go, is fast though. Onto the half by that is a bit of a beef by Mar. I think he's trying to TP into his own smoke. Jorgamo ripping him to shreds right now with the outlaw buy. Heads up, knowing that the economy is going to be weak. Team 1 though, surely no. Taken out. Brainstorm, refreshed, but not even necessary.
भाई जोगोमो भी मूड में गया पे एनर्जी.
Absolutely slapping down.
एनर्जी भी गया.
The entirety of NRG, but
एनर्जी
the two
gone.
players that he played with
Energy
last year
kinda
won a
safe.
championship with.
Full safe है एनर्जी.
He's just dunking on.
That's just, I mean, so heads up by Jorg again. Yeah, I say so heads up. He holds tab and sees the money situation and buys the outlaw.
Yeah.
But I love it because it just shows those extra elements are being taken into account by EG with their game plans.
Absolutely. So we come in again, and NRG, they have ults to work with.
Next 100 kills के हमने वो
We
भी
need to
RTA
see the game plan online, but it's that Odin in B main denying a little bit of
नहीं
space.
ऐसे.
And then the operator
Energy is
too
not
from
there.
Jorgamo in mid. All right, this is earlier, more aggressive takes of A main. They've also got some idea that they're not fighting as aggressively over B main this round. The defensive setup has shifted, and it's afforded NRG a little more space on the outsides of the map. But they've now got to figure out, in what way has it shifted? Where is the threat now then?
And he might just go for a B hit here with the null command.
Defending map है नहीं रे सारे maps अभी attacking है बे.
He's tucked into this one and done
Teams
position.
कैसे attack करते हैं
But I don't know if he's going to be out of range. He might be.
He's at least going to be able to pop the nanoswarms in time here, I think. I mean, there's one.
Yeah, just one from the drone in case they follow through with it. Locked down. Anything to remove this. Slight spacing and a gap in towards the back of the side, but Derek is not going to be playing towards it. He's going to be backing away. Nanoswarm will land, clearing through with a util.
Demon 1 is so much further forwards. He knows that the site is free because of the lockdown. But that's allowed NRG to keep two players completely off site for the post fight. It does look like a nice setup.
Victor, this guy's heard all the sound cues he needs to know right now to really
Problem
do
ये
some
कि
serious
लोग alarm bot
damage.
अभी भी है.
Hunter's Fury delaying crashes, just trying to buy time for that win con that is Victor. Right from behind with the backstab now. It's been watched for! What is that awareness? EG! They're tearing NRG to pieces!
भाई क्या retake है भाई? Retake देखो एक बार भाई.
What can you really do? Crashes, gotta overcome a mountain of obstacles.
भाई क्या master class retake किया है.
They've got plenty of time here to close this one out.
Jet का movement
That looked
देखा?
like such a lovely post plant setup there for NRG. They had a player B main, a player on the post plant flank, three players on site ready to hold things
भाई
back.
EG को कुछ तो हो गया है.
Single-mindedly, focused forwards. They've now won every single round
आप
since
क्यों
the
नहीं करते
pistol
हो?
and
क्योंकि
the
वो यहाँ
follow.
पे नहीं चलता bro. If I stream on router and YouTube, router पे कोई नहीं देखेगा. 5 या 10 लोग max.
The timing of it, it's not quite working.
यहाँ पे नहीं चलता है. बाहर चलता हो. जहाँ पे Twitch में और YouTube
Too
करते हैं वो वाला
simple for
चलता है.
EG right now. And NRG
India में
take
नहीं
their
चलता.
second time
India
out.
में
This
YouTube
is
में
their
नहीं.
map pick. When I was talking about their map pool earlier on, NRG looked great on Breeze. No qualms there with the way that they play. Their Ascent, we haven't seen it
Water
in
बोलते
the
हैं.
last 4 matches that they've played. They're 3-0 on it this year.
तुझे बोलते.
They're getting stomped right now.
Yeah,
and if they can't win on Ascent, they've only got one map in their pool that they can rely on. And this team is 3-1, looking in this match to maybe
चलो
lock up
करो
their spot
पागल
in
हो गए
playoffs.
router on top.
Now they would have to shift things around here because they need that 2-0 to clinch.
Yeah, they did 2-0. Of course, I mean, a win does make it slightly easier for them later down the line, but this is an EG squad that realized that they've got to step up. They need the win here against NRG. You know, you're looking at the wider
लोग
schedule
भी
for
देखो
EG, you're
2-9
thinking
वाली
it's
भाई है वो
wraps,
लोग
man.
की.
They got Sentinels and NRG for their last 2 matches, but they get over the big one, which was Sentinels. And then they look towards NRG, and they've been looking a little bit shaky.
उसके बाद रहेगा बे बहुत
Yeah, a
पैसे
lot to
रहते हैं
prove,
भाई वो
like
लोग
we've
के
been
पास.
mentioning on their attack size,
Especially
the
जो भी
overall
top
macro
players
calling,
रहते हैं ना,
the map
आसपास हो
pools.
गया, Demon 1 हो
And
गया.
so far, those questions, I mean,
जितने भी
we're
top
getting
players
answers, but it might not be the answers you want if you're an
Tens हो
NRG
गया,
fan.
Booster हो गया, भाई अंधा
I
पैसा.
do like the idea that NRG are using more utility
अभी तो
early
Oxy
round
के
to
पास
take
भी
out
आएगा,
control, 'cause I
heavyweight.
think it's also going to force util out of EG, or they're just going to lose space. But I don't think they have the full commit.
We're just sticking the full all here. There's no util to set this one up. They don't know where these players are.
Jorgamo's making a mockery of the situation right now, and it's all combined. The crossfire setup, any sort of fast play, thrown out the window.
It's like there's no variation in tempo apart from
very
very slow or a rush for EG. And I think, sorry, for NRG. And I think that's got to be something that they look to work on. Make the playoffs or no. Because their attack side calling is like either they are full send or they're so slow in the first minute that they're not really achieving their wider goals.
सबसे पहले एनर्जी
The buy is terrible heading into round 12.
I mean, Jorgamo again, he knows it. He's picked up the outlaw, just particularly for this purchase. I mean, he has enough money to buy the operator. Probably got it sitting nearby. I mean, he had it in the prior round.
It's only Ethan with full armor.
पता नहीं क्या कर्स लग गया इनको.
We're looking to put it to work. Flash.
Fnatic कर पाएगा.
Storm's dropped. NRG again, they're trying to get a move on here. Fast this util. It's all overwhelming here. But Demon One, he was blinded up himself. He was supportive util or not. Again, I mean, it just... when you only have one direction, one speed you're going to go into, of course
Blind देगा nature का.
This is a nightmare for NRG on their map pick.
साले इसके लिए जगह के रखा तुम लोग ने मेरे को.
Awesome.
हाँ? Every strat that NRG threw at them, they
easily dismantled.
There really was not a problem whatsoever.
I mean, NRG only winning the pistol and the follow-up, losing every other round after it.
These hits are so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
They didn't, I don't think they tried an A-split once or some kind of disguised play.
Yeah, EG though, entirely on fire, man. I mean, let's hear from Jorgamo and learn why he's not worried about EG's slow start in 2024.
भाई रिप्लाई करो ये लोग तो हार्ड रेड हो गए.
It took us a little bit to, you know, get where we're at. I took a few
losses,
you know.
That's how it is sometimes.
Confidence got boosted for sure. You know, we're back at full throttle, of course, and you know, like we're down 0-3. But, you know, it's probably like the same thing as last year. We're down 0-4, even worse.
Yeah, confidence
so that confidence of like not caring and just coming back to that level of like, oh, we can compete feels great.
I think that's been on display, to be honest. I think that you can definitely see that in their gameplay. Ever since they've turned that hurdle that was Sentinels, and it's all just been clicking for them, this team's got confidence again. Jorgamo's frying has been set up, supported util of EG has been impeccable.
Absolutely. I mean, everything is working for them. And I think NRG probably have a very good defense side on Ascent. But we're probably not going to see very much of it because the score is 10-2. They didn't do enough work of actually giving themselves that buffer zone. They would have to play with practically perfection here to have any chance of mounting a comeback. And it was EG that got the 10-2 comeback against Sentinels. Of course, after throwing away the 9-3
from teammates to enemies
in
today.
map one. But hey, we won't talk about that. This is a wild one. As good as EG are, I just keep going back to it. It feels like the same stuff over and over from NRG's attack side calling, is that they don't have enough variation in the tempo, and they're also not doing enough when they go for those defaulting slower rounds.
Yeah.
And my big question coming into this match was, are NRG a legit team? Or did they just beat up on the Brazilian teams when they were, you know, coming back from Belfast and a little jet lagged, or the other squads that had not put it together yet? Chet was agreeing that their win against MIBR most recently still didn't look that convincing. That's their coach that said they still had stuff that they really needed to work on.
Excuse me? Flying?
I mean, Potter and Jorg are just
rockets
annihilating the opposite side of that former EG core.
Yeah, the former teammates they know incredibly well, and a championship title with them. EG here with the pistol round.
So we haven't
gonna get the chance to see much of NRG's defensive sides. Haven't really earned themselves enough.
Already EG look like they're set up for a really nice play here, where it feels like a lot of it's...
And the first kill going away of APOF in mid. They've gone forwards here. APOF is eventually going to get cleaned up. Smokes drop down here. Someone's worried about the re-flank.
Yeah, this pistol round though, it was supposed to feel like an A split, but a lot of the players going through A main. And then Superman just stays for the backstab.
Oh, Superman hears the reload, he hears the door being broken. Out wide are all these players, missing a few shots. But Jorgamo is cleaning up the necessary elements, making sure that he's still active into this fight. And what a call by EG. I mean, dominating the smoke, taking up that position, overpowering the tree fight. Just as NRG flooding through. They have to worry about multiple directions, and they are overcoming the odds.
कैसे throw किया ये round? कैसे throw किया?
Won their gunfights and stopped Evil Geniuses from running away with this one. A desperate pistol round win there. When I think EG actually played the better idea of how they wanted to. But listen, at the end of the game, at the end of the day, it's a gun game.
It is a gun game. You get shot, you die.
Yeah, and Nrg held on there. Those players flooding from heaven to generator, winning those fights. You can see how confident Apoth is getting that first kill, and the right click's just working perfectly for Ethan.
एक गोली नहीं लगी इसको.
A bit of that NRG.
What? Ascent just failed you so hard. Where'd my balls go?
Even there in disbelief. I mean, it did take a bit of the luck to swing things in the favor.
But that's pistol rounds, isn't it?
That is, yeah.
That's how they go sometimes. Nrg using that classic setup. We actually saw EG running this exact same kind of bait and switch with their players over towards A. Demon 1 though opting for the Guardian rather than the Outlaw.
I've dodged.
Obviously
on their eco round here, we'll just look to do some damage.
If
they can.
EG are making it feel like there's a lot of pressure in B main while they timing the knife and take A main control. Like it just, the ideas make more sense from EG on the attack side, even though they're running with pistols here.
Well, here's one of the easier tests. Hold back the push to the site. Everybody will fall here from EG. To get a plant down at least. A bit of extra money to work with. Which Nature, okay, completed his goal. He can go down with a ship.
Nice.
And a good cleanup. Easy stuff.
NRG comeback का तो नहीं सोच रही नहीं.
For NRG. There is a serious chance that NRG can make this much closer than it looks. But can they actually pull it all the way back? That's where I'm doubting a little bit, just because of how dominant that first half was. Not a single round out of the pistol and follow-up. One for them on the attack side. Yeah. It's gonna be one.
NRG का map ही है, NRG का.
These are players with mountains of experience. I'm sure they've been into these spots before. Many
a
time
school
they
के
know
लिए
it's
उठा.
possible.
Good morning.
So put it together one round at a time.
A round like this would be a huge one. And it looks like they're gonna try to set something up. Is this a flash peek for Demon 1 to try to get aggressive with some spam perhaps from Crashies?
And Crashies will support it, won't it? Fire
Good morning,
down the
good morning.
open up the line of side angle. One back off of it, so rebound flash. Deep dart. Bouncing back.
Yeah, so this spam looks
cool angle. Trying to hit the wallbang there into the players and tiles. Joggermo getting dropped down to 5 HP. He's forwards though. This guy, relentless. It's not shying away from any sort of aggression. In fact, dashing all the way forwards. He's cut this up. Ethan, it's a miracle that he even got the two. Crashies is in the middle of nowhere, out wide. And so he will fall. Toppled. Nature though, aiming for the gun and just
come back again.
And paying for it.
Kind of a sick round from both teams actually. NRG do a great job of coming away with the win though. Ethan Crashies providing that solid backbone for the rest of the team. But EG had a recon dart onto Demon 1 who was fighting and then wallbanged through B main. Sick idea. But they just couldn't quite get through here. Ethan being able to pick up 2 of the Spectre is massive. And that's the round they need to start a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Ascent is very defense-sided. Usually teams though are still able to pick up a few rounds. And EG's ideas so far have still been good. Good enough to get through NRG. These NRG players are, I think, really excellent ideas on their defense. I've never been bothered about that the whole time that we've seen them this year. The defense side on Breeze, on Ascent, on a bunch of their other maps too, just seems well-coordinated, good ideas.
Timeout here for EG. Still have a few more banked as well. I mean, Nrg actually ended up using both of theirs within the first half, which you can't blame them when you're staring down, what, the 10-2 scoreline.
No, but an opportunity like this for Chet to chime in, sorry.
Yeah.
That's useful.
It's gonna be valuable.
Very useful. It can get lonely out there trying to run a comeback like this with no opportunity for the coach to have input. We might see them mix things up a little. On the buy, we've got Crashies and Ethan both running Odins. And it was actually EG Ascent this year who were running double Odin strats against Valve as part of a serious anti-strat they were going for.
Were they trolling easing attack? नहीं रे.
Demon 1.
आ गया. Op में goat तो है बेटी मन. Op goat तो है. कुछ भी बोल.
The map here for EG. They use a bit of that util. Shock darts flying forwards and a lot of damage done. Look at that. It's Derek trying to aim to take him out of the drone.
Yeah.
The counterpart, at least, with a shock dart.
Not
Doesn't work.
quite
It's
finding
cheeky.
it there. The fact that Demon 1, though, has this up online, that's the kind of momentum changer, or rather momentum accelerator, I suppose you could say, that NRG are going to be looking for to close this 5-round lead.
Love you.
Once you have the up online, you can leave certain angles to Demon 1. Just kind of post him up around the map. I feel really confident he's going to be able to hold them.
Would you go for the cut noise re-hits forwards? Jorgamo is going to be really isolated away from the rest of his team. Updraft's over the available angle. Ethan spraying it through, crashes as well. Just evading capture in the sideline.
Ethan ने मेरे हिसाब से 3 या 4 राउंड निकाले ना
NRG, they just get over that easy round. Of course, it was a weaker buy of EG.
Victor got caught a
NRG के दोनों कोच इंडियन है ना.
If EG
भाई इंडियन कोच नहीं है. इंडियन origin रहेगा.
He got caught by a fragment grenade and then a recon dart that came in over the top. Set up Jorg for the entry.
Yeah.
But okay, Potter took a timeout to try to get this round coming up over the line. So what is she cooking?
Nature's got the ult.
Any chance of G to please explain those? G out.
Cross map by Ethan. Landed somewhere. Demon 1 though lit up. Barely able to get out of there. I mean, taking
तो करते हैं यार कुछ भी बोल.
Both Demon 1 and Victor taking risks at the start of the round. Victor threw an aggressive nanoswarm, so they know the killjoy is big.
Demon 1 could get
shutdown
more aggression now onto this angle. He still has a dash. What's going on there? How are these kills being found? Jorgamo. Oh my. This guy's forwards now with the pace that he's taking this at. He's forcing out the ultimate to NRG, looking to really just salvage this operation. But they all go wide at the Hunter's Fury shots. It's a free plant for Derek.
This is the round that EG were looking for, to try to creep things closer. That mark of 13.
पहले recon मर के भगाया, फिर drone किया तो pre-fire spam दे दिया.
The read potentially was here for him. Victor, he's so worried about a backstab occurring just from mid. He knows that APOP is going to be lurking around that position. Door finally broke him, but a smoke already propped up. Crashes.
Sentry. Destroyed.
Just praying away there with a spray, but yeah, this is got to call it quits. Wrap it up here. So EG finding themselves up to that 11th round.
I want to take a look at the replay of this round as well. They're going to try to deny the operator. We'll see whether Crashes and Victor can hold on to it. But I think it was the up barrel that might have been peeking around the corner there that led to those ridiculous openings by Jorgamo. Can he survive? Can Victor keep this?
He needs to hold on to it.
He's got it.
Yeah, barely.
0-12 हुआ स्कोर.
हाँ. Suspicion that Demon 1's
3 पहला मैच आ रहा लेकिन बाद में 2-2 जीत गया.
Reluctance to give up the angle over towards Cat, and in fact is kind of inching forwards. Has he seen anything?
What did
no,
he see?
It's
no,
just
it's
a prediction.
just a prediction.
Oh, what a read! What a read on the Guardian as well. What a great usage of a non-standard weapon in that spot.
Very cool ideas.
One suppressed.
Just 2 more rounds needed for EG. Wrap up this first map. NRG though, still with plenty of money in the bank. They can put up a bit of a
क्या लगता है Salt मारेगा? Salt के ult पे simple free round.
Yeah, the drone is coming through now, but there isn't really any pressure behind it. Demon 1's on a really passive angle, all the way towards back heaven. Compared to the way that NRG were taking map control and the way that EG were fighting for it, this is much more passive.
Not intended. He's trying to break the alarm bot.
He's trying to break the alarm bot that's behind him, yeah.
Taken out of the drone though with that damage done from the shocky. Dart, flash, reclear, beautifully
Sexy
cool.
blind, man.
NRG.
Sexy blind.
Gotta mix things up like that, and it does disrupt this
ऐसा
process.
proactive plays मस्त लगता है कुछ भी बोलो.
Standing ahead.
Looks like you want to go fast though. Injection of that pace. Hunter's Fury trying to clear the way into the back of the site, but there's too many angles to really account for here. And EG aren't going to be able to get too much done. In fact, Jorgamo wants to take it in a far more different direction. Can hit the transfer. Demon 1, nasty reactions, even getting his ally back up onto his feet. Flanking attempt up and around Superman. As he brought them an opening.
निकाल सकते हैं लोग
on his side of the map, but already calling for the pivot.
Yeah, it was a great call by Superman. They cancelled that B hit really early on. And with him being able to find the pick, there is just enough time to pivot to the egg site and still have this in a decent chance for AG to win.
Superman needs more though. Needs way more than that! What's going on there? How the hell is
So
he getting away
round
with it?
निकाल दिया,
And they're just
Superman
falling
ने
in the
round निकाल
defenses.
दिया.
Any sense of a retake?
Were they trying to sync up some
भाई
kind of
देखा मैं बोला ना
double
positioning
swing?
matter
That was
करता है.
so poorly coordinated from
3-4,
Nrg on the
3-5
fly.
कुछ नहीं. अगर जितना ज़्यादा space लिया,
What a fumble!
angle hold
Yeah.
किया,
They've
उतना
let this
okay.
one slide so far out of their hands. Almost
Match point.
impossible for Crashies to recover this.
Chat इसके लिए जगह क्या रखा तुम
And while
लोग
the
ने?
economy is going to
हाँ?
be good, this is going to put EG up on map
पुलिस
point
किधर है?
when it was NRG's pick.
It comes back to that question that we were asking, you know, how many rounds you really need.
Potter OP
You know,
बे,
the map
Potter
is
OP.
defense-sided.
Need more than
We
two.
were, we were throwing up, you know, saying that
Potter OP.
NRG, they don't have enough, really, arguably.
Split to क्या है
You can see
Champions
why now with EG
qualification
up
के
to that
लिए?
12th round. One more will do it.
बता
Across the
क्या हो गया
threshold.
तेरा energy?
That's such a sick lure
माफ
by
कर Bunks
Superman.
भाई.
though. He gets his way all deep into tree and insta calls that cancel of the bead push. Oh, where EG were not
आ
having
रहा
too
हूँ
much
underground
success
मत
with
हो.
it. Great kill onto Marv. And then what?
Shot, bro.
That's an amazing pre-fire shot onto Demon 1. But it was badly coordinated from NRG in general, though. Demon 1 had gone for an updraft as Ethan swung, so that's why he was
इसके
so
बाद
much
गेमिंग हो जाए
later.
नहीं बे मेरे
And
आंखें
gave
बंद हो
Superman
रही.
the time to reset his aim.
दूसरा मैप भी नहीं कर
Gotta be stopped
पाऊंगा.
right here
अरे
and
इजी
now
जितना
in the
मैं जा रहा
tracks if you're
हूँ.
NRG.
नेक्स्ट मैप पीजे का वो लोग
Smoke.
जीत जाएंगे 2-0.
Covering his teammates.
Energy का
That's
हो
away
गया.
from the dart.
Bait and switch setup,
Yeah,
trying
so-
to make it seem like the
आंखें
Opera
बंद
is
हो रही है,
retreated
सुबह
when in
9
fact
बजे से
you've
जागा.
inserted the killjoy in that spot.
Love from
He
ASL,
missed
love
the
you for
throw.
one.
I believe it, the shot didn't clear him though. Didn't clear him into the corner. So Victor does get the volley that it was
क्यों
intended for
clear
him.
नहीं किया? Do
He's
you?
gonna be pushed back and away. Ethan also feeling the heat. It's been turned up. Wild now this play. Jorgamo with the bucket in his hand. He's even dodged the flash. APM off the
Movement
bloody
देखो,
shots from this guy.
भेंचोद, एक बार
Now one's
movement
paved
देखो
away.
बे.
Committing one of the blades,
Movement
we're moving
देखो
away
एक
from
बार.
that dart. Nades flying through and forwards. This is a site that's going to be gained now for them, and they're already getting that plant down. Demon 1, take matters into your own hands here. A chance to really wrangle back fate and control. Crashies with the firing line. Making sure that nobody can really take it. Adjustments. Round away! Jorgamo! Goodness me, man! What?
Bro, this is the fucking best ace ever.
What an outrageous way
Bro, fucking
to
best
perform
ace
carry the
ever.
little geniuses and stamp your mark of authority upon the match.
There's no way.
I can't believe what he's done.
There's no way.
With knives and a bucky?
I mean, that's a Valorant trailer moment.
Bro, best ace so far. Best. One of the best aces.
My God, I'm speechless.
He's dropped 23 kills in 19 rounds. Almost got 400 ACS. I literally... What was...
गंदा गेम भाई मैं बोला ना इजी का चांस है बे इजी का चांस है
It's crazy.
डिजर्व भी करता है भाई ऐसा परफॉर्मेंस का प्लेऑफ डिजर्व भी करता है लाउड हार जाए
But I
बस
also want to point out that
अभी
the
लाउड
defense
हारने
for
का
NRG
रूटिंग
just
करना
gave
पड़ेगा
EG so
इजी
much
के
more
लिए
room. There was such a massive macro difference between how these two teams were playing.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to be stepping away, taking a bit of a breather after that one.
क्या
Accelerating
बे,
finish.
क्या bro,
But
what the
Anesthetics are
fuck?
going to be breaking it all down. Map number 1.
भाई सिंपल है बे ये अगर ऑन है तो फिर सोलर से स्क्वाड कर दिया बे चैंपियंस की याद दिला रहा है लाउड का गेम देख लास्ट वाला बोलेगा वो भी डिजर्व करता है सेन वाला ना हाइलाइट्स देखा मैंने G2 भी स्ट्रांग है वैसे ये चलो रे जा रहा हूँ आंखें बंद हो रही है भैंचू बहुत ज्यादा हो गया भाई 24 ऑलमोस्ट कितना हो गया 9 बजे से लेके सुबह के 6 बजे तक 21 आवर्स फक 21 आवर्स 21 आवर्स में से मैं पीसी पे कितने देर बैठा हूँ -3 आवर्स और करो मैं जा रहा हूँ भाई हो गया मेरा मैच चलो लास्ट मैप देखते ऑफ स्ट्रीम ना हो पाएगा आंखें बंद हो रही है जल रही है मेरी आंखें जा रहा हूँ चलो गाइस बाय 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 लेकिन ये देखते देखते मैं सोने वाला हूँ तो तुम लोग भी देखो ठीक है भले किधर भी देखो फॉलो करो, ठीक है। चलो कल दोपहर को मिलेंगे रूटर पे, पैसिफिक नहीं करने वाला हूँ, कोई पॉइंट नहीं है, दोनों टीम क्वालिफाई हो चुकी है तो रूटर करेंगे लंबा। चलो बाय, मिलते हैं दोपहर को, सिया।